Okay, let us begin. Hello, welcome to the reinvigorated. It's so nice to be in the room with you fellas.
It really is.
Axe to Grind. You know what it is. It's a hardcore podcast. We talk about hardcore and, shit from our lives. It's just the three of us today.
Oh,
so reunited, you know.
We can make it.
It feels so good.
I believe this is episode 33. That's not exactly a milestone, but it's
Larry Bird.
Kareem. And Kareem.
Wow.
And Kareem.
Lou Alcindor, New York legend.
Matt Harvey.
Sorry,
guys.
Well, you know what? It is more of a monumental number than I ever gave it credit. My bad. Before we get started, let's give a shout out to our sponsors, shall we?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. First off the docket, let's flip a coin. Triple B. What do we got?
Damn. You know our man Sam been busy?
I heard he's real busy. I heard he's cornering a market. Is that true?
I think he's cornered the market.
He's busy in a way that is
these
outrageous.
other labels. Are these other labels mad?
They should be.
I mean, he's got,
mad?
on the back of the dad hat, which you could order from triplebrecords.limitedrun.com.
Oh yeah, I heard if you maybe use a promo code Axe to Grind.
Axe to Grind.
Axe to Grind. Spell it out.
10% off.
Oh, not bad.
But on the back of that dad hat says #1 hardcore label.
I mean, right now, hard to fucking contest, right?
Hard to contest. But if you have a certain lane, these other boys might have something to say.
See, that's the thing.
We got a buddy upstate who's got something to say.
Yeah, he went metal. You gotta keep it competitive. So anybody in the sound of our voice that is like, oh, these fucking clowns big up Triple B every week. Yo,
step up to keep your rep up.
Step up to keep your rep up.
I think there's a couple. But let me tell you what Sam's got coming up. This is only 92 through 97. This is out there public. Brace War 7-inch.
Okay. But he's got stuff planned into the triple dig.
And we're going to get there.
Warfare
Declaration 12-inch. Candy. Good to feel.
This is the one I'm excited for.
So excited. I saw the LP cover. It's so good. It's so good. I'm not going to... Oh, I'll tell you about this later. We got a little project with it.
Okay, all right.
Mind Force Excalibur LP.
I feel like, if I may be so bold, if I can interject.
Please.
Mind Force, that's a band that can carry an LP.
Mm-hmm. That's heard good things, heard good stuff about it already. Ikulu, self-titled 7-inch. We got to talk about them.
We're going to get into it.
Second Sight, 7-inch.
Oh, we kind of like this. Florida, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's the first, that's 92 to 97. Yo, Axe to Grind, why do I listen to you? You guys want that deep cut?
Oh.
Here's what else
that behind
is coming.
The scenes knowledge?
Here's what the next wave.
Secrets with a drawn out S?
May I?
Yeah, there's what we've been waiting for.
Sorry.
Division of Mind LP.
Yes.
Wild Side LP.
Yes.
Restraining Order LP. Abuse of Power LP. I talked to those dudes about their LP. They're excited. They think it's going to be big. Okay. We'll see.
Abuse of Power? Mm-hmm. Are you going to get an executive producer credit on that?
No, I just talked to them about the name. I didn't, 3 Knee Deep 7-inch.
I'm psyched for that. That's good.
Magnitude LP.
Yes.
You're gonna cut
Nosebleed 7-inch.
Prove it to me, Magnitude. Yeah. Prove it to me.
Yo, that's some. Shut it down.
There's a lot going on.
So, big thanks to Sam. Big thanks to Triple B Records. Everybody knows them, but you probably can tell that we've got an affinity for Sam. Even if he wasn't our sponsor, we'd be talking about him all the time because listen to these records.
Avoid it, yeah.
Right? So props. BBrecords.limitedrun.com. Axe to Grind's the promo code, 10% off. Use it this week. Yeah. Wait, we got some old friends on the line.
Oh, who do we got?
Ring, 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 ring. Old friends, still kind of a new sponsor. Death Wish Inc.
Longtime friends. Kind of, in some respects, do people still use the word rabbi? Mm-hmm. Like you can have a rabbi still?
In Judaism?
No, not in Judaism.
Well, we using it.
Yes, it still exists.
I assume
They
in
exist. They
Judaism.
didn't do away with them.
We have
got
no
some sketchy. Yeah,
we
there's
have
some
no
stuff going on.
pejoratives. We all got mad respect for rabbis.
No, well,
So we got a rabbi.
it depends. I got no respect for any religious people, but
I have no respect for religion
But I will
anyway,
say, that phrase though, they still use that, right?
I don't know. What
We
It's like
can.
an OG. It's an OG.
the OGs. Let's do that first.
Okay.
The original gangsters.
OGs.
So these are my Trey is one of my OGs.
Budden uses OG. Like,
there
he's
you
like,
go.
Yo, I had to sit down with my OG.
There you go. Well,
Trey McCarthy's your OG.
yeah, but I'm a white guy.
I think
rabbi
Trey could be your rabbi.
He's my rabbi. So
He's a spiritual guru. For one person, that's an OG. For another, it's a rabbi.
there you go.
Got it.
He's my parish priest. All right.
Better watch out for him.
So here we go. Death Wish has one of the strongest catalogs in the game.
Yeah.
And this year are expanding it in a way that I am more excited for than I have been in the past few. So what do we got coming up from them?
Well, they just put out this new Thou 12-inch,
Yeah.
and they got coming up real quick. New Gouge Away LP,
Right.
And
People
the
very
September.
excited.
Burnt Sugar.
Fantastic
Maybe we're going to
record.
talk about it a little bit
Oh,
today.
you heard
so
it, right?
I heard it. I got it.
I have not heard it yet.
We got the
We
song
got
to
the-
play. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, it's a great record. Very
So
excited.
at deathwishinc.com, go over to their web store, enter the promo code,
Axe to Grind. Spell it out.
10% off everything. That's rad.
Am I making a pick?
Yeah, you are.
Here's my pick. You should be down with this. I don't know if you are, but you should be. The 100 Demons LP.
Okay, now help me out.
Yes.
This is my 100 Demons ignorance.
OG singer.
Yeah, but that gets confusing for me. Because
So-
so where was Bruce? Bruce is which?
First.
First. Okay.
And he's
As
from
far as
Force
I know.
Reality.
No.
Oh.
That's
That's what I'm saying. This is confusing for me.
yeah. So there are two LPs, two different singers.
Right.
Okay.
Bruce is the first.
Okay. And his is the more like I'm dealing with some heavy
It's
personal matters sort of shit.
yes.
Okay.
It's fucking great.
And
Yeah.
this record's it's regarded as a modern classic.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Just
It's
a modern
hard,
classic.
man.
So.
And it's like hard lyrics by a dude that it's like, oh, you're not making this up.
Right.
Like this isn't
Hard lyrics by a hard man. Safe to say.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So,
Second LP is fantastic too.
Right.
Great
That's
band.
And I think you can get both if you go to
yes,
deathwishinc.com.
so-
That's right. Okay. There you
But
go.
this is why I get them confused. What's the one with the samurai shit on the cover?
That's the
this
first one.
Yep. first
Okay.
one.
All right. There we go.
And it's a you know who I love.
It's hard.
Nobody.
It's hard.
It's hard.
And they got some more stuff coming very soon. They also have that Modern Life is War newest single that's still hot in the popper. So go check that out. And yeah, Death Wish Inc., thank you for the support.
Yes, thank
Big
you.
fans. And we'll probably be delving into more of their stuff shortly.
Okay.
But
We
so
talk about
spouse-
the DVD that they put out, the Converge DVD. We oh, that's the second thing. We ordered the Converge
There you
DVD
go.
from there. I think that's the same one.
Yeah.
They did it's like a whole bunch of different shows and all sort of stuff. But there's them playing the drummer from Most Precious Blood's basement in Staten Island.
No shit.
They had hit us up. We're like, yo, we want to. They were on like a hate breed tour or something. They're like, we want to do a show. It has to be like a basement show because we're playing like Irving Plaza the next night or whatever. They're like, you guys want to do something? So we set it up in Staten Island at the guy's basement. So it was, I think it was, if I remember correctly, it was Shattered Realm, Most Precious Blood, Converge in a basement.
Wow.
And it was incredible. But the whole set's on the DVD.
Oh, that's cool.
And they did one thing, and it's only Converge can do this and make it sound okay. They all played a different song at one point intentionally, and it sounded right.
Huh.
So like they're like 1, 2, 3. You play Conduit, you play this, and
Yeah.
it all melded together. It was actually really incredible.
Apparently, you can do that when you're a good musician. I wouldn't know shit about
No,
that.
that-
so.
yeah.
and the drummer from MPB's mom pulled a butcher knife on her neighbor. So that was cool.
That is cool.
That didn't make the DVD.
A lot going on there.
That's on the director's cut.
Mom said it was okay. All right.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Been doing great.
Yeah. So why don't we start with some quick hits?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, do it. Okay, I
yeah.
figured
But-
save that for good, like big, like oh shit.
I know. But it
No.
is because we haven't been in the same room
Candy
for
L.
like.
Sure.
Can't help he's gonna be
Bum,
good.
bum, that
Oh,
deserves-
yeah.
That's
you know what I
that's
mean?
right.
Like,
Yeah.
That's about-
But big hit.
I
Yeah, we're
hope.
all in the same room.
I hope.
I have faith.
Yeah? I don't have faith in any motherfucking hardcore band's LP.
I don't know, man. I think they're interesting.
They are. There's
it's gonna
look,
be good.
one of my favorite going right now.
Yeah, but I think.
But LPs, phew, you better show.
Oh, you've been wanting to talk on
You
this.
better show me.
All right. Well, so what have you guys been doing?
I
think it's almost. We talked about this. It might have been. It's been close to a month since we've been in the same room. Smoke and mirrors all month for your new episodes.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of impressive.
Yeah. No,
yeah.
It was good. We
I'm
kept
just
it
glad that
relevant.
no massive fucking stories
Yeah, I
broke in
know.
hardcore.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Right. People, they go.
I'm glad you guys kept that Code Orange breakup till we got back. So
We didn't get to address the return of Bodied Girl. Yo,
Oh, it's not.
yo, spit mask. That's rough.
I know.
So,
Yeah, that's not funny.
so here's what I was doing. I was touring the interior of the United States.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Can we give a picture of what it is like for you in touring? Because we were kind of like, hey, so when do you leave for tour so we can record some stuff and blah blah blah? And you're like, I'm not quite sure.
Pat
And
knows
it's-
about 24 hours in advance.
But yeah, so he pulled it and found out with about 7 days in advance, which was plenty of time. And
But that he
we
was
figured out.
leaving in
That he
like
was leaving.
4 days or something.
But I was under the assumption you were only going to be gone for like 2 weeks.
No, it
you
was
were gone for
it was
most of the month.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was 3. So here's the deal. It was going out with 2 bands called Microwave and Can't Swim. I wasn't super familiar with the bands before going out.
You're still not familiar because you sat in the van the whole time.
That's actually a fact. Yeah, that's a fact. But that's not.
Sorry.
It's not really a dig on them. That's just the fact that
That's just
my,
dig on you. It's a
That's your
reflection of
preference.
you.
It's
what
fine.
I do.
I like
That's
it.
what I do. But nice people throughout, right?
Sure.
And I expected nobody to like Drug Church on this shit because while we're not the heaviest band,
You're aggressive
Yeah,
compared to
it's
the rest.
aggressive.
Sure.
And those,
How much more aggressive were you than those bands?
Were you like 100 Demons playing with like the Promise Ring?
that's what this felt like.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
So particularly after day 4, when my voice craters out for fucking 3 days, and I just sound like a
You sound like Tom Waits yelling.
yeah.
Got it.
I was gonna say I sound like a beast, but I don't. I just sound terrible. So you know, aggressive for that crowd, I thought. But
Sometimes people like aggression.
honestly,
Like if you don't see it on a regular basis, like that kind of music, you're like, all right.
also here's the cheat code for people that want to do all sorts of tours. You can be heavy as fuck as long as you don't come off macho. Macho is what people don't fuck with right now. Heavy, they still fuck with. It's sort of that like
Yeah.
Energy still fuck with.
Yeah, people fuck with, but people aren't fucking with macho right now. And one thing, you know, I get accused sometimes of having like a masculine sort of projection or whatever, which I consider laughable given, you know, but
Those push-ups are really helping though.
yo, you should see these pecs.
Have you still been keeping up with it?
Please,
Okay.
I'll lift
Brolic.
both of you over my head. So here's the deal.
Dude's wearing a sweatshirt is 92 degrees out.
Here's the deal. We went over good, and I think that it made me confident because these are a lot of the tours that we're getting offered right now.
Yeah.
Are things that I think are like, oh, are those people gonna like us? But it made me confident to try it. Like we just got like submitted for something that sounds to my ear like that band Fun. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, everybody knows I'm just barking into a microphone, right? It's gonna be
Yeah.
a weird, but I think that Fun, like I think people like it as an opener.
Cool.
You have a palpable energy, so that can play.
You do.
So good. And it was fun.
Yeah,
What was the best? What was the? Oh, okay, so we get asked questions all the time. This one we won't. Maybe we'll hit it on a future questions episode. But we did get asked, what is your favorite second or third market level place?
Secondary or tertiary?
Yeah.
Fort Wayne.
What's Reno? That's got to be.
Yeah,
I
that's.
mean, I think
third.
that might. What's fourth? What's after tertiary?
So I fucking love Reno for how weird it is. I don't know if my shows there have ever been any good. I don't recall, but I just love the city. I think it's so weird.
This fellow was from Birmingham.
Oh, well then, to be honest,
It's a great city, actually.
it's
Alabama?
a fucking
Birmingham,
yes.
Alabama.
Birmingham has been. It's funny that somebody from there should ask because they probably know me personally.
They were like they knew that there was like kind of a softball.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
thought like they
He'll
want that.
definitely- It's a
leading
But
question.
Birmingham, I went with them, and I it's basically you get a bunch of the kids from Atlanta to come out. They
Oh, yeah.
come, and they've got a really strong local thing, and it's a cool city to be in. Actually,
It is.
Also, one of the first cities to fuck with my band. Like truly, like before
Yeah, they did.
before we were.
Yeah,
Before
I can see
anybody,
that.
before anybody in Albany, New York, where we were from, gave a fuck about us,
Birmingham was
there was
down.
kids in Birmingham that liked us. So
Yeah.
shout out to Birmingham who have been. I mean, it's like any scene; it gets smaller, it gets bigger. But there's been kids and now we're talking about 30-year-olds, but there's been kids there who have been backing us for a long time. So and
do it for a lot of bands, not just yours.
Yeah, they were early Indecision adopters too.
yeah, there you go.
And what's the spot? PETA something?
It's named after a dude, I want to say. It's like yes, for people at home.
To go, if you're going to Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah, if you're going to Birmingham, Alabama, there is a legitimate melting pot of the type you don't see anywhere outside of Star Wars cantinas, in the form of, I forget the fucking gentleman's name. It's a spot where you get food that's very bad for you, but it serves until like 4 a.m.
Yes,
right?
sure.
So it's college students, it's people from the tough side of the tracks, it's people from the posh side of the tracks.
Greedo is there.
Greedo is there.
Right.
It really does have a weird vibe. It's like,
Dun, dun, dun,
I feel
dun,
like they
dun.
serve pita and falafel.
Yes, they do.
And stuff like that. So it's sort of fake, not bad for you, but it's not good for you. And there's a lot of fried stuff.
And then you can get like,
But it's like a cool
food trucks.
vibe. There's
Yeah.
plenty of seating.
Outdoor?
There's a partial outdoor area, but it's covered. It's a nice place to
cool.
be.
Yeah.
I don't like boiled peanuts.
I love boiled peanuts.
Do not. Do
I've
you know
never
about
had
boiled
them.
peanuts?
Oh,
I've
shit.
heard of.
They taste like salt potatoes.
I don't know anything about that.
I don't know. I'm halfway. We'll try some when
right.
we do the
With
Act to
Scott.
Grind tour.
Yeah.
Skyline chili.
All right. So what about? Oh my God. You got a good secondary, or third marketplace you like?
I mean Albany.
Yeah, Albany's always been good to you.
Dude.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Albany is,
See, I was going with places that I find interesting, not places that back us.
You don't
Oh,
like
oh, oh.
Albany, the Iroquois? Come on, man.
places that I find interesting.
Like in the United States, you find any place interesting still?
Like all the desert towns I find.
Yeah, yeah.
Pioneer Town. I find that interesting. We've never played there, but I feel it's very interesting.
I'll go with Flagstaff after our last episode.
Flagstaff is dope.
That's dope as shit.
I saw a lot of weird interior parts of the country. Oh, and actually, this is like its own spin-off quick hit.
Yeah.
Indianapolis had the most kind of, what would be the way I'd say this? It was an indie rock show, right? But in like a shit, like all ages safe sort of space that just like no booze, kind of like and falling apart.
Yeah.
And the bands were
You
playing.
just described us.
No booze, old, falling apart. Yeah.
The bands that we're playing with again are like indie leaning, not punk bands
Yeah.
at all. But the kids were like, it was, I don't want to say the most punk looking crowd that I've seen in a while. It was the most like, definitely the queerest crowd.
Yeah.
Definitely and it was just so interesting to me. Because Indianapolis, I got stereotypes. You know what I mean? I got like, oh, this is not going to be the most kind of current crowd.
Yeah.
It's going to be like a bunch of white dudes in like Peyton Manning jerseys.
Yes.
Right.
And let me tell you, I was fucking wrong.
Good. Yo,
Somebody had a Marvin Harrison jersey on. It was fucking wild.
Yeah. All right. So my experience with Indianapolis earlier this year, and then we'll move on from the secondary
Sure.
markets. Some great thrift stores because you have the right mix, which is some people with a lot of money and a lot of people with not a lot of money. So you get thrift stores and you got people given to them.
Got my Nalgene there.
Yeah. The one your Nalgene used thrift store collection. Good. I got a good Marshall Falk jersey that I already sold for more than I paid for anything else on the trip. Tony Dungy's wife on some religious, what sounded like a pyramid scheme, talking about the coastal elites. So, shout out.
I mean,
Indianapolis.
Are we coastal elites?
Yes.
I just remember Indianapolis. We played there with Blood for Blood, and the backstage area was the promoter's bedroom.
Yeah.
And I sat on a bed.
And you wouldn't have been offended if you weren't a coastal elite.
Yeah, I was very offended because I ate like fucking Tostitos on a bed with white trash Rob.
Wake up!
Yeah, it was. I forget what place it was, but it was like literally the backstage room was like a Nintendo and his bed. I was like, oh,
Yo, this is a deep.
The pressures of trying to keep up with you coastal elites.
well, hey,
Because we spin into shit.
yeah.
There's a
We
movie.
do spin.
There's a movie coming out about Gary
Freddie
Hart,
Mercury.
the
Oh.
politician. You remember
Hart.
this?
No.
Okay, so for people much younger than us, actually, this is old. This is old
It was
for
all for
us.
us. We were children's.
Yes, children. So Gary Hart got the fuck out of here because he got caught with this.
Was that Tony? No, what was her name?
This is Donna Rice, is the woman he got caught with.
Oh, okay.
Right, you're thinking of the pastor, I think, that got caught with somebody notable.
The woman
But-
that ended up like dating like Sam Kinison or something, or was
Well-
that a Sam Kinison video?
Well, yes, right.
Right, that's what I'm
But
thinking
Donna
about,
Rice dated Don Henley, and then
Black flag sticker on a Cadillac.
then ran around with Gary Hart. But here's what's interesting to me. I fell down a Wikipedia hole today and arrived at her Wikipedia. Now,
That she edits herself.
I'm not suggesting that she can't she can't change her lifestyle as she gets older. But this person who is largely famous for the kind of this moment of getting caught with a married man and all that. And again, no judgments. People can manage
But I feel
their
like this
fucking
was like an early on kind of. Before this, it was like Kennedy and a few other people were known for being known philanderers. This is like he got caught.
He got caught on,
and then it like
on camera though. He got caught like they.
I don't remember that.
So
did Rob Lowe. Can we talk about Rob Lowe?
Oh yeah, no, we can talk about that. But anyway, the point is
We're losing Bob.
that she. The thing that's fascinating to me is since that time, she has been like part of the Homemakers of America, Museum of Bible Study. Like she's one of these people that is going around telling everybody how to behave all the time.
Right.
And
when she was acting out of pocket.
yeah, and it's like, yo,
That's
again,
my favorite.
It's like,
Who cares? I mean, yeah.
you got a right to change, but
Sure.
here's an interesting thing. I don't know if you got a right to change into sanctimony. I don't know if you might lose sanctimony forever.
Right. You may be able to
You
go
better
neutral.
you better have a good story.
Because she's
Your
been
recovery
an
better be
anti-porn
strong.
crusader for the last fucking
That's
35
right.
years.
Was she on video having sex?
No, she was. So the real story is she was seen going into a politician's house late at night, right? And then
A married politician. I would
a married
imagine.
politician, and then people think that this is the reason that the man dropped out of the campaign. He didn't. But months later, the famous photograph of her sitting on his lap, him wearing the shirt of the yacht that they were on, which says "Monkey Business."
I remember this.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, it was interesting to me because
Was this 84
This was 87. I want to say she got caught
for the 88 election?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
So anyway, long story short, and the Democrats ended up with Dukakis.
Yes.
Long story short, it didn't work out that great.
He's a walking eyebrow.
Yeah. I just have like a weird hypocrite radar. So like I ended up here and it just
we
started
could
going
get
off.
there. I don't even know how we got there. We can talk about that at another time.
How did we get to Gary Hart?
I did. But I wanted to talk.
because we're talking
I just
about
wanted to
Indianapolis.
talk about it.
You had an axe to grind with Gary Hart.
you and you
Donna
coastal
Rice.
elites.
Shit, I just needed to talk.
All right. So yeah, there we go. That's what Patrick was doing. Tom, what were you doing?
I was traveling the world.
Ooh.
Were they maybe secondary markets, if I had to guess? Is Seattle a secondary market?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I had a
But near the
wonderful time.
top of the second, I'd say.
It's near the top for me.
Yeah.
I got to go out to Seattle, did a bunch of cool nature stuff, saw some orcas.
Nice. Did you go on a whale watch?
Yeah, man.
That's so cool. I've been on 3 whale watches in Seattle and seen 0 orcas.
Well, now, I don't know if it's something that's changed. They guarantee whale sightings. So what they do is like whoever sees it first radios out to all
they
the other
get all
ships
of
and
them.
they all go fucking hustling. So my friend Michelle was very kind to put me up and
Shout
take
out,
me-
Michelle.
Michelle Rakshas, smartest person I know. So we went to. I'm going to give you a quick rundown.
Please.
So I get in late Tuesday night. Wednesday we go up to this place called Deception Pass, which apparently is very big for suicide, which I
cool.
didn't realize until afterwards.
Shoot us those Google links. Yeah.
Yeah. But so Deception Pass was a lot of sailors hated it because it would drop off from like 8 feet deep to like 180 feet deep like immediately. So that was
Shelf,
pretty rough.
yeah.
So that was pretty awesome. We went whale watching, saw some pods, some orca pods.
Nice.
I saw my buddy Pettibone with Eris play a show.
Oh, that
Death
that
Wish
ma-
band.
Oh yeah.
They are a
you
Death
go.
Wish band.
And that man who was in Undertow.
Yeah, he did some stuff. He was in Himza, The Vows.
He stays
Oh, yeah,
busy.
that's right.
Stays busy. And
Is Undertow looking for a bass player or?
Yeah, because I'm available.
Damien probably will have something to say to you about that, but whatever. And Pettibone won't play with you. He's got beef with you.
This is beef.
So he goes, I gotta say something, man. He's like, fuck you, dude, Pat. And I was like, yo, dude, you heard how cracked that guy? He's like, no. He's like, I thought that was funny. He's like, I was in the shower laughing that he said he's like, that motherfucker waited until his band loaded in, then showed up. He's like, I can't deal with a singer.
That's what I do.
That doesn't carry equipment.
Oh,
Oh,
please.
true.
So then I was like, well, what I say is like, I don't carry equipment. I carry the band.
Yeah, he
So-
should.
so
He
it's
should know that. He's
Welcome to my world.
So when I did that, his eyes kind of like,
Yeah, exactly.
like he had that, I also
Axe to Grind, saving lives
That's
since
it.
2018.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't join a band to carry shit. Then I went on Metal Shop with my friends Kevin and Ian.
Okay,
which was
so
a lot
let's
of
slow
fun.
down and talk about that.
Yes. Sorry, I'm very
No, it's good.
caffeinated.
We like it. It's so Metal Shop. You weren't recording in a living room?
We were not. I was in a real radio station.
What is that shit like?
It was insane. I walked in and I was like, I don't know if I'm qualified for this place. I was in next to the studio where Sir Mix-a-Lot does the morning show. It was one of those places like, what do you want? We got it. You want soda?
So
we got it.
cool.
We got water. Like, it was like really professional. It was awesome, and it's like the big like rock station in Seattle, or in like that part of Washington.
Yeah.
They like broke Nirvana and like Pearl Jam. I made them Kevin and Ian take a photo with me in front of the facelift gold record
Nice.
plaque that they gave
Yeah,
the radio
that's
station.
cool.
I had to. I was like, I'm really sorry, but I really have to. It's like one of my favorite records ever. We talked about the podcast a lot, which is cool. They knew all about it and all that sort of stuff.
Real recognize real.
They do. And
However, what you don't know, they flew me and Patrick in. But then we walked up to the front doors of this professional-looking building.
They didn't let you in.
Didn't let our asses in. We saw you. We saw you walking in.
Well, they let-
in
yeah.
a full suit,
We
and then
had-
we're outside, and they're like, we're with him, and they're like,
had a-
yeah, sure you are.
We had
yeah.
a Whole Foods bag with all of our gear in it, all
Yeah.
the
You
guys were
microphones
ready,
and shit.
and
We were
then-
ready. Yeah.
The one we
showed up.
towed around.
And I was like, oh, these are the microphones I want. They had like the Joe Budden
I
microphones,
know.
like the fat
Yo,
fucking, oh, man.
the Breakfast Club
Yes,
microphones.
yes.
Yo, crazy thing. I don't want to give away too much secrets. So that's a $500 mic. There's a knockoff now, like the same way that we're using knockoffs of $100 mics
Yeah.
that we bought for $12.50.
They were about $12.50.
Yes, they were.
The knockoffs of those
Yeah.
are now $100.
We trying to get those?
Oh yeah.
We're going to get a logo. We should get logo things.
Yo, I've already got the bookmark. I got the bookmark.
Okay.
Really expensive
minds
if you
think
only
alike.
get
So
three, by
big
the way.
shout out to Metal Shop.
Yeah,
in
it was a
reality.
lot of fun. I got to talk about my 3 favorite New York hardcore songs of all time, which was the hardest question ever. I did that during Caught in a Mosh. It was like the section. And then they did like probably like an hour podcast that's on their website.
Check it out.
Find that at where?
Let me look that up. Sorry. I probably should have had that ready.
What are your favorite 3 New York hardcore songs? While he looks
When
it up?
he said it, I was like, yo, that would put me in a weird situation.
Yeah.
Because I can stick of it all for 2 of them, and then
Yes.
I would feel the need to go someplace else, and then
Let's think of yours. What would you be?
Do you want mine?
Yeah,
yeah,
of course.
please.
All right. So the call letters are KISW.
Oh, give us 2, but save the third and make people go check it out. and hear it.
yeah,
Okay.
a little tease.
So I'll do.
That's very professional.
My third was Sick of It All.
Real recognize real.
What song?
My Life.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
difficult.
to pick one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good pick though.
I had like I did the first 2. Like the first one popped in my head. So my first one that popped in my head immediately, Telltale by Killing Time.
Yep.
The second one was an off-brand one. I didn't think so, but I guess it was for the band that I picked it for. And then it was Sick of It All my life.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go Cro-Mags. It's the limit.
Okay.
Leeway. Mark of the Squealer.
Mark of the Squeeze.
And then
Our group chat had me watching Leeway videos for an hour and a half the other night. I'm not even a big
No,
fan.
you're not. No, but he's fantastic.
So good.
Just
We
watch
need to. Let's write the screenplay for the Eddie Leeway biopic.
I'm
So we're
I'm
gonna-
reaching out to him.
Yo,
I'm
and
like,
you know what?
People
I'm
say biopic.
Yeah, that's
it's
weird.
biopic.
Biopic.
It's not myopic. It's biopic.
I'm gonna throw. You know what?
Biographical picture.
There's a bunch of ways I could go. I'm gonna go underdog. Not like you.
Are they NYHC though, or the NJHC?
Hard.
It's
They're-
tough,
they-
man. Half and
underdog
half.
NYC. Richie.
That's true. Fair.
So
Fair.
yeah.
It's tough though, man. That's a tough.
they
one
rep the
question.
shore, but they also rep New York, so it's tough.
Sure.
There's a bunch. It's a really tough question. You got to think about your third.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give
We'll
me
get back
until
to
the
you.
end of the podcast. I could probably
All right,
pick it up.
so-
but I'm gonna let people down because my detractors that are like,
I
oh, he
know.
doesn't like, and I'm gonna throw out a Yuppie Side song, and then people are gonna be like, oh.
Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah, like Fear and Love.
I almost throw out Citizens Arrest like Woodstock or something, but
it's like
my
third.
favorite. No, it's not. It really. I just picked tracks off Age of Quarrel. The best Citizens Arrest recording is also them shouting on NYU radio.
Yes.
NYU kills fucking monkeys, and you know it. So,
Well, okay. Yeah.
Anyways, as I've mentioned here before. So you're on the radio show. What
It was
else?
awesome. It was a lot of fun.
You haven't even got to my favorite part yet.
The train.
Yeah.
So okay. So
Come
then.
on, ride the train.
Ride it. I also have another part that I didn't even tell you guys. So then that we went to Mount Rainier We went hiking a Mount Rainier. It was incredible.
Big mountain, I heard.
Big mountain, big motherfucking mountain. There was a huge smoke, 2 fires in British Columbia and Washington. So
That's why we got to build that wall
it's true, man. You got those goddamn
Against the Canadians?
yes,
against the Canadian fires.
British Columbia.
Is that what we're
Against
doing?
the Canadian fires.
Wow.
So the visibility and like I felt like I smoked a pack of cigarettes. It was terrible. But when we got to Rainier, it was great. That night, who do I go see? Smashing Pumpkins at Key Arena,
okay.
which I wanted to go to Key
Rad,
Arena.
yeah.
I was shouting out Sean Kemp. And
Dennis Johnson.
it's true. You know,
The championship
Gary Payton.
team.
I mean,
Detlef Schrempf.
Schrampf. So all right. So here's this is where I'm going to lose you guys.
Please.
You know,
Lose me.
So my friend Brendan, Michelle, and Brendan Casey, we go and get food. I talk him into going. I bought tickets on StubHub. It got upgraded.
Okay.
Oh.
So we got better tickets. He bought one last minute. They let him upgrade with us or whatever.
Quasi-celebrity. You.
Me?
They knew who it
No.
was.
You know what? Billy Corrigan is not the celebrity he thinks he is, and that's why I got it. So like our section
point.
was like tarped off. So they're like,
Yeah.
you sit close. I mean, it was packed.
They're like, there's going to be a tarp here instead of
Yeah,
you.
right. So 8:30, they start. I walk in. They're playing Disarm. Opening with Disarm by himself. The backdrop is just childhood photos of him, just like on a loop. Dude, that was the most normal part of the show.
Oh my God.
About 10:45,
People hate this dude. I love how much I hate him. I think it's fun.
they covered Stairway to Heaven.
Yes.
8 minutes long.
Unnecessary.
On a piano, and they had
Yes.
they had these 6 druids pull like this like Virgin Mary thing,
insane.
dude. Pull this Virgin Mary looking thing throughout the whole arena.
Zeppelin cosplay.
They
Why not?
covered Space Oddity by Bowie, and he dressed up.
Okay. Oh.
He dressed up like a moon man. It was so fucking weird. So they played the same set list every night.
Okay.
Right? So we had it. My buddy Brendan goes, "You down to leave after 1979?" I go, "Sure."
100%. Yeah.
So it was about 10:30, 10:45 we left. It started at 8:30. 10:30, you know.
Jesus.
23 songs in, still had 10 more to go.
Yeah, I'm not game for that.
They went way past 11. They had Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray was
Left turn.
on the video screen as a vaudevillian comic
I'm good.
and would do like 5-minute soliloquies and be like, "Here's James Eha.
Nah.
And here's 1979.
Everything up until Mark McGrath, I was all in for.
Dude,
Now
it
I'm
was
out.
So fucked up and weird. And I was just like,
So how much of the band is still plays?
so it's 3 of the 4 original
Yeah.
members. Darcy's
Okay.
not in it.
Okay.
Darcy's not in
So
it.
bass players.
She got beef or she just sitting on money?
Yeah,
I
there's
think
something
they got
weird.
beef.
Yeah, there was
I don't
something
think
weird.
she's sitting on any money.
Okay.
The bass player was just like the guy in the back,
Yeah,
like in
yeah.
the dark, in the shadows. And then there were 3 guitar players. It was James Eha, Billy Corrigan, and then the dude that's been in Smashing Pumpkins for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they have 3 guitar players, which is unnecessary, but whatever.
A quick aside, does anybody know that the kid from Dillinger Escape Plan has been playing in The Prodigy?
No.
How
No.
bizarre is that? I didn't even know The Prodigy needed guitar players.
No. And he was in Suicidal too, right? Is that the same guy, Ben Weinman, or whatever?
Ben Wyman.
Good for him.
He can figure
Wiseman?
things out.
Wyman,
Wyman, something.
whatever. But he
He was in
I am a
Uprise too.
Firestarter.
But fucking,
Was he?
Yeah.
Mars County Youth Crew?
MCYC.
Amazing. And Arcane.
Yeah, he was an Arcane. That's true. Okay.
So then, all right.
Sorry to derail you.
Yeah, so speaking of derailing, I was on a train for 35 hours.
Yeah, how'd that go?
It was fun. It was a little weird.
Yeah.
Train people are weird.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
weird. Yeah.
It's a certain kind of folk that, you know.
Well, which folk are you talking about? Because
Yeah.
there's the people that I've ridden many trains, and there's people that seem like they somehow stumbled into a ticket but are broker than I am. And then there's people who are spending incredible
Copious
amounts
amounts of money. That.
Okay, that's the
latter.
weird one. Okay.
Yeah. Just
Like
people
wearing
like,
robes around the train.
they're like, we do this. Like, this is like the 6th time we've done this year. Like, kind of.
Oh, see
Wow.
that I'm talking about. The strangest to me is the guy who commutes by train, but more than 4 hours.
Yeah.
Speaking of-
that's a wild guy.
All right. So what they do, so I got a room, right? Which is literally, it's probably 5 feet wide, 7 feet deep.
It's a coffin just in
Yes.
case the train derails.
Yes. So like the 2 chairs become a bed. You just, whatever.
that's cool.
It's cool. Got to see a lot of beautiful stuff. I passed SpaceX, the Elon Musk place.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In the middle of
He was
nowhere.
outside waving to trains.
Yeah, he was like, "Hello, I'm getting ideas." So then, what they do is, so if you do the room, you get all your meals included.
Like that.
They have vegan meals at everything. So I had like vegan sausage. So, but the thing is, they let you have to sit with strangers.
Like
Nah.
in your little room?
No. It's in a dining car. You have to go to the dining car.
Okay.
Oh, right.
But you like, so it's like, all right, there's a family of 3. There's an extra seat there.
That's your seat.
That's
now.
yours, buddy.
Yeah.
So you
Oh,
get
weird.
yeah. And I'm not much of a stranger danger kind of guy. So I went once, and then I didn't eat for a day and a half.
Oh.
because I was like, I can't.
You
do
hate
this.
strangers that much?
Yeah.
I'll say this. In New York, some of these spots that, like, for example, Amelia would probably drag me to, there'll be
Like you said, like a bench.
yeah, there'll be chic spots, but it's a bench.
Yeah, get the fuck outta here. I don't wanna talk to any of you.
I get very, for a guy that talks on podcasts and shit.
Yeah,
right.
I am very anxious with people hearing my conversations when they're private conversations.
Yeah, and like it was like the first time I went, it was like a mother and son couple like together.
Okay.
The son was like 28, the mom was like 60. They're sharing a room. I was like, that's just weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
And a guy from Switzerland. It was interesting. So then I was like, I'm gonna skip out on this and maybe like eat whatever I brought. I brought like trail mix and stuff, and I just
You couldn't take anything back to the room?
no. But but so they tell you like there's also a cafe car.
You couldn't.
I'm
find
on a
that
fucking
shit.
moving thing. I don't know where that is.
Yeah.
So I missed out on that. So then the last day I was like, I gotta go to dinner. I'm fucking starving. So I get in there, literally no one else is in there. I get my own table by myself.
Rad.
Get like the Santa Barbara, like cliff views, incredible, like unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm about to leave. So they tell you very specifically, it's like, if you have a 5:00 reservation, don't come until we call you.
Yeah.
Every 85-year-old motherfucker at like 4:55 are like waiting.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So this dude comes in, he sits down, he's like, what are you eating there? And I was like, vegetarian pasta. He's like, vegan sausage. And he's like, oh, it's actually pretty good. It looks pretty hearty. He's like, I might try that. I'm like, you should. And
He dropped dead.
yeah, and then he died of a heart attack. So he goes,
Spreading the gospel.
I was like, did you get on in Seattle? And he's like, no, I got on in Portland. I was like, oh, so it's not as long. He goes, no, but he's like, actually, I took a train from Wisconsin to Portland to meet up. I mean, and he was like an affluent older gentleman.
Yep.
To take the train from, so Wisconsin to Portland, Portland to LA, LA to San Diego for a meeting.
So what rail baron were you hanging out with
I think
here?
I was with Lee Iacocca. I'm not 100% sure, but then I was like, so are you going to do the reverse trip back? He's like, I'm considering it.
So who was he meeting up with? The silver car from Monopoly? Or like, what's going on here?
He had a mustache and a monocle. It was weird.
I've said this before, though. That's the sort of like,
Yes.
I don't want wealth for a lot, except to take, like, not have to get in a plane. You know what I mean? Like,
It's a nice ride. I mean, like, if you're just like, fuck it, I'm like, it was fine. It was totally fine. A lot of the views were amazing. Some of it was kind of, there's a lot of tent cities on the West Coast.
oh, yeah.
Tons
yeah.
that I had never noticed. And I was like, oh, shit. And they're all near the train tracks.
Yeah.
Yep.
They call my name.
They
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I know.
Amelia kicks me out. Tomorrow it's a tent city
That's
for
true.
me.
On the West Coast. That's not even that bad.
No. That's I was like, yeah, well, you're in California. It's 85 degrees.
Is
I
that,
live here, too.
is that better than living in a house in Albany?
Look, my brother and I have both been broke as fuck at certain points in our lives, and we maintain better to be under a bridge in Southern California than to live
in a mansion
in New York, for example. I know that
Sure.
you resent that, but
I resent that a little bit.
I mean, this new apartment. Let's comment on this new
Oh, it's
apartment.
beautiful.
Let's
nice.
Let's mentally clap for my new place.
Yeah.
But this is if Amelia leaves me, I'm not keeping this place.
No.
First, I couldn't.
No, I
afford
gotta
it.
come pick up the equipment before he sells it.
I like how he goes, firstly, I couldn't afford. Yeah, like that was the only way you were getting.
But secondly, it's a bridge for me. It's
You're going to be a troll under a bridge.
It's a bridge in Southern California. I know the bridge that I want.
Mm-hmm.
It's in San Diego. I've staked it out. It's not too dangerous.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Would you bathe in the ocean? Or do you not bathe?
Well, in Southern California, imperative you bathe because there's so much of that dirty wind blowing on you all the time.
You gotta get clean.
So yeah, you got to get clean. So yeah, maybe the ocean for me. I love San Diego.
I mean, it's
Figure it out.
California. It's
Perfect.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So I took a 35-hour train ride to California.
Yes,
I met up with Rachel Rosen,
yes.
the greatest musician
In human history.
in Indecision. And most
In
Rich
indecision history. Yeah,
It's true. And it's about 5 people, so it's really
No,
not that. But she's
it's-
pretty
I
great.
mean, still impressive.
She's fantastic.
Shout out Rachel.
Rachel Rosen and Derek. So Kim Possible, our
Okay.
old friend Kim Possible.
Kim Yount.
Shout out.
Kim Yount, who, she's related to Robin Yount.
I
right?
do.
And when she's like Kim Yount, I'm like Robin Yount, she's like, that's like her uncle or something. But I think
something, yeah.
I probably was like the first idiot to be like, wait a minute. Like, can I get to meet Paul Mullen?
You mean
Like
the 3,000 hit club?
He went from shortstop
Robin
to
now?
center field with that banging ass mustache. My friend Kevin White, and I saw my friend Vadim. Do you remember Vadim from
do.
This Day
Vadim
Forward?
Tavar.
Of course.
I know
Great dude.
Vadim.
He got into UCLA. He's actually becoming a rocket scientist.
No shit.
Shout out
yeah.
UC System, and shout out to former Ben Salem, Pennsylvania resident Vadim.
That's
So-
true. And then I went to. Have you been to Capture Tattoo?
No.
So it's Dan Smith from LA Inc. or whatever.
Yep.
The nicest tattoo shop I've ever been in.
No shit.
Like, no exaggeration. It was like so. Everything was so pristine. It was very nice.
I like a hepatitis spot.
No, this is like no hepatitis, but like everything was like very nicely curated. I realized that I bought a print from him years ago for an ex-girlfriend, and you could get it personalized. So I had him personalize it to her, and when we broke up, she gave it back to me, and I was like, I don't want this. And she's like, why not? I'm like, it's got your fucking name on it.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do it. What, am I going to
Right.
hang this up
Yeah.
now? It
Yeah.
says like to ex-girlfriend's name from Tom. Like,
Yeah.
what am I doing with this?
My future partners will love it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to find someone named whatever this
Yeah.
woman's name is.
Yo, tattoo style, you just cross the name out.
This
Right.
is true. I should have brought it back if I would have known. But I saw it on the wall. I was like, I bought
That's
that.
the one.
It's embarrassing. Yeah, and I got tattooed by my buddy Bo Brady,
There you go.
an old friend of mine from Arizona. I met him when he was 17. And he came to a show with Most Precious Blood. I think it was like Andrew WK or Sick of It All. And they're like, do you guys want anything from Blockbuster? And I'm like,
Blockbuster.
What?
You say Swedish Fish.
So they were like, I don't know if it was only in Arizona or it was like world countrywide. If you can get past the front door at Blockbuster, they will not come after you.
Correct.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because someone had gotten murdered or like shot, like trying to like.
That's
get
a big thing.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize
Chase
that.
laws.
yeah.
So they were like, so what do you want? Like, we'll get you stuff for the van. So I'm like, we gave them like a list of movies that we wanted, and they only came back with Super Troopers, which was enough.
Yeah. Just one is better than 1,000.
Just one.
Did they put it in their pocket, or were they like, I'm hold it over their head and just run?
Like, I
through
think
the
they
gate?
did like the Heisman, and they just
Yeah,
like put it
yeah,
under their
yeah,
arm
yeah.
just for like fucking stiff arming people on the way out. And then
Hold on, old guy flashback. Does anybody remember when the persistent rumor was that you could line your book bag with duct tape to fool the
Censors?
The censors at FYE?
no,
No.
that's such bullshit. I'm sure.
No, I definitely. Nope. Don't. Yeah.
So yeah, it was a wonderful trip, and
That's awesome.
I'm back, and I'm
And
on a red eye.
Reinvigorated.
Red eye.
Big guy in a tiny airplane seat,
And
didn't sleep.
getting texts from Patrick and I. All right, you ready to get back on the chain gang here?
Yeah, and I skipped
I'm
the concert.
I'm proud of us for not addressing chain punk versus egg punk.
Someone
Someone asked me what it was, and I was like, I don't know what that
Proud
means.
of us.
I have the full definition.
I don't care.
I'm not
I want to
gonna-
live in.
You want to live free?
I want to
Yeah,
live in
let's
ignorance.
free.
I want to live in ignorance.
Live in
Yeah.
ignorance. It makes sense, but it also is awful.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
no.
And so, but
We'll live in
we
darkness.
Have we skipped you? Have
No,
we
I was going to
done-
ask Bob.
Okay.
We were going to do the he asked you, you guys
all
asked
right.
me,
Yeah,
I was going to ask Bob.
Please.
yeah,
I
I
think
think,
that's
I
how it
asked him and then I asked you, but that's okay.
Well, I mean, Bob is like the.
Hey,
Keeps
Bob, where
organized.
did you go?
Hey, Bob, what did you end up doing with yourself on your summer
I
vacation?
I went to Europe, and I went to the beautiful country of Belgium.
Beautiful.
I got to see a few friends. My friend Bjorn, my friend Vince. They're lovely families. So shout out Chrissy, Jeff, Sophia, and Stella.
Good
Good names, yeah.
Yeah.
I went to Antwerp and
Yes.
spent the day
Yeah.
kind of walking all around. We stayed in Brussels. We had a lovely dinner in Ghent.
You got any mussels in Brussels?
Amanda did.
All
I
right.
don't eat mussels. I think
right.
it's gross. I
Was that John-Claude Van Damme was in mussels
Yes.
in Brussels? All right.
Van Damme posters everywhere. He's
Still?
got some. He's got some big movie out right now, and it is obviously being promoted very strongly
yeah.
there. Belgium was cool. Went to Amsterdam.
Beautiful.
Amsterdam was amazing. Big shout out to Chris and Sarah and Liv for having us over for dinner.
Awesome.
Very cool. Had a really nice time.
You go to any museums or anything? Van
Yeah, I
Gogh?
went to. I almost fought a security guard at the Stedelijk, like a contemporary art museum. He, I almost fought him. So that was cool. I got in
We're not
trouble
getting any
with Amanda.
back.
He gave Easton a hard time. Easton touched something. He was not supposed to touch something.
So
I had
this
already corrected
4-year-old
him.
child touched something accidentally.
But then the security guard was like, "Don't touch it," and was like really going at him.
Right.
And I was like, "Oh,"
I got it, bro.
I was like, "Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you," and gave him the like, "I'm
Enough, yeah.
gonna kill you," and he tried to keep going with that, and It all worked out fine. But there was a very nice museum.
You tell me you're going to waffle him?
No,
Nobody?
if I go back to Belgium in the next
No, the Belgian
12
waffle is
years,
good.
really good. I ate like 5 of them. If I go back to Belgium in the next however long, I will be going to Amsterdam rather. I'll be going to that museum to look for that guy.
Wow.
Amanda doesn't listen, so I'm not that worried about this part. And then
I'm going to Amsterdam. I'll be back tomorrow. What?
I know. So figure that out. Give
like
me a
Liam
roadie
Neeson.
spot. Get Drug Church on.
I'll be there soon.
Can we go to Amsterdam?
I'll just draw a picture of him. I don't know his name.
I just listened to an interview with Eugene Robinson from Oxbow, who he interviewed Chuck Zito years earlier, and just referenced how Chuck Zito was an ill fit for Hollywood because he would end up beating so many people up. And when asked, he never really expanded. He would just go, he was a very disrespectful person. So I think that's a fun line to use from now on. So like,
He's a very disrespectful person.
Yeah, instead of explaining anything,
That's that's what I told the other security guard who, when I was stalking around, I said that is a very rude man. Was what I think I said. And he said yes, he is, which was somewhat diffusing. I felt good when he was like, he is.
Like, that guy's known for being a dick.
He
I was
can
like,
be a
yeah. So and then we went to Copenhagen, Denmark, a beautiful city where we got to swim in the canals.
Right.
They cleaned the canals up, and it was crystal clear.
Wow.
Crystal clear jellyfish almost all over the
That's
place.
scary.
But not the stinging kind.
Okay.
I jumped off some 40-foot kayak slide thing that was in the water.
All
Saw my friend Rich Peruzzi, so shout out Rich.
Does he live there now?
He's lived there for 5 years.
I don't really know that well, clearly.
Dick
Dedication.
He was in the Dedication. He was in Stop and Think. He was in Sex Positions.
Right.
Yes. And he's in a band Hypnotic, and he's in another band whose name I can't remember, but Hypnotic is really good. And so I'd recommend them. And Copenhagen was beautiful.
I've never been to
very
Denmark.
expensive.
Really?
Very expensive food. But quality of life seemed amazing there. So
Very cool.
we were there for 10 days.
Nice.
I think Denmark's the
Europe was
only
cool.
place that I've been that I actually saw some of. Tom, you've played enough shows in Europe that I'm sure you've had this conversation with locals about. I think we've talked about it on this podcast. Like, the Nazis are coming. Now we have to lock down the venue and all that.
We're taking away all the ladders.
Denmark's the only spot that I actually saw that play out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was outside of venue. After the whole tour, I was like, yo, every fucking venue you tell me Nazis are a liability. Right. There's finally some fucking shit in the street.
Wow.
It was interesting.
Yeah. Let's see. No Nazis in Denmark that I saw, but it was nice. It was pleasant time. I don't know what to say about it. It was a nice time.
Ethan like it?
Europe, yeah.
Europe. Liked it. Didn't like walking around that much.
That's a lot of walking.
He walked all
Amsterdam's
over the place.
a lot because you're going over the canals and
He
stuff.
was walking out. He walked all over Belgium. Might have well walked the whole trip. Went to the red light district in Amsterdam. It was fine. Nothing. Easton did not go.
I would hope not.
But it was not.
It's very surreal.
It was cool.
Yeah.
It was fun. I was like nonplussed by it, to be honest. I was like, this is cool. Like, I get it.
Did Amanda come with you?
She had gone there before, and then we went back to the hotel.
You
and
go
she's-
by yourself.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna go peruse.
No,
the
she was
merchandise.
like, she was just like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go check this out.
Can I get a 50?
She knew I had all that cash, but she's like, yeah, I'm just gonna chill here. All right, cool. So
We went
it was
just
fine.
to see,
Yeah.
no bullshit. Like,
Yeah,
we didn't do anything. We just went to be like, I wonder what this is like. And it's like, this is exactly what I thought it would be like. This is weird.
The only thing
I was super awkward about it. I didn't feel comfortable about it. And I know Ink and Dagger, the singer, went back there. Like,
I had a good time, probably.
got robbed via shotgun. Before a show, we were playing with them and they refused. He showed up and he's like, I was at the red light district. Someone pulled a shotgun on me and
Now I'm
stole all my money.
penniless.
Yeah.
Well, when I was there, there were like police trucks driving around pretty visibly. Got offered cocaine at least 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a very shady place, but I don't feel unsafe there.
No, I didn't. It was very flattering. Like I did.
Everywhere you walk, people are going.
Well, there was a lot of window tapping, which was nice.
Yeah.
But also I looked around. I was like, man, there's some mutant people out here. And
How
what
many
I wasn't.
blocks is it, would you say? Is it a block?
Oh no, it's
No,
like
no.
20. But there's little alleys. You know what I mean?
Right. So
it's
so
like
I went to like alley.
I would say that it's probably only literally 4 blocks.
Yes.
However, what Bob's saying is true. Is that there's these little
like offshoot alleys. Kind of thing.
and in the
Tributaries.
alleys, yes, are all the. So there's the
main drag.
The main drag, which I don't know that.
I think it's one full one road on either side of the canal. There's a whole row, and then there's one on the side of it that's a row, and then there's many tributaries that are alleys
that feed into the main delta.
Yes, and it's an interesting.
Very interesting. That was the reason I told Amanda. Amanda knew I was going there for more of science, weird.
Yeah, I don't think
human.
she was thinking.
Oh, I'll put my headphones on and walk around for 2 hours.
It was great. I just the one thing I was really disappointed in was seeing. I saw some guys who were younger, but who were essentially harassing some of the women. Not in a sexual, but in a taunting way. Go take a shower or something.
A shaming
one of them.
way.
Yeah, a shaming way. And I was like, why are you here?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah,
and
it seems like you showed up to the wrong venue for this.
Correct.
A lot of British tourists in Amsterdam.
A lot of Americans.
Oh, yeah?
A lot of Americans in Amsterdam.
The British ones are the ones that it's the only. Actually, Amsterdam's the only place where on tour in Europe with a black girl, the only place that somebody said something rude was Amsterdam. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting place. Interesting times. Fun summer vacation.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Back.
So what kind of episode is this?
It is a new music listening party.
Oh, wow. Oh, there it is.
Yo,
That's for my Facebook friends.
Yo, so everyone knows we're fans of the horn.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only talking to you guys.
It ain't stopping.
Everyone else is fucking, eavesdropping. You know
As
what I'm
they
saying?
say, we ain't gonna stop. Fuck you.
Oh, wow.
Can't stop, won't stop.
So
Living by the.
a lot of
That was a
music.
Madball mix.
A lot of music.
So much.
And here's the deal. We get so ambitious on this, and we're like, let's do all 50.
And then we talk for an hour
Then
about.
we ramble
Yes.
about this shit
so,
too.
So let's see how far we get. There's some that we got to touch on.
Yes.
And some that
That
we,
are timely.
And I got 10 that we didn't even put on any of this list.
Holy
God.
So we're not going to touch on those
Right.
today.
Okay. So let's just kick it off.
Let's go.
All right. I'm going to direct us a little bit to stay focused.
Yes. Stay focused.
Here's a little band from New Jersey. New Jersey doing a lot of shit. And there's
Yes.
2 on my list from New Jersey this episode. And then there's at least another 2 Jersey bands that I like. So Jersey.
Like ever? Or
No, currently, I think Jersey. Now Bob is in the shit over there, so
He's in the shit.
So he could tell us better.
And the
But
Spank episode explained a lot of it.
it feels though like Jersey treats itself like a very big state when to me it's not, right? Because you have different parts of Jersey that don't even fuck with each other
No,
necessarily.
yeah, that's been true
It's
for a
such
long time.
Big state.
It's it's population density. You got to remember that.
To me, that's like a weird thing because
There's the Pine Barrens, where there's nobody, and then there's.
But then everywhere else, though, think about
Very,
this.
very
it's
concentrated,
the most densely populated state in the country.
what do we learn from the musical Oklahoma? Territory folks should stick together. That's what I say about Jersey.
I hear it.
You get together on that unity shit.
It's
Jersey.
it's an interesting piece because I actually mentioned this about the MCYC because those dudes were the group of guys who were just older than me, and they were always super cool. And I credit them. I think the dude Matt Molnar, the dude who we're gonna have on in a couple weeks, is a great friend of mine, Dave. Those dudes and all the guys around him were cool dudes from North Jersey. Who, when all the younger people from the shore started coming around, they were all cool to us. And there's been a schism there between North Jersey and South Jersey. Or not even North and South, but North and the shore. South Jersey is Philadelphia.
Yeah, when you say, I always thought Asbury Park, South Jersey.
No,
it's
that's the
Central.
shore.
Yeah.
Because South Jersey is a different thing,
Yeah,
you,
it's Atlantic
from
City.
Asbury Park, you still got an hour and a half to
yeah.
drive to get to Cape May. So
Well, here's a Jersey band, Prospect, who I didn't know shit about.
from the shore, from Howell.
Okay. I'm just going to play a song. Let's get into
Buddy
it.
Sean. Boom, do it.
Fast drums.
Yeah, good recording.
Partly vocals.
I do like it.
I like anything that sounds like everything's a group vocal, even when it's
I
not.
love group vocals. Not enough of them. Great
See-
bass sound, too.
Well, that's when you're going
This
that's
is
that fun rock shit that I
Yeah.
like. Because too much rock, we all hate it.
I think they have a right tasteful.
Yeah.
It's anthemic without being hokey.
Anthemic is just the word. This is anthemic shit.
Do you get like a Dano Mahoney vibe from the vocals a little bit?
Dano meets Boston.
I can see that.
So Boston was what I thought, but Dano might.
It's there's something else that we're gonna listen to that's way more Boston.
Yeah,
No,
but
there's something on this list that has a Slapshot Hart.
Yep. So this also has kind of like a punky, almost street punk vibe to it too, but still hardcore, and you can really like this part. Like that's cool.
You can tell they don't know how to play their instruments too.
And like that slow down to a tempo change, real nice. You got the break.
You know what though? Like you said, if you have a good drummer, you're ahead of the game.
Yeah,
These dudes
100%.
Have a good drummer.
Well, and a drummer who can do different things
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Good tempo change, not just the same.
Good mosh.
Yeah, it's actually probably the more punk rock-ish parts of this.
Yeah.
that make
Pull you in.
yeah, which is weird for me because I don't necessarily need that type
No,
of.
but it's what makes this stand out from the crowd.
Did they have?
Right.
We talked over it. We'll probably over here. Did they do like the reverse thing that you do in the Outburst song? Like,
Oh,
Yeah,
I think they did. I love that.
Yeah.
So,
good
so
production thing.
I really liked this, and let me just talk about a thing that I had a very like strong impression of this when I listened to it this
I'm
afternoon.
surprised you played it first. That's cool.
Well, I wanted to address it because this song Bootlicker, right? Now, this record in particular seems to be aimed at this moment. And now it's hardcore. Hardcore has been anti-racist from jump, right?
Yeah.
But...
Well,
well,
there's some
but-
sketchy dudes out there, but yeah.
But, yeah, sure. Yeah, the face of hardcore has been anti-racist since jump.
I would hope so.
Let's say
Yeah,
that.
I'd like to think so.
But in 2018, these are conversations that we're having in the public, like in the larger cultural sphere, nonstop.
Right, but I think people also kind of like push away from it too and don't have.
Yes, I think in hardcore, which is so strange, we've gotten kind of softer on this.
Right.
While the larger world has gotten
Like
Harder.
stepped up finally. They followed hardcore's lead 20 years after the fact.
So there's songs on this that are just straight up like, oh, hey, you're racist? I'll cave your skull in. I'm sick of your shit, right? But this song spoke to me because I feel like it's singing at me.
Are you a racist?
Nah, but but it's talking. It seems to be about people that are just cynics and second guess everybody's intentions and are sort of like laugh at or
People's like misfortune?
No,
Oh.
like dismiss efforts.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, okay.
like people out there that are trying shit. There's a cynical asshole that's just
Yeah.
like, what?
Oh yeah, anyone who's putting their neck out there, someone can be like, "Look at
Right.
you, cornball."
And I'm that guy.
Oh, so you feel triggered?
No, I feel great about this because. So a thing we talked about when we played Hearse on this shit is, as a bunch of cis dudes in the room, presumably, it would be easy to jump to are they singing about me? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, right?
You want some Carly Simon on this or
Like,
what?
well-
You're so vain.
Well, that's the
You
thing,
think
though,
the song
right?
is written
Like, since I was straight edge and vegan, like the whole time, like Earth Crisis
In the 1870s, yeah.
in the 1870s, Earth Crisis never offended my sensibilities, but I had friends who found it offensive, right? Like who felt targeted by the rhetoric.
But did that say something about them?
No, I mean,
Not in a bad way. I'm not saying that in a bad way, but I feel like, like when I listen to Public Enemy, I didn't feel like, oh, fuck.
oh yeah, this white skin of mine.
Yeah, I never felt, but maybe that's my own ignorance and stupidity. But like at the time, I was like, I don't think they're talking necessarily. I don't know.
Here's the thing, though. Let's say that
Isn't
we're-
it about asking that question? though?
Oh, yeah, I mean, it makes you
even
think.
if it's not
Of
about
course,
you,
of
it's not
course,
about
right.
you, but it makes you think about it. Like,
Yeah.
what makes me different from that?
Right.
I think that, and look, this might be, if somebody wants to dissect this and talk about my privilege, they can. Target my worldview and sensibilities all day because I'll still listen. You know what I mean? Like,
Right,
this is
right.
fun for
Right,
me.
you're not-
Well, and I think it's a worthwhile thing, and it's probably something people who do bands should probably think about. Is that idea like it's a cool topic to hit? Anyways, it's not something people say all the time. It's like, yeah, there is that cynical douche who's going to come at you, and especially in the day and age, as you said, of the moment. It's a whole lot easier to clown on someone on Twitter about the efforts they're making than actually making efforts yourself.
Sure.
So
But I'm saying I can definitely be. You've seen me be that
course,
cynic. I second guess everybody's intentions. So like to me, this was aimed at me shitting on me, and I still thought it sounded fucking really good. and also like was like, yeah, I can be sort of a douche sometimes. You know what I mean? So
I like that a lot.
I enjoyed the shit out of it.
Where can we find that?
You can find that at Prospect NJ.
NJHC.
No HC.
Oh, okay.
Just prospectnj.bandcamp.com.
And it's on Spotify.
And it's on
Sick.
Spotify.
All right.
And this record is called No Other Way. And that song that we just heard is called Bootlicker. I think this whole thing is pretty worthwhile. This is pretty good.
It's actually kind of talked about this. They stepped up really big.
I like that a lot.
I think they found their sound, and they're working on getting out there and playing a lot of shows. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like to hear it.
So we're going to go next with Perfect World. Does anybody know anything about this?
I know everything about it.
Yeah. Shout out Chad.
Chad and Brian and Jay and
Mike Egan.
Yes. Is he Nauer or never?
He was Nauer.
He was Mike Nauer.
He was Nauer.
Bunch of dudes that live in Brooklyn. Been around for a long time. Just Brian was in the People's War.
Yep. And Chad was in Masterpiece from San Diego.
That's right.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, fast, like straightforward hardcore, really super heavy, smart lyrics.
All right,
I like it a lot.
I'll tell you what, since they do...
Oh, can I also, the one
Please.
thing that they did, which I thought was great.
Yes.
So they have, way back in, I don't know if you remember, like back in the day, bands would set up like 800 numbers you could call.
Yeah.
They set up an 800 number, let me pull it up, that you can call, listen to part of the demo, and leave them voicemails.
Yeah, that's great.
Which is amazing. So please be nice. If you do
or
call.
don't. Maybe they'll be. Maybe they love the negative shit too.
That's true. I think
Tell them you heard it from Axe to the Grind.
I think they're hoping like for some stuff that they could put on like the next recording that they
sure.
do. Yeah, but it's like super heavy. You want to play it, and I'll pull up the
good idea.
number
Yeah.
so you can call. Like, and I'll do my best DJ radio voice, like 1877.
So this band, Perfect World, keeps the song short. Let's give one a shot.
Oh, can I pick this?
Yeah,
up?
you can.
Give me. I can't read it. Sorry. Oh, my glasses. Breaking news is the song.
All right.
That's the hit. Early.
Like the speed.
Yeah.
Guitar sound is nice.
And a little AN vibe.
Nice little build up. Yeah. North, south, east, and west.
Yeah. I mean, that part has been done. Yeah. Hard. And I think they recorded this in like a day or something. Like, it sounds great.
Oh, hey.
Wow, into the death metal growl.
Oh, see, I was thinking more of like he was getting on that bitter end.
Yeah, I can hear that too.
Let's have some fun with this vocal thing.
Vocals are burly, but not reminiscent of anything, like off the top of my head.
Well, and not go. They're clear in a
Yeah,
burly
you
way.
can
You
actually
can understand what the
words.
guy's saying,
Which is big
Makes
for me,
sense.
man.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. And I know I'm biased, but I really like.
Well,
I'm
and to
very
me,
psyched on it.
and to me, it's cool. They'd be a nice addition to what's going on in New York right now.
New York needs something.
New York needs.
What's
There's some
going on?
bands. There's some Combust.
Sure. Oh yeah. No.
You know,
of course,
there
of course.
are bands, and but it's
Illusion,
nice.
right? Illusion's from
Illusion,
here now.
another band we were talking about shortly. Akulu, it's a New York band, but there's
Sure.
a nice mix of different stuff. But if this band can kind of figure it out and play some shows, that's cool.
So book them. Oh, so the number 1. I didn't even know this was a toll free number. 1-833 NYC.
Yo, you got to call that just to call it.
Should we call?
fucking cool.
Yeah,
Can we
let's
call
call
it right
it
now?
Cool.
Here,
See what
go
they
for it.
say. Yeah, give it a ring. So you can hear that. You can reach that at Bandcamp at perfectworldnyc.bandcamp.com.
Welcome to the Perfect World Hotline. To listen to the song Reaching Out from the 2018 demo, press 1. To leave a message, press 2. Listen to the rest of the demo at Perfect World. Please leave a message after the tone. When finished, you may either hang up or press 1 for more options.
Yo, this is the gang from Axe to Grind. My name's Bob,
I'm Patrick.
I'm Tom.
and you're listening to Perfect World.
Thank you very much for this clever marketing ploy.
This is, you know what? Just how Axe to Grind started on a group chat. This idea also started on a group chat.
There you go. That's definitely what they needed.
And we're going to do more prank calls later. So just send us your phone numbers. We'll call you.
Perfect World. Check that shit out. Book them.
Okay.
Direct us, Captain Patrick.
Do we want to do something? You know what? I feel like
Let's get geographic. Let's get far away. We've done New York. We've done New Jersey.
Okay. Here's the deal. I'm going to take us far away in a couple respects because I feel like this episode has got a lot of New York-ish sound going on. And to break that up, I'm going to take us to Seattle with a completely different fucking sound. And this band is... I don't know why I became familiar with this. I think it might be in the Atomic Action Sphere, right? I think it might be like some of their homies. The band is called Fucked and Bound.
Wow.
And it is that sort of like very willfully ugly material. It's the music is as ugly as the name. You know what I mean?
That name is like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So let's see. We'll pick a short-ish one. Oh, wow. They're all short.
We'll pick a 37-second song.
Yeah, we're going to... Wow. They really... They waste no time. Let's go with the song Terror by Fucked and Bound.
Terror.
And this came out earlier this year, but I feel like, at least in the hardcore sphere, this is getting overlooked when it could fall in for a lot of people.
Right, sure.
Let's see.
I mean, I'm not as well schooled in it as you are, but this gives me like a For National Rise vibe.
A bit. You know what's interesting is the music and vocals don't feel congruous.
Yeah.
But it's sort of interesting. This could be on Prank.
Yeah. There you go. 65.
But there's a bit of that like metal in the vocals. And their chops, they can play. Drummer's only doing this fast thing though.
You can almost tell he's a good drummer. He or she. Just by like, oh, it's a fast beat, but it's like, you could do something. I think.
I want to hear it. Let's get one more. That was only...
Okay. We'll let it play.
Suffrage into...
Zero fucks. No, with Terror into Zero fucks. I want to say that the woman that sings for this band also sings maybe in He Whose Ox's Gourd.
Oh, my Emergency Devil.
Is that right?
It's like so much Emergency Devil.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got more of a gallop here.
A lot of butt flaps. Bringing back chaos and chaos.
Yeah, but you know what I'm seeing? You know what I'm thinking is I'm seeing more Kylesa shirts. I'm seeing there might be a Coliseum shirt in the crowd.
But this isn't door guy metal.
No, it's not a lineup.
No, it's not. This is the cool version.
I would say there's some door guy in this though.
Like they could be a Tompkins Square Park circle pit.
It could be, but I'm seeing...
That's a large conversation that I want to have this episode. This presentation, how much it is everything. Because you're right, this could be time.
This could be,
Or it could be a bunch of like rant, like clean cut.
or it could be they play the bar and people with the beer case just chilling, but not moshing. No moshing.
No.
Just, I like this, but the songs aren't grabbing me, and so maybe I'm gonna have to dig into the whole record because the style's there. I'm hearing prank record style. I think the vocals are really strong.
Yeah.
They're gnarly, but then there's also the music's good. I just didn't. Both those songs were charging, but to what end? You know what I mean? There wasn't. I wasn't building to anything, and
Well done. There's no memorable.
Really
like,
well done. Yeah.
So for people at home, that's Fucked and Bound, spell it out, .bandcamp.com.
Is that an ampersand or is that a full AND?
That's a full A&D.
Got it.
So, okay. That took us a little far afield.
I did that stuff,
Seattle,
though.
Washington. Yeah, we need some variety because we're gonna get into some stuff I really fucking like, but it's in a space.
Got
you know
it.
what I mean? So I'm gonna break us off with something that I think we all got strong feelings on, and that's that new Ikulu,
Yes.
which
Kulu.
I've never heard a band name so bad in my life.
Yo, really? I think it's that bad?
I think it's atrocious. There's nobody that I've met because I've been big upping this band. I think this is really exceptional at what it is, and I've been big upping it to everybody, and not a single person can remember the name 2 seconds after I
Right.
give it
I
to them.
think-
Ubuntu or yeah.
I think it's neutral because it's its own thing. So if they start playing, people are going to
You're not going to get confused. With
Yeah, you're not
somebody
going to
else.
confuse
There's
it.
no confusion in the
You
marketplace.
can't. You
Right.
can Google it. You know what I mean? Like there was some band we did, and the name was so generic. You Google it, and it's like
I think that's half of
Yeah,
the
it's
bands that we
tough.
talk about. All right, so this is called The Ruminator, and wait a second.
No, you know what?
We're
Do
gonna
SOD. Do the last song.
Okay, this song is SOD, Sanctuary of, what word is that? Depression. Let's do it.
This band has a lot going on. I thought this song was a good example of that. Only 3 songs on this demo release, kind of, and 7-inch coming on Triple B, as we said. Just from those guitar leads, you should kind of get a feel.
Yep.
This is a long one.
It's long as hell.
Yeah,
We're
long
gonna
intro.
have to talk about something during this.
So this is dudes from Countdown.
Okay.
It's also people who are in Illusion currently. I think they actually, there's a big overlap. The vocals are super strong.
So good. So like this is to a not as high pitch as Leeway, but in that vibe, and I love the like echoey. It's so New York hardcore, like the echoey. Like I'm in the room with the microphone, but the microphone's across the room from me. Like I love that sound.
So
that's so quintessential late '80s NY shit.
And on the first 2 songs, I'd say he gets closer to Killing Time, but also with a little bit of the singy piece, his vocals just sound great. This song is the one I wanted to play because you're getting New York crossover into this weird part. It's almost like DC-ish, posty, and then the song also pulls in some like Inside Out-ish kind of groovy, and like think about like the Inside Out melodic songs. If I don't try to fall, like I see some of that. This. I mean, you can also point to stuff like Iron Age or like Nuclear Assault for a more classic reference. With just the guitar sound is so sharp. If you compare this, the singer of this band sang in Countdown, whose vocals are light years better on this. And a lot of people really like doing that. They're really good.
So the guitar reminds me of Secret Truth.
No, yeah.
Is it Secret Truth or is it But I like this.
You know where I fall on shit like this, which is people who have. Is this the guest vocalist? This one features somebody.
I
Is this
think
the same
so.
kid or different kid?
Yeah.
So, as a dude who has been playing music for a long time, I get off on people getting better. I think that's so cool. And when people dial it in after years of either being in the same band or being in 6 bands, it's just cool shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So, I
The band
didn't.
is fully New York based.
Is that right?
Yes.
I didn't know who these dudes were before I was told.
Yeah.
And I was blown away. But the fact that they have an ongoing resume makes a lot of sense to me.
Well, and to me, Illusion has a new 7-inch coming out. And people are saying it's awesome. Haven't heard any of it yet. But this is really good. So this is setting a high bar.
I just want to point out, I think that we are largely adult professionals Not. It's a stretch for me, but not.
Me too. Tom's looking at both of us going, you really? You guys? Is that what you go for?
Playing fast and loose with professional.
Not.
Well, you get paid to do something.
Yeah, right. But we're not.
Sometimes.
We're not like stinky basement designers, right?
That's true.
But friend of the podcast, a very personal friend of mine, Amelia, just walked into our house and said she now smells. We got some fast food. It smells. I got you.
White Castle.
You want to crack a window?
We should.
You got any candles or something?
We'll light some candles.
I mean, I showered like an hour. It's definitely not me.
It's
Well,
almost
it's not.
certainly me.
Yeah, you do smell a little
It's
bit.
almost
That's okay.
certainly,
Yeah, a little putty.
You don't. I haven't left the house for a
know.
weekend in 2 days.
I love
So
that.
fucking awesome.
You know what?
Now, motherfucker.
I look.
Who's got
Nice.
But the difference is, people tell you when I don't leave the house for 2 days, that's me in my glory. That's like me.
Getting in fucking Wikipedia hole.
Oh God.
So
Here's
here's
a
the
little
deal.
long.
It's a little long, but it's the third song. So this isn't. If you thought this was long, just go listen to the other songs. They're half the. They're still long. I'm impressed. I'm so impressed by this.
I'd like to see this live. See how it
They
comes
haven't
across.
played a show yet.
Never.
They're about to, very soon, in a couple weeks. I think it's in Bizarre. So I'm excited to see this band. Very curious. The singer of the band's Chris X. He does a bunch of artwork.
Okay.
Chris Wilson. And yeah, a talented dude.
Where can we find that?
You can find that at fucking Akulu.
EKULU.
Not fucking. Take away. No fucking.
No, look. This is the worst
Akulu.
name. It's not too late to change your name. You haven't played a show. Change your name.
I like the name.
Well, I would love to know what it means.
They just rearranged the letters from ukulele.
It's ekulu.bandcamp.com. And this one gets kind of my highest recommendation because even if you don't like it, even if this isn't your style, I really think that this was delivered with such professionalism and like such care that it's difficult to hate on. So
Yeah, this is I would say this is the tops. We still have to do our place in our show for our second and thirds.
It's not a
here.
competition.
Yeah, I know what competition
art,
means.
Art is not a competition.
No,
my
I think
dude.
they're all,
There's a lot of great stuff actually, and that's the reason we're doing this.
we don't play bad stuff. Well, we might later on just to shit on it.
I mean-
just to cleanse the palate.
Also,
and change up.
yeah, and straight
Too much
up,
good stuff.
we also, let's get this out of the way. We do this every time we do our little listens. If we're talking about you, trust it is a benefit to you. You know what I mean? Like, not because we're the biggest figures in the world, but because it benefits you, no question, to have someone bring you into a conversation that other people will then feel totally compelled to check you out. So even if you are getting talked about on this podcast and we say that you're not there yet, or if we go to that next place and say you fucking suck, that's still going to be a couple thousand people that check you out on the chance that they want to clown you and end up loving it. So don't get salty is what I'm trying to say here. So
Stay hydrated.
stay hydrated. Exactly. You don't want to get...
Stay hydrated. Don't be salty. Stay hydrated.
What happens if you retain water when you don't? You
Stay
know?
bloated.
Yeah. So what direction do we want to
Keep
go?
that same energy.
Let's go for. Let's head to Philadelphia.
Okay. I got something for you.
Do we have to? Can I stay in
Yo,
Camden?
let's- I
Can you
know.
play the
Oh my
songs
gosh.
across the river so I don't have to actually go into
Yeah,
Philadelphia?
you can just you can stay over there.
You know,
I'll be in Trevose.
You'll be
I'll be in Ben Salem.
Feasterville and Trevose. Wow.
Meet me in
Wow.
Polanka Park.
We'll you can be in the River Shark Stadium over in Camden,
Okay.
Campbell's Field.
Me and Andy Scorpolo watching minor league baseball. Got it.
They're unaffiliated, so he's less interested.
Oh, okay. They're like independently.
Yeah.
I got asked on this tour, what are your least favorite cities in the United States? And I had to say Philadelphia was right up there.
Philadelphia's just triggering.
New York
it-
is number one, clearly.
No, New York,
New York's a good city.
nah, I would never say that.
It's a great city. Go
I
fuck
no,
yourself.
never
It
say
is.
that. It's a terrible city. But Houston, Detroit, and Philadelphia all feel like my skin is rotting when I'm there.
Houston's not a good city. Detroit, I haven't spent enough time. Philadelphia,
Spent a year
I've
there one
spent
day.
plenty of time.
I told you last time I was in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And I was walking down the street. I was on the phone. I looked down and I realized I was ankle deep, and I'm saying high ankle, shin deep in garbage. And it wasn't my fault. Like, I walked into the only place.
You were in Center City. You were walking by the City Hall.
I mean, I was
Broad
just,
Street.
it was seriously like it was unavoidable
It's
garbage.
like the Star Wars trash
Yes,
compactor scene?
exactly.
Got
I was
it.
waiting for something to grab me from
But
underneath.
the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
Oh, well, then fuck it then. All right, never mind.
They got a jail in their stadium.
I take it all back. Okay, so
Can we
here's the
crack a
deal.
window because those Impossible Burgers are.
Yeah. Okay, we smell a little bit like Impossible Burger. We'll crack. I'm going to start playing this. This is a band called Fixation. Okay.
Ooh,
When
Philadelphia.
I first heard the name, I was hoping for a dead guy vibe.
So was I. Been listening to a lot of Dead Guy this past week. It's even better than we remember. Here's a song called Coward by Fixation. Oh, no, that's 18 seconds. We're going to go with Marked, which is 53 seconds
It's
long.
hot outside.
This,
Yeah, I know, but it's better than the smell.
we're right now for people at home, we're weighing if we want to sweat or smell.
Yeah, I mean,
What are we going
Amelia
with?
thinks it smells. So I
Yeah,
mean,
okay. It's her house. Okay.
Sorry.
It's your
So,
house for sure.
This is a song called Marked, and it's by Fixation, a band that I was confident I did not like. But
just from first listen, yeah.
I think I listened to. So here's the deal: some of these songs that I've listened to before appear again on this on this LP, and I thought I did not like
EP.
Yeah, that's right. Nothing's over a minute, and I thought that I did not like this band, but I must have been in the right mindset. 'Cause
Yeah, I understand.
This hit me.
I got one like that.
All right.
Like deep voice.
Fast.
Oh yeah, this is a standout track to me too. A little bit of a rockin' guitar vibe.
So here's the deal. That song may not have highlighted it as much as I'd like, but I'm giving this vocals of the week.
Really? Wow.
Yes, I really. So what sold this band, who I think are largely doing, there's a lot of Boston in this too. They're doing something I've heard a million times in my life. I don't necessarily need it unless it's above average. And while the playing is good, I really thought that the vocals kicked it over the goalpost for me.
So what this is doing, which I think is really interesting, I think they're taking cues from the band Tear It Up from the early 2000s, thrash kind of stuff, but really that band Rival Mob,
There you
who,
go.
if you want the reference, it's some point in the 2000s. You can go back as far as like say stuff like Stop and Think, but definitely when you hit Mental, and then definitely Rival Mob, bands like Waste Management, bands like No Tolerance, was this group of Boston bands who kept kind of some of the Boston traditions,
Like the
Exclaims, the slap shots, that kind of thing. But then said, well, we're going to keep that, but we're going to strain 80% New York hardcore through 25% Boston. And I know those numbers don't add up, but we're going to see what comes out.
You're going to give it 105%.
And it's where the Boston and New York sounds get kind of intertwined. And that's what a lot of that Rival Mob sound. And that is a lot of what I heard is that you hear some of those tones, but there's breakdowns and the vocals. This dude has a lot of personality, which I think
I like personality
shines
in
through.
vocals.
And that song wasn't even maybe his strongest vocal performance on the record.
No,
but this is a cool record. It's out on War Records out of LA. Who's doing some
Strife.
other stuff. Yep, he's doing some other stuff that's really cool. This is one of them.
They hit up a band that we talked about. That's what I heard.
It's cool.
I won't break it.
And this band, I think they got some other side projects, but they were in bands before. And currently, one of the bands, the guitar player Mikey, shout out, does is called Drowse. Kind of really noisy, but not very metallic. Just really sort of Youth Attack, but like dirtier than that, even. So check that band out
that.
too.
Yeah, vocals of the week for Patrick. That's
What's their lane? Like Fixation, what do they play straight up hardcore shows? Are they more like the DIY kind of thing? Or
okay, so
Oh, these dudes are going all at it. They've been touring like crazy. Have they been in California already? They might have been there twice.
Goddamn, okay.
I think I saw they're playing. Either they just played or are playing a show in California.
Yeah,
that's somebody like a notable one.
Yeah, they're just going full at it with touring, and it's cool because I don't think there's been many bands like this getting out of Philly and playing out of like the niche basement world. It's not to say there isn't. There's a ton of fast hardcore from Philly, but it's all playing the West Philly basements and kind of staying there. Maybe they cruise up to Brooklyn once.
Sure.
This band's out there touring hard. Super stoked for them. I think I'm excited to see what they do next, actually. I think this is a band who, if they keep going, could be really good. Well, let's play another song by them. Okay. That's nice.
There's actually there's a nice short one here that I think is really fun. So it'll give this kid's vocals a chance to do their thing, I think.
To pop. Mm-hmm.
It's a short one. It's called Coward. It's 18 seconds long.
Yes.
Boom. Gotta love that. I like that.
That's what it's like on Agnostic Front, United Blood.
Yeah, that's
the song
what I'm here
Fight.
for. Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. So
I'm
props
here
to
for. I like that.
Yeah. So check that out. I think you made a good point. In the same way that at various times in New York, there's been that sort of stratification between the CB scene and the ABC scene. Philadelphia does its traditional hardcore scene and then its basement scene. We've talked about it here,
and that's been forever.
Right.
Forever.
And the bands that play the DIY kind of things are oftentimes very traditional hardcore.
Yeah, it's just kids that
which is weird. Like,
Well, in Philly, it's funny because it's flipped. They have a very large, heavier scene.
Yeah.
And the more straightforward stuff either leans heavy and tries to play with that, or it leans fast and it goes and plays the basements.
So,
Right.
But here's what's interesting to me is that so Drug Church and Self Defense have played basements in Philly with some really sort of talented acts.
No question.
The Philly that Philly basement is a place that I don't necessarily love, right? Like it's not a place I want to be. But I will say, as far as like locals that I've played with, Philadelphia in those weird little pockets that are often like self-segregating, there's like a lot going on. And look, everybody's got their own ambitions. They can do what they want with their careers, but I think some of these bands should get out more. And
I
Fixation
agree.
seems to be one of them.
And
You know what I mean? So
Fixation's
it's good.
actually getting out, and I think I hope it's a good example for bands. And they're kind of doing the thing that I would encourage a lot of young bands to do, is just go and play whatever you can. And just play to mix scenes. And they got a sound that appeals broadly, and I think that's the move. I think there's a lot that they could do from here. So
Yeah. Okay. So next up, we're gonna this is the band that everybody in my timeline is talking about. I don't know about you guys.
yes, it is.
Okay. This is Distort. Now,
California.
I got so much to say about this. Let's hit,
play it and then we'll talk. Let's be
Yes.
quiet for this one.
Yeah. Oh,
because
okay.
Distort, they have the record cover's kind of funky.
Yep.
Punk looking dude, but also like a punk's hippie vibe.
If we're gonna be mostly quiet, I'm gonna play a short one. This is the Fate
Yeah,
Part
let's do it.
2.
Close to my
always like when a band mentions their own band.
No, I love you. Okay.
All right, from here, the cover looks like Beavis and Butthead.
So I think the cover is why people are talking about this.
That's one of the reasons. I believe it was done by Gil, the former singer of Free Spirit, who's done a lot of art for a lot of different bands.
Now, I should say it's great art, but I think it's a large part of why people are talking about this. I think that this is heavy hardcore in a style that the people who are pumping it on my timeline, I never see them talking about other bands that sound like this.
Well, I think there's always certain bands that like whatever get like the
pass.
yeah. Well, I mean, like if you think about it, like think about Trail of Lies.
Pass. Yeah.
They get a pass by dudes that like mostly traditional hardcore.
Right.
There's certain bands that just get like I don't know.
And I don't know enough about Distort as people to say why they might have gotten that pass, but
I just don't think they're not in the heavy hardcore circles.
that's all it takes, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, so I don't disagree. Distort. You remember seeing them? Did you seen them?
I don't think I have.
Singer's a big fella.
Okay.
Wears a guinea tee and was wearing a hat that didn't totally fit his head, which is funny. But like, they weren't what I expected. When I saw him, I was like, "Oh wow, it's kind of
That's
big."
a burly man voice.
And it was. I remember live. I saw it live before I really listened. I was like, "Oh whoa, this is a little more mid tempo than I thought," and it was heavier. I was like, "Oh damn, okay." Because I named like Distort. It could have been super fast. It
Yeah.
could have been.
I thought it was going to be discharge sign.
Yeah, like, but it's the DIZ, not a
DIZ.
DS.
On that misery tip.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good tour right there. Put them
Right,
together.
misery in that. Yeah, I know. I agree. But this it's getting kind of touched on by people who don't like heavier stuff. This could appeal to the kid who likes Trail of Lies.
Sure.
Could this appeal to the kid who likes something like Code Orange?
No.
Maybe, but I think
They have to be more rudimentary.
It's too cold.
I'm going to say
too
I'm going to say
hardcore.
something very dismissive of people's sort of alliances here. This album covers all you need to play a Not Dead Yet or Chaos and Tejas or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't think it matters how it sounds. I think I guess that's what I'm curious about is presentation is so much of where you end up playing. Sure. Candy is a heavy fucking hardcore band. That's borderline a mosh band.
Yes.
But
Yes.
because of how it presents itself, that is not how it's seen.
It gets lumped in with the more straightforward hardcore band.
It's very interesting.
So
Not
could
lumped in.
Candy and Distort play together?
Sure. I mean,
They
I think the benefit of Candy is that what they've done is the way that they present themselves, they could play with literally anybody. And that's a fucking advantage.
Yeah.
But look, I'm not saying anything revolutionary here, but like when I hear bands like this getting pumped by people that I don't think necessarily gravitate
Like
towards this
heavier
stuff,
hardcore?
yeah, it just reminds me.
Do you like lift? Like, do you do like the eyebrow thing?
Oh,
Like,
of course. I mean,
What's this?
But I'm the guy that Prospect was singing about. I'm suspicious of everybody's fucking
Bootlicker?
good intentions. Yeah. So I mean, no shade to Distort, who do what they do pretty fucking well, and no shade to the art, which I think is good, and no shade to
Just from
anybody.
the top thing, and I'm cold, and I'm blind as fuck. So
Yeah, it's nuclear. It's nuclear.
is it? I can't really see what it looks like.
It's like nuclear hippie punk
Yeah.
okay.
guy.
But no shade to anybody, because here's the deal: if this is not a thing that you'd listen to normally, this is not the worst example of this that you could choose to listen to. You know what I
Sure.
mean? If this is your exception, if this is your pass,
You're doing okay.
Yeah, you're doing all
This
right.
is very well.
No, I'm with it. My initial listen through, I was like, I'm not really that impressed with it. I actually, when I went back and put it through, I was like, oh, this is like just a heavy hardcore band.
Yeah.
Who's playing more of a stripped down, simple version of that. That's cool. Maybe this becomes an entryway for people to check out older, heavier bands. So
For anybody looking for it, that's available now at the labels.
Advanced.
Yeah, the labels Bandcamp, which is advancedperspective.bandcamp.com.
and
That's
it's coming out as a 12-inch EP, so you can order it through their big cartel, which is linked there too.
shout out to Advanced Perspective, doing a lot of stuff, picking up steam over there.
Shout out to Huntington Park, not Huntington Beach.
I like the beach though.
Me too, but there's a big difference.
Okay. All right. Let's see what direction we want to go. Do we want to head back to Jersey? Do we want to maybe go to Belgium? Or would we like to go to upstate New York? I never want to go to upstate New York. Fuck. I might skip this fucking record
Wait a
because I
second.
hate thinking
Wait
about
a
upstate
second.
New York.
We're going back to upstate New York
Fuck.
because we have an interesting story to tell that happened this month.
Oh shit.
I got outreach from a guy I went to high school with, Billy Pratt. Shout out.
Shout out, Billy.
I love
And
your
he
college.
told me that his cousin in Chicago was like, "Oh, I listened to a podcast, and one of the guys is from Brick. His name's Bob, and Bob Shed." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I went to high school with him. He's in my grade." So small world. So I tell the group chat that, and then Patrick retorts.
My father asked me, or my father tells me, he calls me, he's incarcerated currently, and he calls me and he says,
"You have a call from."
yeah,
Do you accept the charges?
Yes, you have a prepaid call from
the New York State Penitentiary.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
You know that line.
Yeah. Do you wish to accept the charges? Press 1, whatever. And
It was a good month, so he said, "Yeah, I can do it this
yeah,
month."
exactly. And my father is usually calling me to ask me. Yesterday he called me to ask me if Raquel Welch had ever dated Papa John, and because that's the fight inside
fucking
right
good.
now. The fight inside is
Who we got to stab so we can get in there with him?
is
I'm bringing him that strawberry rhubarb pie. I'm going to stab someone
two
today.
men insisting that Raquel Welch has dated Papa John.
Of Papa John's Pizza.
Yes, and
I find that really
and
hard
my
to believe.
father saying no, and then I had to look it up.
You had to Google it. Like
Yes.
you have the you're the Google,
Without knowing I'm with your dad.
you're the
He's
Google
correct.
plug. Of
Yeah.
course he is.
So, but here's the deal. My father calls me to get like boxing info from 1972, and then
Look
when
this
I
up for me.
Yes, he'll say
Who did Floyd Patterson beat at MSG?
100%,
1971.
And then when I tell him, he'll say, "Was it third round?" And I'll go, "Yeah," and he'll go, "I knew it." And then he'll make a
Holler
mental
at someone,
note.
yeah.
He'll make a mental note to go down to Floyd and be like,
Right, and
you know.
then he gets a 20 like a box of cigarettes.
Yeah, he gets
So-
saltines for that. So
You get the call.
Oh yeah. So my father says, "Hey, there's a guy in here. He asked, does your son do a podcast?" And my father doesn't know what the fuck a podcast is. He goes, "I think so." And he goes, "Is he in bands?" And my father goes, "Yeah, he is." And he goes, "Oh," he goes, "I listen to the podcast and I know his bands." And he said, "And tell him hello." And
So shout
Was
out.
this
Thank
a
you to
fellow
you.
inmate or an employee?
So I thought for sure, because he says, "Oh, I know your son." I thought for sure one of my shithead friends is locked up with my dad. No, it's a CO.
Shout out to that dude
shout
for
out
being
to-
a kind man and looking at his dad like a person.
Absolutely.
Shout out to
Like that.
Zach.
Throw a couple bucks in the commissary for him.
Shout out to Zach. Let my father get those Hawaiian buns through.
Yeah.
We're sick of this bullshit. Yes, they're only wrapped single time, but what do you think? My dad's, come on.
man.
He's a 76-year-old man.
He
Come
just
on.
wants the goddamn
He
bread.
just wants the fucking.
He wants bread. There's
come
not
on.
going to be a file in there.
He
He
wants
just
So
wants
we're
bread.
gonna head up. We're gonna head up 87 and then shoot out 90.
Yeah. Well, right now he's in Washington. He's opposite Comstock.
No,
Whatever.
I know where that is.
So-
I'm talking about the music.
Oh, okay.
I thought we were making a
You don't-
visit.
You don't want to visit my father?
I mean, we
Okay.
can. I got time.
This is, yes, we are headed to there is a city worse than Philadelphia. It's Syracuse, New York. This is a bad city.
Is
And-
Rochester better than Philadelphia?
That's tough, man. Buffalo is worse than Philadelphia.
I think Buffalo might be better.
We are starting beef with people all surrounding us.
Now, listen
all
to
right.
me. For anybody in the sound of my voice, because I am a touring musician
Yeah.
and I will be through your town.
Yeah.
If you get
Except
my,
if you live in Rochester, he's never coming.
yeah, that's probably true. If you get in my face because I don't like the infrastructure of your city,
Just know nobody likes your city, and they just say
Yeah.
nice shit about your local restaurants just to
yeah.
gain favor.
And I'm sure
we just being honest.
And I might like you as a person. You know?
I went on a spirit quest to Buffalo. It was cool. I had a fun time.
Nah, I'm not with that.
What was the top?
Some cool.
What's the
No,
big
I,
spot?
went,
Taco
I don't eat
Cabana?
there. No, I went there to go check out their old sports merchandising scene, which was very successful.
A lot of Saber shirts.
There was some. Logo 7 was out of Indy. It's what's the one out of Buffalo? There's a bunch, but there was some stuff. It was cool. Fun
Well,
times.
This is,
Syracuse loves punny store names. That's what I've realized.
I believe that. Yeah,
like it's
that's a
like
thing there.
You have a poster that you want to put on your wall. You just go to I've been framed.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's one of those. You know.
yeah,
Oh.
a lot of haircut spots that have fun names.
Bob's got
Douche
goosebumps
chills
from that. Yeah.
Douche chills.
Hey, you got to rope the people, man.
Douche
You got to
bumps.
get them. So this is World of Love, who I know virtually nothing about, except that the album art is pretty fun.
Album art by Ian Dolan, singer of Day by Day.
Okay.
Oh, sweet.
Shout out
I
to
love
him.
his art.
This is pretty fun album art.
And we had these dudes on at the party episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
Guitar player of Trail of Lies sings, plays guitar. This is his baby.
Okay. Well,
I think Tom
here,
Dom
dude?
plays bass. Yep.
No shit.
Yeah.
well, I like
Trail of Lies showing their range. Let's hear it.
I like the song title "Eat the World." Let's do it.
Getting hungry.
Gotta love starting with
I play guitar.
Blonde Justice.
No, a little bit. You ever hear early statue stuff? Yeah. Vocals remind me of that. Statue being a band of chain of strength dudes trying to do a like fast, more DC sounding thing.
I like my favorite type of band is when the singer yells, and you can tell like that's what he would sound like or she would sound like if she like dropped a hammer on her foot. That's what I'm
I
looking
like
for.
this bass part.
Yeah.
I mean, this is drop a hammer on your foot, sort of.
Yeah. But I like that though. I hate the put upon vocal.
We're gonna get to some of that in a second.
What do we got here? Some of that, yeah. Really straightforward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like New Yorky, but in the late '80s kind of Revelation way, not in the heavier way.
This is killer short.
Yes.
Wait, did they play?
No, they played a couple songs at the record release.
That's right. Okay.
Or they're supposed to, but they didn't. But yeah,
It's dope.
World of Love.
World of Love.
What'd you think of that, PK?
Yeah, too straightforward for me. Didn't grab me.
Yeah.
I'd say vocals were probably the most interesting part for me. Oh, actually, no. Leading with the guitar semi-solo is.
I like that.
I always like
I like the break in the middle. I like that tempo change. I like that.
You know, I think the other song on this, we won't play because, but it's. I think that one has a fun solo in it as well.
No question.
So shout out to solos.
This is a band who needs to do a 12-inch EP after this. Give us like 6 to 8 songs. You don't have to go. You don't have to go LP, but 6 to 8. I'd like to hear that.
Okay. I'm going to take us in a totally different direction just for a palate cleanser because I think we'll probably close with a string of hardcore releases. By the way, you can get that at worldoflove.bandcamp.com. But I'm going to take us into sort of like I think New York, pretty sure, a thing that we don't talk about. Yeah, this is a New York band. We don't get into the noisecore scene.
Not that much.
And
Though I want to kind of do some stuff into that because I feel like the top of the pops for that stuff is cool. I'll hear the best of that stuff and be like, oh, I can vibe with this.
So for me, and this might sound like sacrilege to Tom, in New York, young people, I much prefer this noise, and young bands, let me say, I much prefer the noisier stuff than I do the loft scene, than I do to me this stuff,
The noise stuff is like punk adjacent, basically.
Yeah.
You know?
So this band is Han, I think you say this? Han. The record is By the Grace of Blood and Guts. And it took me 2 songs for me to stop scratching my head and decide if I liked this.
And that's really the best kind of art.
And then I did. Yeah. So I'm going to play a short song. I don't know if it's one of the better ones on the record because I listened 7 hours ago. But for the sake of brevity, we're going to go with It Smells Like Gas.
It smells like ass in here.
It does, yeah.
Solid production.
Music's good. Vocals, I don't know if I love it.
See, that's what. So the reason I was on the fence was because there's times where he goes full on Danzig, and I was like, oh, this is a little too rock for my noise rock. But after a few tracks, he had me in the zone, and I was like, okay. And each track does something interesting enough that I was like, I'm in.
Would this be main support when he chooses his tour?
Yes, this band is touring right now, which I think people don't get it. This sort of stuff is in such a musical ghetto that, like, you might be playing, there's acts on this scene that tour, but sometimes only playing in front of like fucking 30 people every week. Yeah. So,
See, this is interesting in a way that like it would be cool for it to play hardcore shows in the way it was cool in the early '80s that Flipper was playing hard.
Yeah, it's groove to it. People
And
get
it
catchy.
moves to it, but it's also weird, and the vocals are a little challenging. But I'm kind of with it at this point. Because he's not doing like the Fake No More style, like pitchiness. He's got he's doing the
That makes them more like, I'm singing. That's straight my crap right
There's someone else there. There's something else in the vocal too that I'm hearing.
there. Jello?
But it's like it's like a more modern, like a cleaner singer, like because in the production too. It's not that far off from the production on the vocals on Mr. Brightside. You know what I mean? But
Catching a cab. Is that do you dig that record?
Killers?
That first Killers
Oh yeah,
record
it's fucking
is
great.
fucking
It's great.
amazing.
Hot Fuzz, right?
Oh yeah.
Hold on.
Jenny was a friend of mine.
I'm getting a hey, we need to talk right now phone call.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna pause it.
Let me pause it real quick. We're back. Sorry for the interruption, everybody. That was a hard cut. I
Hard
think.
cuts sometimes happen.
That was we're
Do
gonna
you wear the same clothes to keep continuity? I respect that.
I
That's
did.
cool,
Do you
man.
like that? So there's a several hour gap in this recording, and yes, I am wearing the same clothes.
It was late. We needed sleep.
Yeah, it's called fashion sweating.
Dedication to the craft. Really.
So
You're doing great, Sweaty.
we're gonna keep this moving. What do we want to go into? You want something
We got
weird or you want
joined. We
something
got
cool?
joined by
we're
buddy Dave.
gonna okay.
Dave joined us. He
sure,
walked in, walking
sure.
guest. Say hello.
Hello, everybody.
All right. Well, we're gonna do some episodes with Dave. So
All
we
right.
got him.
Well, what's up, Dave? All right.
Join the listening bar. What do we want? Let's to celebrate. Let's take a trip overseas
Oh, we're gonna go overseas.
to Belgium.
Oh, with
Is that
our
what you just did?
That's right. I did.
let's.
We see. In this, we lost some of the open tabs. It's okay.
Yes, everybody, bear with me. We're going
We'll
to.
clip some of this.
We are going to go to chainreactionbelgium.bandcamp.com so that we can listen to the new Chain Reaction Belgium.com. So who are these guys? This is members of Rise and Fall, or did I make that up?
Bjorn, the singer of Chain Reaction, also sang in Rise and Fall. This is a little bit more straightforward. Been doing it for about a year. They got a 7-inch EP out on Control Records. I think you can also get it through 6 Feet Under. You can get it everywhere. Probably go to Deathwish and get it. That's the best move.
I saw it in Deathwish's distro.
That's the best move.
Made me give it a look. All right,
And Rise and Fall is a band who gets totally looked over.
but
and,
let's talk about it.
all right.
This was a band that people said they liked, but didn't go to the shows in the U.S. Everybody loved this band, and then a
Lot of shirts.
Where the fuck were you?
They toured hard in the U.S. I mean, talking to them, I think there was a 4-year gap, a 4-year stretch where they basically were coming over 2 to 3 times a year and touring. And they did pretty well. The one record did really well. Not Hellmouth, it's the second LP that's great. And then, they toured on it relentlessly, and they probably deserved a better reaction than they got.
Yeah, like I don't think I'm saying anything crazy, right? Like that.
But
Just,
I wonder if Euro bands, the same way that you might say, like, oh, what's this band sound like? Oh, they got a girl singer, and that doesn't actually mean anything, but people still all do it. Do you think that bands from Europe also get like, and they're from Europe?
Oh,
and
yes.
And it's like, there'll always be that asterisk by them that makes them not a top tier band. And I love bands from Europe, so I'm not saying but I mean, you feel like so many bands, I can't think of the last band that was like just gangbusters huge that was Euro.
here's my thought on that: is in comic books, if something is non-continuity, it's looked at as it doesn't matter, and why would I read it? And that's obviously very stupid because you read because you enjoy it. So why does it need to quote unquote matter?
Yeah.
But I think that Euro acts are looked at like they don't quote unquote matter. They're not part of the continuity for whatever reason. Same thing with
That's like one of the whacker things, to be honest.
for sure. But I get it in a respect because you don't think you're going to see them as often. And like for a kid, we talk about it all the time. It's part of that visceral sort of thing that you want to be able to go to the show.
Right. And I hope that the reciprocal of that is that these bands mattered even more where they were from. Like Rise and Fall, the LP is called Into Oblivion. That record's awesome. I think everybody should check it out still. I think it still holds up. They get lumped a little bit with like, sort of integrity. I think they had a lot more going on than that.
Well, they were kind of the moment in some respects,
Sure.
But not embarrassingly so. Like you can go back and listen to those records, and it's not like going back and listening to some of the shit from that day where you were kind of like, everybody was on each other's dick at this time, and it wasn't fun. But that they kind of stand out. So,
And I think the one question I'll pose is that I think they might have commercially done better if they went for more like, we're going to go play more with the metalcore scene
Absolutely.
at the time. And it would have probably been embarrassing because they are hardcore kids, but their sound was enough heavy and enough hard that they could have passed, and they sonically were far superior to a lot of the bands they played with on tour. Like it was comical. You
Yes.
know what I mean? Like
they were blowing people off. If you cared about the ability to play the fucking instruments, they were blowing bands off the fucking stage.
and
Yes.
it wasn't close.
Yeah.
And so they might have done themselves a commercial disservice by playing in the world they wanted to play into. So
Yeah.
All right, chain
That
reaction.
world back then wasn't as open to heavier stuff as it is now.
Totally not.
know
The
what I mean?
more
Which one?
mainstream hardcore.
Right, like how Trail of
straightforward.
Lies can play
Oh, yeah,
with
yeah.
fast hardcore bands and no one blinks an eye, but
Well, also, were they? I'm not wrong. Tell me if I'm getting my eras confused. They were at the tail end of the Locking Out era. Is that about right?
Yeah, but they were more. Yeah, they were more into the next. They were like, their first tour. Yeah, so that's actually a good way to put it. Mental does a tour with Iron Age's first U.S. tour is 2005, and that was with Mental on the Planet Mental U.S. tour. And then Iron Age's next big U.S. tour is 2006, and that's with Rise and Fall.
There you go.
So-
So I think that there might have been, some of that dissonance between those two types of listeners. Where,
And I mean, it wasn't uncommon. It was like, the kid who is going to these shows is a Rivalry Records, Death Wish at the time, Bridge 9 at the time, Revelation at the time, 1917 at the time. And Rise and Fall had a lot more musically going on than a lot of those kind of bands. So,
True. Let's see what they got going on now.
chain reaction. Oh, I saw that. That's
have
wild.
to.
They have to keep the
Yeah.
doors open.
good recording.
Yeah. Oh, no question.
Focus on your right.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can hear
Kind of
that.
distant, like kind of.
Yeah, this dude's vocals have always been super strong.
This is really good.
And there's just nods into the more metal stuff and the more crossover. It's not
squeal.
right, but it's staying in hardcore without going into like full-on crossover shit that we hear now.
Cover's got a slip look to it.
A little bit, right? Yeah.
This cover brought me in much more than the previous one. Yeah, made me want to listen.
So this is kind of a little more modern break there, like that. But the guitars are strong.
And now Hangman has a name there. Now. Really, yeah. I like that.
Yeah. So heard a little bit of Cleveland, a little New
Yeah.
York, a little crossover,
But their own kind of thing.
and then a modern twist to it. Like it wasn't falling solely into anything. I
But the
don't
modern was like no warning modern. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't
think. like panning a little bit, and that kind of shit.
I like this. I thought this was just the let's put it like this: the biggest insult we could level on this very, very solid.
I know, but that's one part. I hope this doesn't get lost because I think it's better than a lot of shit that gets out there. And it's like the only reason this gets lost is it's from Europe.
Yeah, completely.
Right, yeah. If this was from like Jersey, this would be huge.
Oh my god. So Bjorn, what I'm saying is you guys can come stay at my house for a month and play 30 shows. So
We'll get you some
figure it
gigs.
out.
Wow. All right. Let's take it in a different direction. Let's go with so that you can get that at the Death Wish distro also at the Death Wish distro.
It's like you've never said the word before.
I'm struggling today. I haven't eaten.
Did you? Oh
You know
man,
what I mean?
we got those, and we got a box full of treats. So
I feel like if I start my day with a what is
Sugar?
that?
chocolate chip cookie sandwich.
It's chocolate chip cookie sandwich with cream in the center.
Yeah.
I might things might crater. Do you think, or should I just fuck it? Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. Okay. Thanks,
come
guys.
on.
Yo, think of, you're Patrick 2018, not 2006. 2006 is worried about that. 2018.
I've given up on life. Oh, wow.
Do it.
I'd say I get just for the listeners at home. This body's looking tight. I don't know if I can fuck it up with these fucking
Yo,
cookies.
if you have a cookie and you fuck up your body,
yeah,
you
the body
do it
wasn't
wrong,
meant to
bro.
be.
Yeah,
That's
come
true.
on.
That's true. Good
If you're
point.
like, I have a food baby because I ate half
Yeah.
a cookie, then
You're-
you really got.
That's all fair. Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna have 2 cookies.
All right, so we're staying on the Death Wish.
We are, but we're gonna go with a death. Holy fuck!
Death Wish.
This is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
What's
slide
going on?
down.
Okay, hold on. My tongue must be inflated. Do ra mi fa sol la ti do.
The arsonist has oddly shaped feet.
The Kenny Chesney. Okay, so Death Wish. Thank you.
There you go. That worked.
Has put out the new Gouge Away record. One of my bands is going on tour with them soon. And I'm excited because this sounds like the most faint praise, but I need you to understand out there, for people that aren't touring, that it is thin. This band, capable musicians. That excites me. I love that. You know,
You
what
will
I
get
mean?
out of the van.
I will get out of the van. Well, that's not fair because
they played Sound and Fury?
they did, and I missed them.
They were great.
And
they
we
were
played-
great, like magnetic stage
I
presence.
heard that. That's all my booking agent was. He was just hitting me like, oh, God, Gouge Away. You're gonna have to compete with Gouge Away today because they really took it. And I was like, please, motherfucker. But we played a show with them after at Program.
That's right.
But it's a place that fits.
It's the size of this room.
Yeah, 65 people, and
Record skate store,
I was
skate shop.
I was the 66th. Yeah, it's a really cool. To be honest, so you play a lot of sort of off venue venues, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. You'll hear me complain about them all the time here, but their energy is the right sort of thing.
You're just saying that because you crowd surfed.
While you played,
I did.
Did you do the Anthony Cominale?
I did the Perry
He
Farrell.
did. No, he did. He had both legs up like this.
right?
But
Slapshot shirt tucked in, some camel
Well,
pants.
here's the thing.
why don't you have a Slapshot shirt? We got to work on that.
Because All In Merch has never mailed me one. Not that I ordered it, but I just demanded one for free, and
They're
I never
from the
got
second
it.
most popular Albany band of all time. So.
That's true. So we're giving the most popular band.
To Wolfpack.
Okay,
Steve Reddy, respect the
Okay,
throne.
I mean, they started Albany hardcore, so I mean, they have to get some.
I'll
the
stand behind. Gladly, I'll live in that shadow.
So our first YouTube video that we're going to do is exclusive content, and we can do it today. I don't care. Is we're going to watch that video, Mystery Science Theater 3000 style. Wolfpack. Of the
Yeah,
Wolfpack video.
it's a great.
There's so much going on.
1987.
Yes.
It's 34 minutes, Steve. I don't know if we can make the whole thing.
34 minutes.
It's 34 minutes.
It's a lot of time.
From Hibernia.
as an opener.
Yeah.
They're opening for Agnostic Front at that show, and they are playing forever. They earned their money that day.
But for the first 4 minutes, at least,
their
the people
pizza.
seemed into it. So
Yeah. I mean, actually, I skipped ahead. They were into it throughout,
Wow,
but it
could you
was
not
the
be?
same throughout. Like there was no like. It was, apologies.
ebb and flow- no ebb and
apologies
flow?
to Steve. This wasn't exactly the most. What would you call it? Theatrical performance. It's not like it took me on an emotional ride of any type. It was like the same thing. For
But if you watch that first
34
song,
minutes.
that's a good ride.
Oh, it's great.
And it's just you're going on that ride for about it's half of 34. It's each song's about 2 minutes, so you're going on it for about the
17
17
I
minutes.
wouldn't have thought they had that much recorded material.
No,
They have an LP.
No,
Yeah,
I mean
it's
34
not
minutes is a
34
long
minutes
time.
long.
Though. Yeah,
But there's
you can always do a
who knows?
cover.
We'll
You
figure it
gotta
out.
talk about stuff.
Yeah,
got this idea for a
I
label.
said it sort of as a joke and off the cuff, but I think we now have to do that because it's a fantastic video.
Well, we
like
can-
there's somebody
Steve
with
Reddy
a
can beat us up though. So
Absolutely.
He knows we're fans. This is a fucking Steve Reddy fan podcast.
Yeah, it is.
There's a dude playing guitar with a completely unironic flying V
Yeah.
and a feathered mullet.
But that's like
Wow.
me. Like
Yeah.
I feel like up front was like that too.
Yeah, but this is so much better than up front. You're right. I
mean,
think
I'm
there was
sure
4 dudes in up front who had
those-
feathered mullets.
Those two bands kind of talked about like who was really crushing that.
Yeah, that
is it
look.
up front or your Wolfpack guy?
I'm a
Like, real tough
Wolfpack.
one?
I'm a Wolfpack guy. Let's go.
Yeah, just for regional, I'm a Wolfpack guy, and I'm
So gouge away.
Gouge Away. This is just a band that has been increasingly. I like when things are increasingly good.
And you're going to hear us talk about them. We're probably talking about them in the next episode, but they're doing stuff and they're
yeah,
going to get
and we
good.
hope to have them on when they're up here.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the hope.
They got the
That's
invite.
plan. Yes.
Okay, let's do it. This song, which you can find on the. Oh, interesting.
Death with.
No, I thought you could, but does. Oh wow, that's so interesting.
Death with Bandcamp.
You can. Okay, so if you go to the Death Wish, deathwishinc.bandcamp.com, you can click through to Gouge Away
Has their own
fl.bandcamp.com. And here's a song called Burnt Sugar.
The FLs because they're from Florida.
Pardon me. Yes, that's true.
The album's called Burnt Sugar.
Album's called Burnt Sugar.
It's
Song's
coming out on
called
Death Wish.
Only Friend.
Just because of back and forth. Yeah, it doesn't look discordant. So the cool thing about having gotten a chance to hear the record is that the vocals have a lot of personality.
I was gonna say that, but
There's a lot of depth. There's a lot of depth in it, and it kind of goes through some different stuff.
It's like very, for lack of a better term, like interactive.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's not like I'm yelling and you're like, I don't know.
That was part of my. I can't think what it is. But no, I like the song.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, like no analog that drummed out. It was like, oh, this is like.
there's other parts where the guitar definitely has that like
Angular.
yeah, and this is the most angular. But there's parts where the guitar has a full on like Nirvana buzzsaw kind of thing going on. But the riffing, like I actually like the underlying riff, but there was a lot of jangle going on over it.
Like the riff to me, like that could easily turn into like a locking out, like we're going for that. But then it kind of switches over to like I don't know if it's like Rye Coalition or like
okay.
Jehu or like one of those
That I can hear. Like some kind of like.
that like I don't know that that's what they were going for. But
I don't think so either, but I think they end up there because I think I'm actually fascinated to find out what some of their background is and musically what they're about because listen to the record, I heard a lot of like 90s alternative and like post-punk, but post-hardcore kind of stuff in an aggressive presentation, you know? So I'd love to see some like what reference points they'd point to because Riot Coalition's an interesting one. If anyone under the age of 25 is making that, I want to talk to
they
them.
haven't hit the resurgence. Like all
If
the
anyone
young
under
kids.
the age of like 40 are like trying to do Right Coalition, I'd be really shocked.
Yeah, actually, that's an interesting one because that's totally relegated to history, right? Like
It's locked away right now.
Same with J Church. Same with what else was like a thing that people talked about endlessly, and now no longer. I couldn't find a single living human being. You know what I mean? Like
I mean, there's a ton of stuff like that from that little corner.
all of it.
Yeah.
Who made it out alive?
Still suit.
You think they made it out alive?
Well, they're playing, so they're alive.
Oh, are they?
That's right.
They're
That's right.
playing?
They are playing. They're playing.
St. Vitus.
That's right.
I'm very excited.
I mean,
You are
I love Still Suit.
really.
Ted Leo was in that world, but he kind of like went in a different.
Oh, that's
Sure,
right.
he
What was
like
his
Chisel.
project? Yeah, what was
Chisel?
his project around then? Was he
Native Nod.
He was-
Native Nod? Yeah. What Antioch Arrow? Like we can go
yeah.
there. Like
Next
He was
up,
in Anti-Terror, was he?
No, he wasn't. But I was thinking native. I put those two
Native
together
Knock,
always.
yeah, same thing. Yeah, everyone tip of everyone's tongue.
Can't
Talk about
record
them.
bands. That's how I
Yeah.
think of those bands.
Next up, something I know literally nothing about. So this will be exciting. Big School.
I know nothing about it.
Oh, all right.
They're from Buffalo area.
Okay.
All right.
Vaguely have
Tough.
some. I don't know what the connections are, but there's some connections to the Candy Camp.
Okay.
Are they more Wolfpack or more upfront?
Yeah. Well,
I think you know
How
what.
many
I think
feathered mullets would you give
they're
this?
more zero tolerance,
Wow, just the intro though.
Yes.
and the stories.
I'm going to go with this song "City of Silence" because I like.
Wait. Is it the red cover thing?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Good.
Yes.
This is the new.
Not expecting that.
No. Yeah. And what's the green cover? Buzzcocks. Yeah. What's it called? Mint. That's right. The mint release. I was familiar with and really like it. And it was much more fuzzy than this and less up. But I heard a song off this earlier and I was like, oh, this is cool. This just dropped today, I think.
It's like a Mark Ben with Mike Yerg on vocals kind of
It
scenario.
has that kind of vibe. Yeah. It's like post Dinosaur Jr. power pop, but this even has like a California thing that we're gonna get to on another band, where it's jangly and fun, and it's sort of interesting to me because it's synthesizing. Like you're getting hardcore kids who will listen to this kind of stuff and be real open to it. And I think even 10 years ago, you weren't getting that.
Pretty different from the other two previous lists.
Yeah. Super poppy. Sort of reminds me of some of the really more poppy Marvelous Darling songs that Ben Cook was doing. I love really good. Some of that stuff was total hits to me, and some of it missed me. But
So there isn't like a big school like Madball band fire division.
no, I mean I think it might be Malfunction. Oh wow! I think there might be some. I think it was maybe from that crew, but you guys can correct us. But I wanted to big up this. I tried to get this band to come down and play the Shore, I believe, last Christmas, and play the Shore style Christmas show. But that's the new.
Got a real Snapcase vibe.
Yeah.
You know?
Feels Buffalo to me.
Yeah. Very regional.
Piccolo snare. Very weird.
No, that
Amy's or whatever that one cafe was needed at Buffalo.
And what's a Mighty Taco? Is that it? Yeah.
that was quite good at what it was. That was.
I liked it a lot.
So that sort of stuff is kind of like.
Lost on you. Like you wouldn't seek that out.
I wouldn't seek that out.
But I always like it.
And so, I always like it unless it goes for like too much swagger, and then I'm like, all right, fella, come on.
Right, like I've seen Ian Savonius and I'm good.
Yeah, I don't need. This
I could
much.
recommend that Mint record. I don't know if it's a full length or an EP, but I would recommend that strongly. That came out and it kind of hit me out of nowhere. I was like, oh wow, this is really good. So
See, this is on the nerdy thing, not the swagger thing, so I can fuck with this. Is
So, as if we're gonna go with the spirit of the podcast,
Yeah.
one of my things that like rubs me wrong on some of this stuff is that I always wonder if it's like a stepping stone to then move up. Like if they're using punk as their like way to like get on tours, like do you hear bands like this on the radio? No. So it's not gonna work. But I always wonder if bands are like that because I'm like, yo, I just like the Buzzcocks, or
Yeah.
if I'm like, I'm gonna go for it, and this is how I'm going.
like
how
this is
it
my
started.
this is my segue from aggressive yelling music
Right.
to.
I dip
Yeah.
my toe in this, and then the next thing is.
But yeah, they never made it.
It's a good question.
I always hated that, but as a dude that's totally spent, but more power to him. Yeah.
And I'd say the vibe I get off this is it's a passion project, you know.
And-
And you know what? This could maybe play into the Tony Molina scene, though it's not totally as stripped down as that.
I mean, that's where I see this, right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, I think
this
so.
is not
But
like,
I think it's just coming from different people, so it doesn't totally. I don't think it locks into that. Like,
well, here's an idea, right? Like, I think that if you had the option of playing this material to punk kids or playing to like a Burger Records crowd, obviously the Burger Records crowd is going to love it immediately. But I think that you could be longer lived with if you just struggled through trying to do it in punk. You know what I mean?
agree.
Because that Burger Records scene, I remember when it was very attractive to a lot of people, but they cycled through those fucking acts in no time. You know what I mean? Like
But that, if you're doing power pop, it might just be like the world of like 50s girl groups. Like no one's going to like their third album. It's like, yep, there's the song. I like.
Exactly.
Here's the single.
Exactly.
Boom, boom, boom.
So you shouldn't even bother doing LPs with those kind of bands.
So that you can get that at bigschoolband.bandcamp.com.
You have a stroke?
I feel like I'm really like I got to get something with nutrients in it in a minute. But
we got some cookies.
It's you know what?
They're vegan.
So I've been starting my day. I'm not proud of this. I've been starting my day with some yerba mate, as though that's like a reasonable thing to do, is to just drink
Right, just like
14 grams of sugar.
Right.
But the
Like mainline caffeine right into your vein.
I don't think of myself as like a caffeine addict, but I must be.
Yes.
I'm down and out right now.
It comes quick. Go grab is there a yerba in the fridge?
No, there's a yerba around the corner. When we finish this episode, I can hopefully make it.
Yeah.
Do you want me to take over MC so I can get all the words out?
So yeah, actually, yeah,
like.
yeah. That might be good.
Any Death Wish stuff. That's
That's me.
Yeah,
Anything with a
please.
TH and an
Yeah.
S, we're good. All right.
You know, I couldn't say guitar until I was like fucking 12.
Really?
What'd you say?
I just G's were so high. I could say guitar, and I just could not say guitar.
Guitar?
Yeah, guitar. And
At 12?
I mean, that might
Could
be.
you say sitar? Could you have just gone that route?
You know, my family.
When you like grew up on like George Harrison and didn't realize you had a thing
I'll be
called
honest. My
Was there a
family
band before
my family
this?
wasn't very plugged into the sitar scene, but and now I struggle mostly with numbers. But as a kid, a couple words were really hard. I can't spell.
And you
it.
speak very well and clearly.
Typically.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have you have the New York H, but otherwise it's pretty.
You're pretty standard Midwest, like.
It's
Non-regional dialect.
Yeah.
yes, non-regional dialect. That's what
Yeah.
Albany teaches you. You know what I mean? That's
That's the one thing they give you?
that's the one thing they give you.
Depression and yeah.
Accentless states.
Yes.
Say New York.
Yeah.
Right? Not a big accent.
Okay, so everybody check that out if that's your cup of tea, and even if not, I thought that was
Is that
above
on a
par.
label?
I think self-released.
Oh, is that self-released? No
or
shit.
small label up there.
Like any physical? Or just
I don't
all?
know. I don't think so.
No, and I'm just to throw that out there. I'm not hating on it. Like it sounds
Yeah.
like Markmen, who when they play Austin, I go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, was Markman, if we're going to, I'll ask you because you'll know better. I feel like, I'm probably speaking out of ignorance. I don't know them that well, but they were around for like a long time.
Yeah.
And then they became a thing?
Well, they were
Or were
around
they
for-
always a thing and then they go away and come back?
They went away and came back.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, they were around for a while, but then the one guy either still lives or lived in Japan.
Okay.
So they would just like, oh, he's back for Christmas. They're going
Let's
to play
play
4
show.
shows.
Got it. Oh, okay.
But they do, some of them, like most of them, are in a band called Radioactivity.
Oh, okay.
Who
Right,
also,
right,
I think,
right.
are playing out here soon.
Right. Because, I mean, I know Markman, like, do gigantic.
Yeah, when I see Radioactivity, I feel like I'm watching the Markman, but I don't know the songs.
Got it.
Like that.
As well,
like,
yeah. Okay.
It's
That makes
the
sense.
same singer.
Right. Oh, okay.
A lot of people's favorite band. And
Yeah.
And when we did the 2006 episode, Fix My Brain, which I think that's their biggest record, right? We got a lot of feedback like, yo, this is the record. This is the best record that came out that year, blah, blah, blah. And when you listen to it, you can catch that. You're like, oh, yeah. Like the first song on that, I listened to it, I was like, oh, yeah, this is instantly memorable and energizing.
Yeah.
Next up, let's go. Whew. This is brand new. And
Oh, no. That's problematic.
no, it is not brand. It is not the band. It is not the band brand new. This is
Blake Schwarzenbach would come fucking breaking through that door and punch
Oh,
you
yeah,
for playing that.
I heard-
He beefed him.
I heard he
respected
beefed
it.
him.
Yeah.
This is Brace War, but it's new.
Brace.
What do you know about that?
Brand new. Like,
Brand new.
they came out like an hour ago.
It comes out. Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yo, what up, Triple B?
The release on it, I'm sure you can pre-order it now, but the release on it is October 1st.
Oh, wow.
Is what it looks like. Is that not right?
Pre-orders are live. Extra Grind. Spell it out. 10% off. Go get it.
There you go. Everybody go get that one.
What's the song called?
The song is called Introduction, which sounds perfect, honestly.
Especially for a band whose biggest song is
Yes,
Intro.
yes, that's just perfect. Shout out to Brace War. This is off the.
No in their audience. I
I
like
mean,
that.
this is like their one voice, another voice. Yeah.
Well, and I also like the new 7-inch called Colossal. The first LP was called Juggernaut. So
You know what?
feeling it.
Know thyself. You know what I mean? Here we go.
It's Colossal, another Crown of Thorns song I don't know.
It might be a Peter Rasputin reference, but I don't think so.
very early 90s.
Yeah, just the beginning of Lights Camera Revolution.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
I never said I don't like religion. I just don't like TV. I know it. How can I laugh tomorrow?
There's that brace war.
I was going to say, I wouldn't be wrong to say this is Brace War.
Yeah.
Okay.
But a thing that has plagued them with certain releases, production issues.
This sounds good. I like the drum sound.
Sounds really good. The drums sound really crisp on here.
Is this literally the intro?
Oh, yeah.
There's no vocals on it.
So, I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll get a wah. You know what I mean?
Right.
It could be anything.
Maybe they've just gone instrumental.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
And what about a band at this point in their career as a hardcore band who just put out an instrumental record of instrumental mosh parts?
I mean, we all love Black Flag.
There we go.
all love Black Flag. They did it. This could be. This is their weeding out.
Reading that process.
The introduction to weeding out. Brace War.
So cool. So ridiculous.
That's
They're
the
just
thing.
saying brace.
Yeah, that's the thing. This band embraces the ridiculousness
They're
of
with
being
it.
Brace War.
Yep.
It's really worth it.
Like, do we share anything else? Or we just say,
I mean, that
It is hard. World is cursed, but still, find reasons to keep living.
yo, we don't need anything else. That's fine, because what they
100%.
just did was the...
It's perfect. That would sell a
They
record.
did, like, the weird kind of, like, instrumental, the acoustic kind of intro, like, into some mosh, into gang vocals saying the band's name over and over,
Hard.
into sound clip.
I think.
I back sound clips on record.
Yeah, so do I. And I
They
think
can't write a better intro than their intro, but
No.
this is a great introduction.
it's good to have another one in the pocket.
Yeah. You can't just do the same
Pleased
one
to
every
meet
day.
you. Introduction by Brace War.
Do you open with one and close with the other? I guess you have to, right?
Oh, that's a great question.
No,
And then you don't know which one
intro into intro.
Yeah.
Boom.
So you
I
just
thi-
go 4-punch and do all the intros into one. All right.
I think you would do it at. You'd open with the new intro because you're. But then
You
when
wanna
you
push the new record.
Encore, old intro.
Oh, yeah.
So here's a question: have you ever listened to the Brace War records or anything? Check them out?
No.
Yeah. There's like, because of the stuff, I feel like the 7-inch you might be able to get into. It's really fast. Like, that's the part everyone kind of doesn't give Brace War credit for, is because everybody knows their heavier parts. The intro has the like plodding, heavy, dun, 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 you know, but the rest of the record is just blazing fast. And that's what I'm hoping for. I haven't listened to anything else. I'm hoping the production and the drum sound is similar to that, because that's been their weak spot, is that when they go fast, it's cool and it's energetic, but it's almost like they could be better at doing the fast part.
So that you can listen to that at bbbrecords.bandcamp.com. And
Love the cover art too.
the cover art is right in the lane of what. I mean, look, if I sat here and criticized Brace War for not evolving enough, I would just embarrass myself.
Correct.
And so,
They've embraced it.
yeah, exactly. So fuck it. Next up, let's do this sex tape. Very salacious.
Crust.
Scandalous.
You can get salacious out. You can't say Death Wish, but you
No.
can say salacious.
I think I'm getting into my zone now.
He's feeling it.
Yeah.
We showed him the cover, Crust sex tape.
Yeah.
His endorphins are up.
Caught me.
You ever,
So-
pressure's
you ever
feeling
watch
good.
Paul Blart?
Paul Blart. Have I ever
Oh,
watched
you mean the
Paul
mall
Blart?
cop?
Yes, the mall cop when he has he needs sugar, but he starts going like that's what you sound like.
Is that true? That's part of the plot. He
He's
needs
fat,
sugar.
of course. I mean, come on. I don't need sugar, but
Well, this is you
Yeah.
talked earlier about the bridge. This is your worst possible timeline. Patrick Kinlan, mall cop.
You know what? You know what? Is that the worst for me? I don't know.
Is it? Would you rather? All right, this or that? Would you rather live under a bridge in San Diego and be jobless, homeless,
Yes.
or would you rather be Patrick Kinlan, mall cop at Crossgates Mall?
Oh, I would rather be at the bottom of the Hudson River.
but you get a Segway at the mall. You get to roll in a Segway.
You know what? I'll say this.
Roll the Segway right to the river.
tie yourself to
What's that dude in the uniform doing going down Lark Street right now?
I'll
Why is
say
he duct taped to a Segway?
I'll say that like this is going to get heavy for one moment.
Sure.
Just a little deep.
Okay.
You ready? Mm-hmm. I tend, and I don't. This is probably why I'm not super successful, a myriad of other reasons. But I tend not to look at life as that type of competition.
It's like a box of chocolate.
Where you got, it's more like a box of chocolates, really. And if you take the chocolate that is mall cop, live it out for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was a mall cop for 2 years, living in my mother's basement, drinking a vegan orange Julius while I rode a Segway. Yeah.
Could it be worse?
Yeah,
Yo, stop right now. Write that song. Get that out. Let's get that out.
Let me put it like this. No shade to anybody. I got friends in much worse situations than that.
100%.
So like,
The song
There's
about
definitely a mall cop that listens to this.
oh yeah.
Out of like the rule of probability.
shout out Mall Cop.
Yeah.
Thank you for
the
keeping
song.
us safe.
Yeah. for
Thank
real,
you for
real.
patrolling
You know
our
what?
malls.
Thank you for Black Friday.
You know what? So we
Thanks
have,
for that raging Best Buy.
we have clowned on mall cops my entire life, and will continue to. However,
Paul Blart would fuck you up.
in the era of mass shootings, a mall cop might be the one thing between me and a fucking bad situation. So shout out to the mall cop.
Are mall
Email
cops
us at-
armed?
Email us.
But they're honor bound to throw themselves
Yeah,
in the
that's
way.
true, yeah.
Right.
So
and
So
if you watch
shoot-
Paul Blart when he like comes up to somebody.
this is a lot of Paul Blart.
I've never seen
he,
it.
Like, kind of,
I've never seen it either.
He angles himself so it looks like he may have a gun, but he doesn't.
So if you enjoy this,
I haven't given this enough credit.
If you enjoy this conversation, email us at ididit911@gmail.com.
Saddam 518.
Yeah, Saddam 518 on SoulSeek.
I honestly, maybe Paul Blart's funnier than we all.
I think we
thought.
need that's for the next one. Real quick, which band is the I'm a mall cop and I live in my mom's basement and drink Faygo, but it's not that bad, right? Is that a drug church song or is it a self-defense song?
Oh no, that's a drug church song. Yeah, I mean that might already be one, and I'm just blanking on
Forgetting
it.
about it.
All right, so not to my knowledge, mall cops, members of Crust. Crust is
Not yet.
yeah, life is long. Life is long. So this is a shore band. Is that correct?
Yep, members of Blind Justice, Turnstile Roadie, and yeah, it's rad.
But
Little brand.
if people from the shore scene have gone in the cop direction, going mall cop's not too far off.
No, there have been cops from the shore scene.
Controversial issue cops.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I know.
Albany style though.
More,
Yes, it is.
more punk and hardcore kids become cops than maybe the average 19-year-old realizes right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I've met quite a few people that have gone on to law enforcement of some kind or another. So it happens more than you think. Like when you're running people out of your venue when you're fucking 21, you might be a cop later, my dude. You know what I mean?
True.
So
I don't think anyone in Crust will be a mall cop.
no.
Not in the next three.
What about the detective that I met in Albany Med who had his ponytail through the back of his hat?
Yeah, okay.
Is that Paulie Dangerously? From EC3?
No, that dude likes detain. All right.
When I asked the dude, I was just like, he asked me to move or something, and I noticed his badge, and I was like, "You're a cop with that hair?" And he goes, "Detective, dude." And I was like, "What's that?"
Detective dude.
I think that's a self-defense.
And I said, "What's that like?" He said, "It's fucking awesome when you make detective. I can wear what the fuck I want, look how I want." He's like, "I talk to people how I want."
This
I
is
was
like Cheech Marin under like in disguise for this shit.
it was. Don't get me wrong. I know why being a cop is lame. Thank you for the email, everybody. But in that moment with that ponytail, I was like, maybe my.
This is such an
Like,
interesting
I will move,
flip.
sir.
I think you're really considering life paths now, like in a way that you haven't been open to. Like mall cop, sure. Real cop,
Real cop?
sure.
No.
Can I go right to being a detective?
That's what I'm saying. I'd have to bounce to being detective because then you're.
So you don't want to be a state trooper. You don't want to be a Mountie. But
I don't
you'll go
want
right
to ever
detective.
wear a
uniform.
I don't want to have to wear a shirt, and I think detective, you don't even have to wear a shirt because you're just
That
like,
badge around your neck, dude.
From what I've seen in movies,
South Beach detective. Fantastic.
From what I've seen in movies, you get to just be like a weird wild card, and maybe not even solve crimes.
Yeah, what's his name? McConaughey in True Detective.
There you go. That's shirtless.
Rad.
Yeah, and just be like, laughs of circle. I don't know.
Laughs a flat circle,
Yeah.
bro.
Life's a chocolate.
Yeah, right. I mean, you could they could be like, if they're like, we're busting like a meth dealer.
That's what I'm saying.
Like you could really be like the guy that's like, hey man, I'm tweaking, and
but
then,
then
you'd
you
be
got
like,
to
and
do.
you're busted.
Then
All
you
right,
got
and
to
I'm
do the
straight
math.
fucking
Though.
edge.
You got to
There you
do
go.
the math.
Yeah.
So Crust sex tape is
You know, it's
Yeah,
bad
but-
when it's a record called Sex Tape is a safer thing to talk about. Than,
Yeah,
there's a picture of a beautiful woman
Yep.
on the cover, and that's cool.
Yeah,
I saw them at that show in not Belmore,
In Brick.
in Brick. Sorry,
They played.
Come
They
on.
played.
They were fun.
Yeah, they played Asbury a couple weeks ago, and just played one more song for an hour. So if you're a band, cheat code if you want to be bad. Just keep playing and saying one more song. We've got one more song for as long as you can. They did it for like 40 minutes.
Let me tell you.
And it ended with the guitar player just laying on the floor for like 20 minutes, just playing.
As a headliner or as a
headliner.
Okay.
They headlined. Yeah.
All right.
And that's
Okay.
the new thing. Crush just headline shows at the Shore. So
Right, 'cause if you were like middle and you kept doing that, headlining
you-
band might want.
yeah,
Oh
oh,
yeah,
God.
have a word with you.
Although I would be down for the gag of it. After 2, I'm in. You know what I mean? The
Right, when you
first one,
see-
I'm like,
when you recognize
fuck
the
you.
pattern, you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
wait
yeah.
a minute.
Yeah.
they're
Like the-
doing a thing.
It's like the Da Vinci Code.
I'm a game for a bit. If you're doing a bit and I can ID the bit and I'm in. You know what I mean? Just fucking.
Like, cool, we'll go on at 1:30. Just doing this.
So let's play this Crush track.
Let's do it. This is called None Greater.
NG.
Whoa.
This is her best material by far.
I like it. I like it 2 seconds in.
Make no mistake, you're the enemy. I hope you die slowly, painfully. You want to talk like you own that. I know the truth, and I see through the air.
It's Shore style. It 100% is Shore style. If it wasn't in there, it'd be weird.
Yes.
We are the real, we don't bend.
We are the real, we don't bend.
Now, expose the truth. Short style punch, we're bulletproof.
Bulletproof because they don't care about anything. They'll be mall cops soon. It doesn't matter.
They only care about, smoking indoors and loitering.
They're wearing
Did
those vests.
you steal from FYE?
And aim for the crown. Undefeated kings never backing down. Dig it.
Nice lead here.
I do like a guitar player call out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So the big thing about most of the Shore bands that are of this ilk is there's a good bouncy back and forth in almost all the songs. You hear it in the mosh parts. They're kind of designed for that. Do 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 do.
We are the real, and we don't bend. We'll stuff you out. Expose the truth. Short style punch, we're bulletproof.
A lot of bass. What you got to say to your many-time tour mate?
That's true. And actually played with this band.
Yeah, that's right.
My bandmates really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Did they headline the show?
they should have. It was only Story so far. So
It was Turnstile Stories so far, and I believe above them both, Crust.
yeah, the way it should be, the way it should be, and the way it's always been.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Wish I skated.
They got, yeah, that's the thing.
sir.
Good. It's skate music. It's jump in the ocean.
Not
music.
too late.
No,
This
yeah.
could be your year. New birthday. New Tom Who Dis.
Yeah, yo, this is birthday. Let's go to a ska show in Skank. Stage dive also. Surf. Why not? Fuck it. Let's do it. Surf, skank, stage dive,
Yeah.
skanks.
All right, let's do it.
I
I got a
think
suit.
I'm currently uninsured. The idea of doing anything with my legs sort of uninsured is so nuts.
That's why I was really worried about the ruckus.
so
incident.
nuts.
Yeah, when you were zipping around on
you
that
wouldn't
ruckus,
quit.
I was like, this dude, we're gonna
And had the look
GoFundMe.
of oh, this is his first time on it, and he's maybe a little too confident.
I zipped
You were
away pretty
BDing
quick.
on-
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
dude, this guy is gonna fucking land that in. So you're gonna owe Brett money for destroying his ruckus.
Yeah.
I'll be dead.
And you're gonna be in
Yeah, you-
Jersey
yeah.
Shore General, fucking getting your shit fixed.
I need a ruckus. The goal is for April of 2019.
Getting that tax return money.
I'm going to try to surprise Amelia with her own ruckus, and then
You're gonna park it in this apartment.
Won't she hear this on the
what-
podcast?
no, she didn't listen to it.
She's fun.
She thinks she is appalled that we go on for as long as we do.
Yeah.
Appalled.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Understandably so.
So
You can find her at Amelia Saddam 518 at yahoo.com.
at Soulseek,
Yeah.
anyway,
the ruckus
there's no
is-
place to park the ruckus, and she brought that up. And my attitude on that is, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. You know what I mean? Like, let's first afford a ruckus. you know?
As discussed, there's quads for sale 6 blocks away.
Yeah.
What's the alternate vehicle scene like in Austin, Texas?
Not
Alternate vehicle.
there's obviously
Because motorcycles
bikes.
don't count. Those are real
Yeah.
vehicles.
A lot of
like,
bicycles.
like
We're-
mopeds, scooters, ruckus, quads.
we're currently lousy with those
Dirt bikes?
Razor scooter things.
The limes or the birds.
The birds. They're
So-
everywhere.
Okay, so this is not a phenomenon out here,
No.
but my West Coast friends either love these things or hate these things. To me, they seem like a joy. I want to fuck with these things.
yeah.
There.
So is it just like a step?
It's
like
a motorized scooter.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
A friend of mine posted on Facebook the other day that he enjoys finding them when they're still turned on.
Yeah.
So it's on someone else's bike, so he can ride them around.
So do you are familiar with this? The deal is that you just drop them wherever you are.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
they're like city bike?
Yeah.
How cool is that?
But you and
but City Bike, I think you're still supposed to return to the City Bike thing, right?
no, these are
Yeah.
these.
well, you have to find another city bike thing. It's got to
are
be a
not
city
tethered
bike.
to
no, there's like a neutron bomb went off. Like there's just like
They're
there's no
scattered
body,
everywhere.
but then
Yeah.
It's more like the car share things.
All the
like
time in
cars
the
to
world.
go. Like you just park it and then somebody use the app. Oh, there's one of these things I can go to.
And
So if it's still running, it's like if I find yours, it's still on your account.
you have to remember to turn it off, which people might not remember to turn it
so
off.
good.
And then you just go joyriding.
Yeah.
right. And so some people, like particularly Northern California, where everybody like
Jeez, this is the most Northern California thing I've ever heard in my life.
right, like they get very resentful of them. So there's like people like do like their guerrilla art is hanging them in trees or fucking you know what I'm saying? Like-
There's Instagram accounts where people are just like throwing them off bridges and like stuff like that.
Yeah, but like, which is weird to me because they seem hella fun. I don't
Yeah,
know
how
what's going on.
Philadelphia of you. It's like, do you remember that robot that went all the way across Canada?
God, the
got
poor
killed.
robot.
and he went to Philadelphia and got
so sad.
smashed in an hour?
You know what though?
Threw snowballs at Santa. That's
Man.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. We can objectively is killing a robot and killing Santa bad. Yes, we agree on that. Of
course.
However, can we give Philadelphia credit for staying on brand?
Totally.
Oh, 100%,
You know,
The major
yeah.
problem. The killing.
didn't
If
change
they
it all.
Yeah.
didn't, because there was talk, everyone knew
Philadelphia
the
keeps that
robot's
energy.
going to Philly.
Yeah.
Is it going to make it? And it didn't. If it had made it through,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess
Bad look to them.
I was gonna say I'm not mad at you, Philadelphia. Maybe I am. I don't know. But I respect the fucking commitment to the
brand.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very Philadelphia.
Yeah. So, all right, that was Crust, which you can find at Crust, spelled with a K, KRUST.bandcamp.com. That was, is it too much to say that was funky?
no.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got that bounce.
Let's get
Yeah.
it. It's bouncy. That's probably what I was going for. I actually, of the stuff that we've listened to, you guys have said this is recorded well. This is recorded well. This was the thing that sounded. This wasn't my favorite song that we listened to,
sure.
but this was the thing. I liked the way it sounded.
I believe it was
the best.
recorded in Mike Body's house on his stuff. So
I liked it so much.
I mean, the Blind Justice stuff all has very good recordings.
They record with Dean up in whatchamacallit, but yeah.
Okay, let's go in a different direction. This is
That'll be
is Somerset Thrower a LI band? Is that
LI.
Correct.
Okay.
I think it's like members of like the Agent. Remember that band?
Yes.
I think.
Yes. That's how I know
LI
it.
till
Yes.
I die. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's give it a go.
Have you heard of this band before? No.
No.
Somerset Thrower, yeah.
I'm gonna just choose.
First heard him when
Whoa.
Brian Audley from Incendiary came on and
Yes.
big upped him really hard. Went and checked it out and was pretty impressed for this style of
Early
thing.
adopter.
Okay. I don't know what the fuck this sounds like. We're gonna go. Righteousness is a warm gun because it's a very 1989 style name. That's hard.
What's your favorite band from
Oh,
Long
is that
Island?
is it a Beatles
No,
song?
Beatles is Happiness is a
Yeah.
War.
No. That
Twisted Sister.
Favorite Long Island band?
Yeah.
What's your favorite Long Island band?
Probably Sound Majority.
Okay.
More than Twisted Sister.
it's not a bad answer.
No, it's not.
I might do that. I don't know. I'd have to think about that.
Is Billy Joel from Long Island?
Is Billy Joel from Long Island?
Sure.
I was asking rhetorically for the room. Jesus.
He sure as
the rum.
fuck is. Okay, so righteousness is a warm gun. Let's do it.
Somerset Thrower.
Cold enough to break. I'm the eggshell. Demon inside. I'm your right now.
On other stuff, I've liked the vocals more from this band, but I'm not feeling it so much on this one.
Is it going for like a later Lemonheads? I don't quite know what's
it's
going on.
kind of. It's like a sour note style, like
I mean, I'm with that.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of what they're trying to dial in.
a little there's a bit of a nasal, but on other tracks I like the vocal.
I don't know if Lemonheads is it, but there's definitely a 90s thing that it hits me with. Now I'm trying to think what that is.
Not a surf.
No, I'm thinking it's. I don't know.
Fucking Oasis right there.
Well, that's the thing. I was gonna say this is punk, alternative punk post Oasis. Even if you go back to the beginning of the song, there's some real Oasis vibe.
Gallagher.
Show
But it's that. But he's going with a nasally. That's where like Lemonheads with like the cadence of Oasis and like singy songiness of that. Like
No, I bet there's something we could.
There's
put our
something
finger
more
directly on. Liam is popular with the kids right now.
very popular.
Yeah. What happened with that?
Yeah, when did Noel become like the shitty dude? He's the guy now.
Twitter.
Is it just Twitter and better social media?
He calls his brother Potato and have the chance of him.
As you were.
As you are.
Let's not say things you don't mean.
But musically, I'm with it. I feel like this is other stuff I've heard's been more up tempo, a little faster. And this is a full length, so I've been kind of looking forward to hearing this whole record.
This is so much what Drug Church listens to in the van, and I'm trying to think of what the fuck. There's like something really specific that this song is invoking.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck it is.
It's early 2000s-ish to me.
It has the kind of like a smidge of Billy Corgan-ness to it as well in its vocals.
Music, that's interesting. Musically, I hear kind of like a little Texas Is the Reason. I hear there's something that's got a little bit more low end that I was hearing in that, in like the thud.
I'd have to go to the Drug Church fucking college rock radio 7-hour drive sort of thing that they do to me every time, where there's a lot in this vein.
Is that them trolling you? Because I couldn't think of anything that would be harder for you.
I mean, honestly, that's I troll them because I make them listen to that Kid Cudi, Steve Aoki thing for like 3 hours.
Hardcore,
at any given.
quasi-hardcore.
It's so fucking good.
Is it?
Patch.
It gets me,
Pickle Batch.
you know. But
Benihana.
it
Father and Benihana.
Yeah, I know. Fast and the Furious, his sister's in the series.
that's true.
Devin Aoki.
Yeah, that's true.
I like that though.
He was in
Very jangle pop,
what was
I
the band that Steve was in? He was in long name California band. Not this bike is a pipe bomb. It's
This machine
Kills fascists.
Kills
No.
fascists.
No.
The plot to blow up the Eiffel.
no,
No.
it's not. It's this plane is this
Mistaken
plane-
for a star.
No. Hold on.
Apparently, he was the dude. I'm not telling tales out of school.
No.
To put out the
Walter Sings the Hits.
Yeah, Walter Sings the Hits. He leaked it, and thank you for that because
Yeah,
I actually
respect.
think those versions might actually be better.
I think that's contrary. That can't be true. You can't think that's better than Start Today. Like I've heard that.
like 7 seconds to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
do like it though.
Yeah. No, I don't hate it. But,
But would if you heard that first? I mean, that's like people that like love the Eddie Sutton Marauder demos.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
there
love
are,
both
there are
parts.
people that love them.
Like prefer that to
Yeah.
like Master Kill. You're out of your mind to me, but you know.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what fucking band
He
Steve
was
Aoki
in This Machine Kills.
Yes.
and he was in Esperanza with Rich Booher, a Red
oh, really?
Board
I didn't know he was in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
A John Devlin shirt sponsor.
Yeah, that's correct. I think those. I thought there was another one he did, but that's lost.
Dead Nation played the Pickle Patch.
Did you?
Yep.
That's right.
With Carry On.
Oh, that's right.
Real.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You can hit that Somerset Thrower at Dead Broke Records. Records spelled REKE.
Oh.
Nope. You're fucking with me
R-E-K.
now. Dead Broke Records spelled the records is spelled REKERDS.bandcamp.com. Yes, that would be difficult for me too if I was trying to figure this out.
But you can Google search Somerset Thrower, Godspeed, Bandcamp, and it should come up.
Right.
That's the new album that's coming out very soon.
I believe that's Orange Cheek's label.
Oh,
Dead Broke Records.
gotcha. Good for them.
I dig
They
that.
ain't dead broke.
They're doing that LI. Okay. What else is on our list here, fellas?
We got a lot. Let's go to the Bay.
We're going to the Bay with.
Bay Dreams.
Oh, okay.
These are your boys.
We've toured with them. They are, I think, no, we're not touring with them anytime soon, but we have played shows with them. These dudes have been good to us. We're speaking now about culture abuse.
And so
has been nice to Drug Church.
And I actually reconnected. While you pull them up, I actually, the singer of the band, David, nice guy. He was in a band called All X Teeth back in the late aughts, and they were a Northern California band who worked really hard and toured a lot.
A lot.
And as we talked about with our buddy Mac Miller, they played all the same secondary spots that his band, the Sheds, played. And they never were something we tried to put on Sound and Fury. We thought about them, but they just didn't hit it. And I saw him in California when I was out there and had a nice time. I was like, hey, I know you. And we talked because we had emailed some dozens of times. And really, what a sweetheart guy. Nice dude. And Culture Abuse is a band. Anybody else? Let's get the feelings of the room on the band musically.
Not my lane. I watched them when they played the post Sound on Sound, the post Fun Fest, the year that it actually went through. I watched them there. They were all right. Like, the dude's funny and nice. I've met him before, so I'm like, I should check out his band.
Yeah.
But I've heard nothing but good things about the LP.
Yeah, the LP that they did before this, Peach, I didn't go back to, but when I listened to it, I was like, oh, this is like this fuzzy up-tempo record, and I was like, this is cool. I wonder what they're going to do, and one of the parts I liked was how fuzzy it was. So that's kind of what I had anticipated leading into this record. Tom?
I like that new record a lot. Yeah, I'm psyched to actually see them. I've heard mixed things about them live, that they don't always pull it off, but I'm excited, and I kind of like how they handle their band.
And I think we've talked about it. They're one of those bands that I think you catch them on the wrong night, it's not good. But you catch them on the right night, they're the band who always has the energy of things might go off the rails because we're into this and we're all going off and we're all having a good time. So when you catch that on the right night, it's magic. You catch it on the wrong night,
it's also,
come back next time.
The record is very good, though.
It's part of the thing. People, like I always say, people go see Cat Power, walk on a stage, feel anxious, walk off a stage. You know, that's the end of the night.
Yep, and it's like not having it.
Yeah, so
Are you touring with Culture Abuse, or is that
no?
So you're doing a separate Gouge Away tour?
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll talk about that on the next stuff.
What do you guys have a song on this?
Just
that
play
you'd like me to
any
play?
of the first 5 songs.
Okay, this is Rats on the Wall. I think I've heard it, and I think it's the one that I preferred. Let's try.
Judy's born to run. Judy couldn't waste no time. She moved to the city.
So much cleaner than the Peach LP.
But Judy loved the boys.
So much less fuzz on the music.
Depending on what age and sort of musical orientation you got, this is either a dig or it's a compliment. Sounds like the fucking Strokes.
I was gonna say that.
I'll give you the specific.
That first Strokes record is great. So.
It sounds like Rooney.
Come on, Judy.
They're a band who did songs.
Oh, we know Rooney.
Yeah, so they could be. This is stuff that could be on the soundtrack for the OC.
That's for sure.
But clean vocals, really clear. And so when I first listened to this, the first 2 times I listened to this record, it didn't touch me, and I was kind of like, it just sounds like Rooney, and I kind of said it in a pejorative way, like, it's not connected. It feels like a heavily produced, big pop punk record.
Yeah.
It's not pop punk. It's like pop punk. You know.
All I hear is Strokes now that you said that. Like, I was trying to put something together. Like, nope, that's Last Night. At any point, it's just gonna turn into the Strokes.
If we put on the Rooney record, the first Rooney record, it's the Strokes strained through California. So it's a little more sugary, which is what this is. But I listened to it yesterday in preparation for this. And I was like, this is fun. I took away what I was thinking about it, and I think it's a fun record. I could see being outside in the sun and listening to this and having a nice time.
Yeah, you could cut to some girls roller skating down the boardwalk, and then it cuts to something else, and the TV show starts.
Yo, it hits me the same way stuff like the Walter band Rival Schools. I didn't, and I love all Walter's music. Before I moved to California, I didn't really like rival schools. And then I moved to California, and it immediately clicked with me. And I was like, oh, this makes so much sense. Like, it just felt right. And this kind of, I was driving yesterday, it was 95 degrees, and I was by the beach. I'm like, oh, I get this record now. All right, it's cool.
Walter, the preeminent voice of California.
But no, because it's so much more poppy than Quicksand. Quicksand, or even the band he did after that, World's Fastest Car, feels like New York.
Yeah.
When I used to walk around New York City by myself, it was listening to Slip on a tape deck, and it was like, yeah, this is the way New York feels to me, not rival schools.
See, as someone who left the area, when I come back to this area, then it's like, it'll be like, I just feel like listening to Underdog, or I just feel like listening to like Wars or AF or something like that, like as I'm like headphones
Pat's
walking the
getting
subway.
Is that me?
Pretty sure. I have mine.
Patrick
Mine goes silent.
is one of my friends. I've had my cell phone on cell phone silence since 2005, which is when I got a cell phone.
But you have it on your...
Because of work, I generally have my ringer on because I need, like,
You never know when you might be needed.
I sleep with my
You sleep with one eye open?
I sleep with one eye open, like the
Watching
tragedy
your
song. Yeah.
I was thinking Metallica, but hey.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, I exit light and enter night or something. But yeah, I have to have my phone on, so I always do. But you know, I'm doing a podcast. I'm going to silence that.
Yeah, you would think, pro.
I don't think it was actually me. I think it was Amelia's
in the song?
computer. Yeah, it was in the song. It was trying to be very of the moment. So
that won't date at all.
I love keeping my my volume all the way up. It's like one of my weird joys. For the text, here's what I got. Kevin, another drive job. Do both in Troy. More money. I've been getting these like, what do you call them? Where it's like, those
Wrong
phone calls.
texts.
No, those phone calls that you get where you're like, with somebody soliciting something to you. But I'm getting the
Hi, this is Ann from
Right.
Google.
right, and I'm getting those in text now.
But you're getting like the beginning of Drive with Ryan Gosling.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
you're going to
that's
have to beat somebody to death in an elevator.
That's the thing. Instead of saying stop texting me, I'm
You just
I'm,
get
just,
them. They're more
I'm
fun.
along for the ride.
I just
Yeah.
talked about this. I used to get like every 2 or 3 months, I would get a voicemail from a French woman, and it would be like, "Hello, Lavelle. Why aren't you calling me back?" I'm like, "Oh shit."
Why
Just
didn't
call
you
her
them
back.
I know.
Yeah,
I just wanted the voicemails. They were great.
Do you still have the phone number?
Probably.
please-
She was
please call
calling
up.
from like North Carolina. It was weird.
Please.
Hello, lover.
Yeah, Lavelle. I was like,
I will call them right now.
On a work text. So sometimes your phone will just remember like an old phone number, like when you start
Yeah.
for no
Yes.
particular reason. I sent a text to a wrong number that said, "So did they put that thumb back on?" Oh, fuck.
amazing.
Because that was it was relevant to the conversation I was having, but like they didn't respond. So someone just got like an unsolicited text about a
thumb.
appendage being put back
Amazing.
on. If you want the pictures for the regular text, I can show you.
I also love when your phone goes, maybe Patrick?
Yeah.
And it guesses like from
Yeah.
like, it's so fucked up because it knows everything.
Yeah.
Like if you get like a new number or something.
Oh, yeah,
And it'll
yeah.
be like, maybe Patrick?
Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's really fucked up.
Yeah, stop listening. Stop listening to me, Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve Jobs, you fuck.
There's only one Steve we respect on this podcast.
Sorry, I'm not going to attempt to explain.
Who
I'm not
created
gonna-
more jobs?
Oh, I mean, it might be Steve Reddy. Yeah.
Reddy.
I'm not going to attempt to explain a meme, but I saw in 2018, last week, I saw a Steve Jobs meme that took me to the ground. It was so funny. I could not believe that something about Steve Jobs in 2018 would be funny at all. And
Like a turtleneck? Like,
I
what
was, it's,
You're going to
Just explain it. Just
Okay.
do it.
Just find it during the next song.
does everybody know that Watchmen meme?
Yes.
Where it's Dr. Manhattan, spoiler alert, kills Rorschach at the end, right?
Yes.
But it blends Steve Jobs memes and Lig My Balls memes into one and makes it just so perfect. He goes, "I can't believe Steve Jobs died of ligma." And so obviously or so sad that Steve Jobs died of ligma, and then obviously the follow up is supposed to be what's ligma, and then he goes and then he like explodes Rorschach and says "Lig my balls," but this meme does it better because it goes I'm so sad that Steve Jobs died of ligma, and Rorschach goes, who's Steve Jobs? And then Dr. Manhattan makes him explode and goes, "Lig my balls." And so that
extra pause, that extra beat.
The beat,
that
the beat.
twist,
I know.
that twist
They
of
got it. They
not
got
asking
it.
who Ligma is, asking who Steve Jobs
And
is.
so in the future, when people say, "What were people doing in 2018?"
they were looking at that meme.
There were some dope memes.
That was a great meme.
Ligma.
So anyway, which by the way, here's a little very breaking news. As I understand it, Will Wheaton, who I have no idea what he really does,
You mean the kid from Star Trek: Next Generation?
Yeah.
Dr. Beverly Crusher, Wesley Crusher.
Wesley Crusher.
Dr. Beverly Crusher's son. Where was the dad?
You know what?
We know why Will Wheaton is the way he is. Latchkey.
No, it's the guy with the beard was the dad,
Who?
right?
Riker?
Jonathan
Riker was the
No,
dad.
Riker wasn't the dad.
No, it was bald guy.
Picard. John Luke.
Picard,
Yeah.
yes. So
So what happened with Wheaton?
Will Wheaton got apparently there is a Twitter competitor that's meant to have fewer like right wing trolls on it
Bill Beaton.
called Mastodon, I want to say, right?
Okay.
And,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But he got, I guess, kicked off or not maybe put in little
Like jail?
Mastodon jail. And the article explaining why was pretty lame, but it was explaining that he got bofa'd and he responded to being bofa'd very badly. And I didn't know what bofa'd is.
You gotta be like both of these nuts.
Yes,
Like that.
yes,
I just knew it. I
yes.
didn't even. I had to guess.
But what's funny is that this alternative to the trolling community sort of
some
thing.
guy got trolled.
He got trolled. He responded with, "Hey, you're blocked," and then he got yelled at because it was like, "Hey, you're not listening to your critics," or whatever
yeah.
the fuck it was. It was some like really bizarre like.
This is Mastodon, and if you can't take a light ribbing, you can't just block people.
It was-
You're out.
It was like it was the most 2018 I saw, but Bofa. The article's like, while we admit that it is childish to bofa somebody, I'm like, what is bofa? And I'm like, oh, I just fell for it.
Like kill the chain punk, egg punk. That's just dead. Ligma and Bofa.
Ligma punk and Bofa punk.
What
Yeah.
about
That's
Updog?
Which one are you?
I'm a Ligma punk.
Yeah, I think I'm a Ligma punk too.
Yeah, let's Ligma in this room.
What about Updog?
oh, yeah.
We are Ligma punks in this family.
Sorry.
Speaking of,
What's up, dog?
What do we got?
let's get to a Bofa band.
Okay, let's see.
I don't know what that means.
We got. Who else is on our list? Give me the list. You know
Let's
who?
do
Crippled Ern.
Crippled Ern.
Oh, actually, let's save that for a second because I downloaded that. I believe. Is that
Yes,
correct?
it was sent
Okay.
to you on a WeTransfer.com link.
Yes, with one of them was a WAV file.
I think I fucked up and asked for a WAV file because I thought that was better
Never
quality.
asked for a WAV
What
file.
do I know, man?
We do World of Love.
We did do World of Love. I'm gonna.
Yeah, we did.
I'm
We
gonna.
did that before. Not
We did that
yesterday.
just earlier.
Yeah.
I'm gonna opt for one that I liked, another New Jersey thing that I only learned
Ooh.
about because I edited the the Swank episode.
Sway at
You guys had Sway on. I was very proud of you.
Yeah.
He's
It was cool. He hasn't been doing anything since the VJ days, but
He doesn't have like a Sway and the 8th Street Kids album coming out.
So
you're moving to Hoboken with how much you're loving all these Jersey bands.
I'm a Jersey guy right now. This is a band
Sign
called
them up for Broadway, Jersey boys over here.
This is Fence Cutter.
South End boys finest.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Central Jersey, and they're younger
heard good
dudes.
things.
Yeah, they're cool.
it's hard. I'll say that. But apparently, I don't know
on
how
the
to use
E-block,
the
big on
internet.
the Asbury scene. It's cool. Good
Oh,
band.
you know, spoiler alert. I was like, oh, I must have spelled fence cutter incorrectly. I spelled Bammed Camp. So that's
Bammed.
Bammed.
that won't
Maria
work.
That's how you can tell it's
Bamford's music
you can tell it's a Bofa band.
It's a Bofa band. Hold on one second. You guys talk about some shit while I figure this out.
Yeah.
Talk about the
Yo, tell Tom about the axe to grind that a friend from Jersey has with Patrick.
What? Oh,
I know it. You got put on the spot.
that this person you made fun of their integrity shirt a very long time ago, but then you went on an integrity deep dive.
Oh, who was
that's
it?
what this person.
Are we not going to tell him just so we
don't
can get blindsided?
I'll continue to make fun of his integrity shirt. We went on an integrity deep dive during which I was like, this band is laughable.
Yeah. I don't think it's an actual axe to grind since they listen to the podcast.
You'd be surprised, man.
Yeah.
There's people that have been holding on fucking grudges for fucking 15 years. I remember I owed a dude $30. That was 15 years ago. Still mad.
yeah.
Damn.
Just give them $30.
No,
I mean,
not,
now you
not,
got to give
not
him
now.
like 50.
No, there's no interest. The interest goes the other way. The interest is now a middle finger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so.
So who wants to beat up Pat?
I have people that they don't care. I have people that owe me a lot more money that I don't actually care about.
Yeah, if I sat down and was like, "Oh, I think there's probably 600 floating around here somewhere," but you know, whatever. It's hard.
Do you
to
owe more or owed more?
Just got a text that says I owe like $680 to somebody. So I
$6?
$180?
$680. I'll be honest though,
Is it like a company or a human?
it's a company, but it's a human that keeps texting me. Shout out to Amy. I'll get back to you sometime. Here is a band called Fence Cutter.
What's that?
We're talking about my debts. We're gonna go with Trackside. I thought this was a hard band. Let's see
Fence
if
cutter
I'm right.
and trackside both sound hard.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got to cut the fence to get to the trackside to graffiti up that train.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fence Cutter is a good band name, especially
It
if
is.
you're going to have a
It
like,
is.
kind of harder.
I don't
sound.
love their logo that much, but we'll get into that.
They're young. So you got New York, you got a little No Warning-ish Chuck.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I like the stops.
This is hard.
I have a feeling that I've lost control. So reaches on this one I cannot go. Feel like I failed 1,000 times.
Vocals strong.
The world is mine.
You remind me of some
So forget about the
in the streets.
It sounds like Jeff Brown.
Yeah, it does. But we always use Jeff. Fighting in the streets, trying to survive.
It's got a Dave Birdness to it.
Oh yeah.
I can hear that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good reference. Striking distance.
Yeah.
For people at home, I'm eating the cookie while I'm moshing.
Oh, you're eating the cookie finally?
Yo, you didn't tell me it was chocolate chip. I would have fucked with this.
Yo,
earlier.
the chocolate chip is wild good.
It's really
Yeah, it's
fucking
really good. And they're vegan, so it's basically like eating a salad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that how that works?
I think
So
it's
this
made of
is
snail.
this is the like New York style influence that you don't hear prior to like 2010 or 11. Like it's heavy New York, but then they get into kind of more of a choppy, strong mosh part there.
Yeah,
but
and
really good.
That's like textbook New York hardcore, and I feel like the Dave Bird meets Jeff Perlin or you know some sort of New York
No, that's-
hardcore kind of vocals.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cookie in my mouth. You can reach that at fencecutterhc.bandcamp.com.
Fencecutterhc.bandcamp.com.
It's gruff vocals without being Cookie Monster.
No,
Yeah.
I liked it. It kind of had a swooshiness to it. Like it was like no cookie monster is a good way to put it.
Yeah.
What else we want to hit here, fellas?
We have a few other things.
Yeah, there's a thing that I don't want to talk about, but I guess we got to talk about.
Let's talk about it.
It's called Winds of Promise.
Dave, do you know what Winds? Have you heard about Winds of Promise?
Not at all.
Okay. If I told you it was members of Uniform Choice and Unity,
I would believe you. That sounds like that.
and would you kind of have an idea of what maybe the music sounds like?
I would assume it would be something like what was that band that Jeff Terranova did post upfront, pre upfront that you don't talk about, like his like alternative kind of band. That thing. I'm sure it's on the Smorgasbord catalog.
yeah, it's this more. It's
He wasn't in Standpoint, was he?
No,
it wasn't
no,
Standpoint.
but they were on
They were
there.
Smorgasbord.
Spirits,
Yeah.
something. It's
Oh,
shit, what is that? You know what I'm talking
Yes.
about? You're right. We don't talk about it.
No, why would you?
Oh my god, dude.
So here's the deal. I don't want to slander this band too badly,
It sounds like Orange County hardcore, but
but
I don't like the name at all.
no. But here's the thing. So it's presentation. I'm just going to cut to it, and when I come through Orange County, people can beat me up.
Windfall.
When I
That's why it's got wind in it.
when I heard this, I really enjoyed it, but I thought it was a parody. So when I found, and I still hope it is, but I'm getting from
Wait.
people that it's not.
Is that other video we watched? That's the some other
No.
old hardcore dudes like rap video.
No,
That's Count Catastrophic.
That's Count Catastrophic. We're big fans. So this is like everything. It's okay. It's Winds of Promise with Orange County Hardcore underneath. It's the record I want to say is called Worn, and it's on Unity Worldwide Records. And
Which is a real label.
everything about this presents as very, we're self-aware. We get it that this is kind of funny, right? And if it is that, if this is like, what was the Euro one that we like?
Monkey Bite?
Monkey Bite.
Fellow.
A Monkey Fellow.
Monkey Bite was a zine.
If this is
That was Lenny Zimkiss. Right?
Yeah.
if this is Orange County's Monkey Fellow, I fucking love it.
You fuck with it.
And if it's not,
If it's not parody,
then
you're
I'm scared.
shocked.
I'm scared.
Yeah, okay.
But am I allowed to enjoy? Here's a question, philosophical. Am I allowed to enjoy it? Who's the ultimate author? Is it the author, or is it me, the person that receives it? You tell me. Because if I get to write this as just fun, I'm game. Are you ready? This is the song Worn.
They weren't breaking any mold with that already.
I wish it was Winds of Change, like the Scorpion song.
Yeah.
This is OC.
Hold on. It gets real OC.
Wow.
Oh, look.
Lyrics. Musically, somewhere in the Ignite world.
No, I see exactly what Patrick's saying about this being like a parody of
Wait
this.
for it.
Oh, sign me out. 40 years of my time.
So do you think this guy likes DC hardcore and some of
And
Ian
Seven
McKay's
Seconds,
work?
yeah. Do you know he went to hardcore shows for 30 years? Because he mentioned it in the lyrics.
Here it comes.
Oh, Caps.
Uncensored fuck there.
Yeah,
Words.
no asterisk or anything.
We're watching that lyric video, fam.
So, like, what would it be like if Embrace and Out of Step were made by some bros in Orange County?
Like you guys talked about the talk and the yell
Yep.
that everyone's done, but this is a little bit talk heavy.
They're too, yeah.
A lot more talking than yelling.
Oh, the other thing is it's got Dag Nasty talk
Fucking
parts.
Worn.
The you're going one way, I'm going another. And he's obviously referencing that, but you know.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is that the PMA part, the Ian part, everything about this.
Well, we didn't make it this far.
It's also got.
This is very Ray Kappa.
I was gonna say it's got a Youth
Shelter.
of Today starting at
Yeah.
Disengaged to Shelter Forward. Like
So,
Guy?
for people at home, I'm looking at three men go between disgust and joy and sort of just curious.
I might get a.
I would have put more N's in that right there.
Yeah. They don't even use exclamation points
I
in
might
this
get.
lyric video.
I might get just capped. I might get a seizure from watching the lyric video.
Yeah, it's
And I know you don't get a seizure, you have a seizure. So. Only choices. Bam.
all right. So I'm coming around on this. I think I love it, but I only love it if I think that everybody involved just got together on like this is their Saturday beer league sort of thing.
Yeah. Bob.
0 Choco Tacos.
0. I'm going to give it a theoretical 3 Choco Tacos if it's done with tongue in cheek. And if it's not done with tongue in cheek, I'm going to recommend.
What are you giving it with no tongue in cheek?
I'm going to hand it like the card to a social worker. You know what I mean?
And you're
'Cause
giving it a 0 Choco Taco, right?
it might be 0 Choco Tacos.
Yeah.
If Somebody in this band is self-aware.
If this is parody,
No.
3 Choco Tacos.
Skynet. This is Skynet.
They're not self-aware.
No.
Gotta
That's
be.
my bet.
God, you couldn't use PMA in good conscience in 2000.
You know what, though? When you're an out-of-touch old dude, you might.
Yeah,
That's the part,
it's
man.
very old guy.
Does this get any Choco Tacos? No, right?
Yes. No.
You're only giving it Choco Tacos if it's parody.
Yes.
We don't.
If it's parody,
I would
it's
rather
spot
listen
on.
to-
Right, you're killing it, right? Okay, so hold
So
on.
if this is good,
Join
clean
me in the
fun,
parody.
if this is good, clean fun, 3 Choco Tacos.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not.
I would rather
be.
listen to Clutch.
Oh, well, we can arrange
duh.
that. They got 2 new singles out.
Clutch is fucking awful.
We should check that out. 2 new singles.
I'm quitting. I will quit the podcast right now.
Yo, the one video would make you walk out the fucking room.
I'm gonna take you with me.
It's got Barbarella in it. It's like,
Out the
oh,
fuck
it is
outta here.
so fucking bad. But the song itself, kind of good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Musically on this, you said? Or no, Clutch?
Clutch.
Oh,
Clutch. Musically, this is a good parody.
The thing is, like, if your like lane is exclusively like, I love No for an Answer, Uniform Choice, and I'll even dabble in Ignite. But other than that, you know, I'm not-
You can't, but you can't.
But then
you can't
that-
ignore the vocals. That's the problem.
But if
But I
you
mean, that's what it sounds like.
But if
It
you
sounds-
dabble in
yeah.
those things
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, and now their new band sounds like Disrupt, like, ah, fuck this. Like now,
Yeah.
but this is their lane. Like the Venn
Very
diagram
on brand.
is just a
Yeah.
filled in circle of this.
Yeah, but
Okay.
don't you get bored?
Of doing that? Not if you haven't done it in 35 years, which
What they've been doing it for?
what do we got? Oh, this is the new song.
This is the
Clutch.
Quit immediately.
Hold on, you might
Hold
like
on.
it. You might like it.
This sounds like bad.
I need to show them the cover.
Yeah. Oh no, it's
The
gonna throw
cover
up.
is a Motel 6 ashtray.
Oh,
Yeah. This is the new Clutch, everybody.
New phone. It would be terrible if something happened to it. Well, I'd like to thank everyone for my time on Axe to Grind. It's been a cool 8 months.
Do you think there's any way you could come around to Clutch?
No.
None?
Not a
What if you
fucking
saw them live? They're good.
I've seen them live.
Yeah? Were you excited?
No. They played the Biohazard State of the World
Yes,
Address
that makes
record
sense.
release.
Bad.
Yeah.
And it was like the worst band I've ever seen.
All right.
Oh, come on.
No, but that was on Transatlantic Speedway era. It was probably their top of their game.
We got a Clutch fan here.
Yeah. Jam room? Cool. All right, yo, let's do this.
So you're gonna fight
how
Dave
many?
out for
No.
these?
How many members of Biohazard like Clutch?
Oh, I bet 3.
No.
No? You think
I
none?
guarantee. I think 3 for sure.
Yeah.
I think at least there's a dude from Jersey. He likes Clutch for sure.
Think Danny Schuler likes? I don't think so.
I bet Billy does.
I don't know. I feel like he's too hardcore.
I bet what's his name?
Evan?
Evan. He likes Clutch.
When he like does porn, he listens to Clutch.
Oh yeah,
That's porn- yeah.
porn music.
gonna
Ding-a-ling,
say-
ding-a-ling.
Yeah, maybe that's what made him become. Yeah.
But I do want to share because Tom is the people's champ. Did a poll. How many good songs does Clutch have? Just the Choco Taco song, 22%. All of them are good, 8%.
Wow.
10 plus good songs, 16%. 0 good songs, 54%.
That's the one I voted for. Thank you, everybody. I'm back.
So
I appreciate the
for
support.
people that voted in that.
Yeah.
How could you possibly know?
Yeah.
Come on. That's just,
Everyone who's
that's just
listened to more than
presumptuous.
10 Clutch songs said they have some good songs.
If you have, in your in your iTunes, if you have a couple Clutch albums, then you can really weigh in on that. If you just know like Choco Taco, you shouldn't be voting.
Yeah. The people at home, avail yourself to the Clutch discography available on Spotify. And
Throw on Impetus. It's like, pretty cool song.
I think you get a lot out of that fucking self-titled transatlantic. Yeah.
That whatever.
Jam Room, I think, is really good.
Whatever the transatlantic. It's a long name. It's a
Yeah.
Fiona Apple's caliber record, but like.
Whoa, maybe in song title only.
Yeah.
Do not.
I saw Fiona a
All
couple
right.
years ago.
I've
Clutch
seen her. She's
self-titled,
fantastic. One of
Elephant
my
Rider, cool. Jam Room, cool.
No,
Oh my
wait.
God.
Did you start at the bottom?
Hold on.
Because you're missing.
Oh
Oh my
Okay,
God, we
Transatlantic.
are at the bottom. We're still here.
Transnational
Let's go.
Speedway.
Next
So
song.
everybody, that's Winds of
I like
Promise.
Jam Room.
And you
Winds
can
of Plague.
find
Got it. Let's
you can
go.
find that on YouTube.
YouTube.
That's Joe Foster's YouTube. And I
And you can get the Clutch song anywhere good songs are sold.
right. What else we got to listen to?
You got the master list. Hold on one second.
No, it's mostly we gone through 99% now.
All right, I
I'm
think
like
we're
confused.
getting there. All right, we did. You did earn.
Every time I say it.
Oh,
it's
let's
like,
talk.
do another
Okay,
one.
okay. Let's talk about this Jesus Piece shit. Right?
Oh, we didn't do
Jesus Piece got a new record out.
Yeah.
We thought that the record had come out and had been quiet. That wasn't the case. It was leading up to the record. Still a little quiet, I'll be honest, but they were right. We were wrong. But you know what? Let's see. Yo, Jesus Peace got more listeners than any of my bands. So on Spotify, let's give it a go.
Does it beat the 50 thumbs up on that Wins a Change or whatever that was called?
Yeah, what was the ratio on that? How many thumbs up to thumbs down?
It was 50 and then 1 thumb down.
Who is that asshole?
Tom?
Yeah. I'm back in Wins the Promise. I'd check it out live. Okay, so has everybody listened to this Jesus Peace record?
Yes.
No.
I meant to, actually.
Yeah, so did I.
All right, Bob, what was your takeaway?
It sounds like there's 2 songs and then a bunch of parts. And I don't say that in a really super negative way. I say it in it felt like they didn't know how to put together a full length of like a record. And maybe I'm wrong, but the sound is good. The production is good. Vocals sound good. Like all the stuff sounds good, but in a similar way to something like Forced Order. I think the Jesus Peace record, the first song is like a song to me. And then the next grip, there was very few tempo changes. There was a lot of kind of chugging. And then there was another song where we got some tempo change. And then kind of back to the chugging and more chunkier songs. I didn't pay a ton of attention to the lyrics, so that could, there's no commentary on that. But I felt like this was a well done but light release.
Okay. I have my thoughts, and I'm going to save them until after we listen to song number 2 on this record, which is entitled Workhorse.
Song number 2 is not a fuck you song.
It's on the Jesus Peace record, Only Self, available everywhere.
The production, I think, is really good. I think the guitar sound they got on this record fits it. To me, it's like a mix of like Hate Breeds and Hydra Head.
Bands like this have to have good recordings or else it just gets lost in the magic.
Absolutely. I actually think for the dude's vocals, which like this kind of. Like the dude's vocals are really strong for this kind of style. Sure.
I like that part.
So there's a lot going on here,
I mean, there's at least 4 opportunities to mosh so far.
But what do you like? Where's the mosh to it? You know what I mean? There's been no build up to it though. It's just been.
There you go.
Yeah, like the open chord. But that's not a moshing part. This is a faster like.
Clear pit to then there not be their payout.
I think that's a bit of a generational thing.
You think?
I do. I think that like an 18-year-old moshed the fuck out of this song, and we would have missed every cue.
I'm seeing some kicking, but
Yeah, like Chrome's going pretty crazy.
Okay, so
I actually like that.
yeah,
I think you'd like the record.
It's
honestly,
well done.
No,
like
it's
that kind of style. I don't totally love all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff, but when it's well done like that,
I think it's a very well done version
it's
of
more
this stuff.
thoughtful than most of that.
well,
yeah.
I'm going to say that
Vocals are strong.
If you fucked with the Harm's Way record, there's no reason you can't fuck with this.
Yeah, right.
But,
Oh, if you fuck with Harm's Way, I think if you fuck with Code Orange, I think.
but here's my hot take. You ready?
Yes, sir.
This was weirdly refreshing because it didn't do what I would have anticipated for a band that we kind of thought was in the go for it sphere. You know what I mean? Like the bands that were like people were expecting to go to a different place, different level, like sort of Code Oranges or where Harm's Way is creeping to. I thought that they were going to throw in a lot different elements as those two bands have.
like
And this is just a mosh record.
this type of stuff is not my lane, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not wrong in thinking that Code Orange is like a more dynamic sound, though, right?
No, well, that's
Like,
what
'cause
I'm saying.
I've
What's
seen
the
Code
opinion
Orange,
on
and there's a
this?
lot
Yeah.
more going on.
Yeah, I mean, they
You
have
think
faster Code Orange.
Yeah.
yeah, and they have like fast.
Yeah,
forwards. They have,
definitely the Code Orange stuff. Yeah, that makes sense.
So, but I guess that's what I'm saying is Code Orange has done what they do very well, and then when I think that they thought maybe there's no place else to go in this particular sphere, they started adding different elements so far successfully. I think people are waiting for the for maybe the botch job, but they so far successfully. And Harm's Way to a lesser degree, but still. I mean, both these bands on their last records or last efforts, you could say, because Code Orange just put out an EP. You could say industrial hardcore as opposed to industrial metal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're in a space, and I expected more bands to. I don't want to say chase that, but I expected more bands to do that. Like, let me put it this way: if this Jesus Piece record had horns, I would have been less surprised than I am by just getting a straightforward,
proficient version
yes,
of
like a
what they do.
straightforward mosh record.
I would have not seen horns on that one.
It would be folly.
No, Folly can't write
So,
these
like,
heavy
do you
riffs.
hear what I'm saying when I was saying like Hydra Head meets Hatebreed?
I think that's
Oh,
exactly
100%.
right.
But I'd rather listen to Hatebreed.
Right.
And I might
Right.
rather
It's like
I
cross
might
Aaron
rather-
Turner.
Would you
with-
rather listen to Hydra Head?
I might like if you wanted to say this is Cable meets Satisfaction,
Satisfaction,
yeah,
yeah.
you could
Like,
say
there's
that.
somebody, yeah. I think to someone hearing like Hydra Head meets Hatebreed, they're like, oh,
Perfect.
really?
That's like the sticker on it.
yeah. So
Yeah. So for kind of like you're heavy and not satisfied with just the bog standard sort of heavy.
Yeah, and I think they do. The production brings it up. I think they're proficient. To me, there's something to be said. I wish that I felt like the songs were going somewhere more frequently, but like again, that can just be part of a narrative. You know,
Sam's got some stuff going on between this and the Nothing record, and he'll be busy.
Philadelphia stays busy.
Stays
You
busy.
know, we can say a lot of bad things about Philadelphia, but the people there who are
They're-
there,
They'll destroy a robot and they'll be busy. That's it.
They might get locked up at the Phillies game, but once they get
Yeah.
out, they're going to write a hell of a
They're gonna
record.
park.
Yeah.
They're gonna
busy
park their.
destroying robots.
They're gonna park their quad in front of their house where they throw their trash in the street, and then they're gonna put out some new records.
Probably hit somebody with some batteries from the stands. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Hit like a lady for
I
like the wrong
sent you
sports
two.
team. Yeah.
so I'm going to type in these URLs.
URLs.
Want me to read them? Why don't we do? Why don't we go to the?
Well, you guys open your phones and
Open
look
your
at
Psalm
and
books.
look at
Go to
what
Psalm 69.
how large your text is on your screen.
Why?
Like look at the actual because mine is now at max and I'm getting
my God,
I'm
dude.
getting more and more.
Normal. We're
Wait, you're all in normal?
Yeah.
That's normal. You're
Yeah.
maybe a size up from me, but I think it's close. It's like
Okay, hold on.
No, it's
Yeah, yours is a little-
Let's attempt to read each other's shit from across the room.
Yeah, yours is like ridiculous.
You can turn that off though. That's a
No, but
setting.
I think he chooses that.
I know I
No,
choose
he-
it and
he
I
goes
Are you that
max.
blind?
I want it to go bigger.
No, a friend of mine, his phone's like that, and I made fun of him. I think
Yeah,
he
everybody
scales down
makes.
a little bit.
That's
yeah.
the thing. Everybody makes fun of me, but I quite like it, and
you have
that's
like
why I'm
astigmatism?
No, I'm
I have
just.
excellent vision, so I could make it smaller if they let that.
See, I think my vision's fine. I
Yours
just
is just.
why, but
Get
why
it-
why
get some
abuse
glasses,
yourself by
man.
with like you know. All right, so we're gonna go to stigmatism.
Why
which is,
abuse yourself for having to read normal sized text?
Hold on a second. Was this all a ploy to make a stigmatism joke?
No,
Oh, it should have been. When you hit it, I was very excited.
yeah, I don't get me wrong. After you started, I was like, oh, not bad, but no, I thought it would give you guys if you had varying sizes. I thought it would give you something to talk about for 10 seconds.
No,
when I typed this in.
we're all in the same boat.
We all have varying sizes.
This one's just right.
This is stigmatism.
Yours is like absurd.
dot
Yours is
Bandcamp- you know-
invasively large.
Well, here's the thing. I
can read it from here.
I got
Yeah.
no secrets. People can read
Maybe
over my
one-
shoulder.
Yeah.
I was
we
like,
know.
wait, who's talking about back to school jam? That was my text.
What's more off-putting, that his lock screen is pictures of his girlfriend scantily clad, or
Yeah.
the largeness of the text?
No secrets. I got no code on
I
this.
know.
I got no code on this phone. I got giant text.
I'm a little bit. The most scandalous thing about that phone is that huge crack running through it.
Oh,
Yo,
God.
Where'd you
don't
find
get me
that thing?
started. Don't get me started. It's very
Fix it,
touchy for me.
dude.
It's very touchy.
There's
That's why-
genius
that's why
bars
the-
everywhere. Just walk down to Bedford Avenue. They'll fix it for you.
That's
I'm-
why the application for Patrick Hinlin Mall Cop is out.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
door.
You probably get a company phone.
So I've been putting.
in one of those big Otter boxes. with a
Yes,
clip-on.
clip.
That could be the next Patreon thing,
Yes.
like an Otter box, like a really obnoxious phone
Hey,
case.
Dave, watch your wallet. There's poor people around.
All right.
I locked my door.
We're going with Stigmatism. Bob's feeling this. Spoiler alert. I listened to it. I'm not.
Spoiler alert.
But we're going to give it a
Fun.
shot. I'm going to give
New York meets Montreal. It's like that comp.
The compilation. Yeah. Rat Cage Records.
You have a song you like, or
It's just
they're
whatever.
all 35
They're all
seconds?
great.
Let's
Yeah.
go for it.
Let's get two.
This is called,
Play two in a
okay.
row.
Then we're going to go from It's Too Late at 39 seconds into Business End at 38 seconds.
Business End's a good one. Yeah, good pickup. Obviously, very AF.
I was curious where it was going to go from that, but it just kind of faded out from
Yeah. Very AF though. Yeah.
Second there, I thought that last one was called Egg
more
Maniac, and I'm like, man, they're really right on the chain end.
It's Ligma Bofa.
I think they would really like New York hardcore.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Great. AF, early 80s, New York. A little bit of mob. Good call on the sheer terror
Thank you
guitar
very
tone.
much. I like hardcore.
Very anthemic.
Crucial Chaos just plays the whole fucking thing.
Those dudes
5
killed
seconds.
monkeys, and you fucking know it.
Rachel Roseman would definitely play that whole thing. And
Yeah.
Spermicide.
Yeah, there you go.
You hating on it? Why are you hating?
You know
Pat
what?
doesn't like hardcore.
Yeah, it's
We
that.
just have it
It's
back.
my deep hatred of hardcore. is really what got me. Yeah,
Just, you know what? Next time they just need to throw in a little more Snapcase.
if,
Right.
If
If it was stopped doing
you know,
That's what we're going to work on after this.
Filter out all the desecrated.
Yeah.
We're going to take those songs and do some digital mashups with Snapcase tracks.
Yeah.
Or just
we'll
make
go-
35-second Snapcase songs.
like piccolo snares and have his voice go bah, so, bah.
so I was just.
It's like Beavis and Butthead.
I was.
She ain't got no time for me.
Bob, are you sure that the link you just sent me is the one? For restraining order, all I have. Oh, no,
That's
pardon
the
me. This is new. You're right.
This one's new.
You're right. Okay, this is a song called Check Off the List
Head
from
first logo.
from
is that?
Restraining Order.
It is on New Age.
And I think this is the best band name. I just maintain that this is a very
It's a
good,
very good band
it's
name.
just a
But
very
from
good-
the name, I'm hearing street punk.
Yes,
Oi. I
that's
don't know
exactly
if it is.
that's
Yeah,
exactly what I
or-
thought. That's
The
exactly what I-
skinheads don't ask about their politics.
Yeah.
Skins for skins. That's the way it's got to be. A lot of DYS in the vocals.
I am.
Where's this from?
What's your mask? It's Boston hardcore.
I was gonna say I'm shocked, and I feel like this is filtered through the rival model.
It is, but it's more Boston-y than that. Like, it's more Boston than New York. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
And a lot of slaps, a lot of negative effects. Negative effects is a big one on this. Like, there's a lot of choke in the vocals on this.
I like how barky the vocals are.
Yeah. And here you get a little bit more modern. You wouldn't get this on an 80s hardcore record.
Is it
But you get
was not Outbreak, but not as screechy.
no. Yeah, I can't even think about what Outbreak. Like musically, Outbreak. Yeah, I can see that vocals a little bit, but like, if that dude was trying to do, if that dude met Dave Smalley on Brotherhood, you know, because I think about
I hope
the
that
fast parts of DYS stuff. There's a
his best work.
yes, definitely.
I wasn't. Is he not doing his best work now? Is that
No, Davey.
Dave?
What'd you think of that?
Welcome to Boston.
Captain
I
Slapshot.
wasn't mad at that. Yeah.
A couple tracks on there I think you could really ride with. That one was.
No, that was
a little
good.
faster.
You know
Yeah.
what's interesting to me is I don't know if this is still the case, but there was maybe like a 5-year period where everybody was gravitating towards the proto Slapshot bands as opposed to Slapshot itself. Mm-hmm. Is that still the thing? Like, do we pretend that Negative Effects is better? Or
Dave, is Negative Effects better than Slapshot?
Yes.
certainly not.
Dave, is Last Rites better than Slapshot?
Yes.
Fuck! This is insanity.
No, Chunks. If I Chunks playing at my funeral.
I mean, that's fine. That's all good.
I like the
but
Dinosaur Jr. of Chunks version of Chunks played at my funeral. Thank you.
I'm with that. I'm not mad at
No,
that.
and the first 2 Slapshot records, enjoy for sure. I'm not hating on Slapshot.
I don't think you find many. You'll find Slapshot fans who are like, they like it's both ways. You don't get people who love Negative Effects and hate Slapshot.
Yeah.
And you probably don't get people who love Slapshot and hate Negative Effects. But there's certainly a dividing line. I fall on the Slapshot side. A lot of that is familiarity, but I really like Negative Effects and I really like Last Rites.
I love the Negative Effects album. And like,
really good record.
I'm not even huge on Back on the Map. I love Step on It though.
I love them both.
Step on It, I think is
But what
far
about
superior.
the Back on the Map intro?
I mean,
Here, can we play the Back on the like? This is the last song we're
No,
playing.
I'm saying
No,
it's
the
a
second
great
last.
intro. It's a great intro. I don't really ride for Stars and Stripes.
No, I don't ride for Stars.
I converted. Yes, I came around on it.
Tom's sitting over there shaking his head at Patrick.
I'm from New York, man. You are a choke apologist.
I am a choke apologist.
You're gonna do a hostage video soon if you keep fucking around like
that's
this.
true.
But is it closer to Boston than Manhattan?
It's about equidistant almost.
it
It's
is.
like very,
But I
very
feel like
close.
it's an easier shot right across 90 rather than coming down from 91 and 95.
to 87.
Right, 'cause you
What's
get
easier?
east.
No, you should go shoot down.
Are we
Map talk.
Are we playing the Gilligan's Island theme? Is that
No,
what
we're
you're doing?
playing,
Is that what you're
playing
demanding?
Back on the Map. First song.
So bad. It's insane.
Yeah, this brings it down.
Boston really didn't have like a lot of like I don't know if it'd be producers, like people to like
Yeah, no one to edit you a little bit. Yeah.
Every classic Boston hardcore record has that one slow song. Which, I mean,
This
I
is the
love.
Lady of the Lake.
Yeah, but they're rub-a-dub.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. If this starts playing, like I want this to play at my funeral, but then just everyone smash everything. Like pick up the chairs and
Yeah,
start
just
hitting
everyone
each
bring
other.
hockey sticks. Like they hide hockey sticks in your.
Everyone reach under your chair.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We should. Here we go.
There's was it Bobby Orr jersey under here? Everyone get into a hockey
No.
fight and
That new self-defense record came out where I referenced Choke, and I got a lot of Who Is Choke, which is, I mean, I'm not mad at it. It means I got
Gotta bring
listeners
it
that
back.
I see that as a good tour together.
love it.
Have you
you
ever
ever
played
met
this
Jack Kelly?
A better tour in
I've never
Europe.
met him.
Yeah, better tour in Europe.
Yeah.
Well, you should do self-defense ripoffs of the Slapshot Back on the Map. Self-def fam. Oh, just self-def. We can do a little spot there. Here we go. So good. All right, Choke.
Let me just hit a chorus.
Yeah. Sorry. Oh, yeah. We'll go.
Yeah, but hazardous waste.
All right.
So refreshing. All right.
Do you feel any kind of cognitive dissonance? How much like he has a song called 108 and he hates Krishna, and you love 108?
But that's this is what I was saying earlier with the band that I thought was shitting on me. I like this back and forth. I see no reason why we can't have a little, like all that shit.
Witty repartee.
But yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like tons of stuff that hates each other. It's
Yeah,
cool.
and I mean, when you're in the moment, don't get me wrong. I'm sure that 108 woke up to that song and we're like, "What the fuck? We like."
Well, I mean,
it."
it's about Ray Capo, but they call
Yeah,
it.
but like what the fuck? We like fucking Slapshot. You know what I mean? Like, this is hurtful. I don't like this. But look, time heals a lot of shit. And when you're looking at it, like
Time
10,
heals all wounds.
Don't heal a fucking thing.
That's true. Well, there's a lot of references going on. When you're looking back on a thing, are we saying that the guys in 108 don't find that song totally hilarious and fun? You know what I mean? I bet they do.
Ah.
No? Holy
don't
shit!
know.
I'm gonna. Give
I don't know,
I'm
man.
gonna give them that
Those are
same
serious
social worker
dudes.
card I'm giving the guys in Promise Wins or whatever the fuck.
Promise Ring?
What Winds of Promise?
Winds of Change.
Okay.
Ultimate Scorpions tribute band.
What are we giving a shot now? Are we gonna do?
We'll do Crippled Urn.
Let's do
Crippled
Crippled Urn.
What else we got? We have one more after this?
We might have one more after Crippled Urn. Let me give it a look though. Okay, so this is Tom. These are your people, or you, or this was sent to you.
This was sent to me, released by my people.
Gotcha. It is called Crippled Urn, not spelled the way that you and I both assume urn would.
No,
be.
like an urn, like you have ashes that there's a crack in it. No,
not
it's
that. Not that. Yeah.
I don't know what it refers to. I've really
Got to
no
be a
idea.
reference that we don't get. You know.
No, it's probably like a chapter, like a title to a
Yeah.
chapter in a book.
Let's
that
say
I
Moby
haven't
Dick.
read. I mean, they are all related to Herman Melville. So like
That's a
Moby.
good tie-in. Oh yeah, like Moby. Remember that narrative?
Isn't it? Isn't that the truth?
I don't
Isn't his name
know.
Richard Melville? I don't know.
Dickie Mal.
Labels do anything to sell a fucking record.
Well, these dudes are from New York. They're a newer band.
Rad.
Have a record out.
Let's do
It's
it.
kind of got a Sheer Terror, Wisdom and Chains, Hot Water music vibe. If that's weird.
Oh, wow.
Oh, one
It's
of
strange.
those.
It's also like
One
I
of
was listening to it. I was
those.
like,
Another
Yeah.
one.
depending on what
Dime a dozen,
No,
those.
no, but depending on what's playing behind the vocals, it could go either way.
Okay, fuck it. We're
Sure.
gonna give it a go. I don't know it at all. The song is called "Disappointed and Disengaged." Dangerous song title because if you don't like it, you can just be like, "Oh, no,
I was just wondering
yeah,
if this
yeah.
Oh yeah, the easy takes.
You never title something that some smarmy record reviewer can use against you.
Shit sandwich. Where they print that? They can't print that.
Have you considered punk music? I have, and now I don't like it anymore.
I decline.
Yeah, I'm hearing the Wisdom Chains for vocals.
It's like some sing song, like
Blood.
yeah.
But this vocal, yeah, I hear that.
But it's gravel, but like some of the music is a little bit more like it's like how what
Well, and he's got it's melodic.
yeah.
That coming.
Doesn't Wisdom and Change do this a little?
Yeah. Totally. They go melodic.
I kind of like his voice when he does this.
It's cool.
Same dude.
Yeah. That's how what yeah, that's not what it's It's
I'd
interesting.
be like,
yeah.
here's the funny thing. I can't picture what this band looks like.
No. The guitar player is in like a hot water music band from the shore.
Oh.
I think maybe not the shore. The shore of New York, you know what I'm saying? How like yes.
Okay, yeah.
Wow, you're not wrong. This went in a direction I did not anticipate.
Yeah, like this guy guess could play this hardcore, but it maybe should be playing the fest.
Yeah. Hi, it's people in your house again.
You want Patrick to have friends.
True.
This is how it works. I brought this.
How's it going?
I'm Dave. This is my gift to you as a thank you, and you can spray it when you smell bad, or when that smells bad. You can spray it on Pat. There you go.
Oh, for people at home, Amelia just got her eyelashes done, and she looks superb. Oh, that's a good color. I like those colors. Okay. We're enjoying this song. They just went in the third direction.
Yeah.
I think that's actually really interesting.
That was really interesting.
It's heavy, but like kind of hot watery, and yeah.
heavy, not in the
Some,
moshy
some
way.
Yeah.
twists in there.
Yeah, some directions I didn't see coming. But Sheer Terror also had that kind of sing-songiness, but not to the same level.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they had a different sing-songiness, I guess.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
not
sure.
like a yell sing-song.
Right. I dug that.
Okay, Crippled Urn, which we can find where, you know? That one was sent to us. So I don't-
Yeah, so it's on Morse code recordings. I think they have a Bandcamp, I believe.
Gotcha. All right, check it out. I actually quite liked the vocals. I thought it was better applied when it was doing the hot water music thing as opposed to
The sheer terror.
Yeah,
thing. Yeah. And
but-
it goes back and forth, and I think he's got a very strong voice.
What would you compare that end part? The like kind of more like it was more. It sounded much more modern and less.
Polar Bear Club?
You know what? I wouldn't have gone there because it's just so much hardcore. It's so much more hardcore, the fucking presentation. But yeah, that wouldn't be totally far off.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that kind of mild. Yeah, I dug that.
One of those.
Yeah. So let's close out with a thing that was sent to me by a friend who is always big upping his homies in Iceland. Would you read the
Are we
name?
playing
of it?
Cigarro?
No, we're gonna do this one for a cigarette.
Sugar Cubes. There you go.
Is this one?
Yeah. What is that? D7Y?
d7ypunk.bandcamp.com.
You got it.
And then we're gonna do one more.
That's actually my Wi-Fi password. I didn't figure that out. That's fucked up.
Wait, it's lowercase d. So
Oh, cool. Woo! Thank God.
Okay.
The name of the album is What Street Did You Grow Up On, and what color was your first car?
So this is the new demo from
security questions.
D7Y,
This one's called Mother's Maiden Name.
Yeah, what's your porn name?
and it is
Good band gimmick.
it is sung in Icelandic. So I couldn't
I
tell
like
you
that.
I couldn't tell you what's going on. But let's give the first track a go. 49 seconds. Will it rage?
It will rage. 49 seconds. It has to.
Better not be like a dirge 49-second song.
There is
Sounds like a Bad Brains intro.
Yes.
49 seconds.
There's a listener that this is going to be the favorite thing that they take from this episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like these parts.
It's wild.
Yeah. Because it turns into like kind of a DVD hardcore thing, but then it goes back into that. I don't know what to call that.
It
Okay. I fucking liked it.
was cool.
Noise
Yeah.
punky kind of thing,
Yeah.
but like not being a noise band.
I also think like just hella Scandinavian, even though Iceland isn't
Not
Scandinavia.
really, yeah.
but
They did live under Danish and Swedish rule for quite a while.
Is that right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
they're free now though.
Free now.
Good for them.
Free at last.
All right.
Sent you the last one.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yo, we're going back to Philadelphia here too.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a great band name in my view because it reminds me of Swizz. The band name is Sunstroke, and
This is predating our New Mutants focused band Sunspot.
that character arc has gotten really weird.
I know. I don't agree with the last 8 years of the character, which is such a bummer. Dorks. Get Roberto DaCosta back.
Yeah,
Tabletop
please.
games.
Nerds!
Let's see. Oh wow. Let's do it. This seems.
Whoa!
No, I'm just.
Holy crap!
Look, I'm reading lyrics that are from a Philadelphia band that seem to have like a very response to what's going on sort of thing. And sometimes Philadelphia bands are of the moment. This seems to be pushing the other way, maybe is so of the moment that it's ahead of it. This is a song called "Complaint Department," and I love that. Okay.
I think it's going to be melodic.
Yes.
Fire agenda, scrolled on an empty page. Human platforms and pedestals with a sense of outrage.
Both remind me of Morgado and Jeremy Bolm.
Wow.
I actually hear the Jeremy.
So you're seeing a wrong side touche amore splash up.
Vilified.
I could also get a Dave Suicide File.
I can see, yeah.
Yeah.
Dave Deficit.
I didn't want to jump to Revolution Summer. That's what it is.
Yeah. Only thing I don't like.
Race for it.
Yeah. The only thing I think the vocals are on top of the music just a little bit for my taste, but that's a pretty small complaint.
I think this.
Yeah, I like
Which guitars kick in a lot of that smell.
that's what I'm saying about the vocals.
Chain mixing on this thing.
we need some chain mixing. This is more an egg mix.
Chain of strength. But yeah, either way.
The chain mixing is the thing I try to replicate.
Everything's level.
Yes, when you listen to the Chain Strength 7, especially the original mixes, the vocals are in the mix. They're just down with the guitars.
Just another instrument, man.
Strength, man. Cool guitar part.
So
I dig it.
that is very, very Revolution Summer, and it's interesting that we're getting a few of these bands this year. But like we talked about, this could be the wave. This could be the fucking thing.
Look, there's a whole new wave of bands who are doing sort of a different thing than what's been going, which is the heavier stuff or the more metallic stuff. And that's healthy. The thing we need everyone to put in your head, just because you might be checking out some new stuff and liking it, doesn't mean you got to leave your fucking Harm's Way records back there. It's better if you kind of keep an even keel. The pendulum swings. We all
Keep
look
that
like
same
idiots.
energy, as people say, as the kids say.
Variety's the spice of life.
Yeah.
So here's my prediction with this band. There's going to be people that get really into this release, and I won't get into this band until the next release. I need a little bit more of its own voice, a little bit less Revolution Summer that I can identify. And as soon as whatever the other element that gets brought in,
Horns.
for example, I'll probably be very into this.
Can we mix that into a hardcore song, please?
That's
Absolutely.
gonna be my next mosh call.
Absolutely.
Oh, if you do that at Back to School Jam.
Yeah.
Do I have to? I might have to.
No,
might
you
have
do.
to.
Yeah, you're going to be in like your Andrew Andrew Dice Clay, where you just, like the crowd just wants you to do your bit.
Yeah.
Horn.
Like during like the big.
No.
Yeah.
You started off New Direction style, but do
Oh
that.
yeah. Yo, we'll have someone come. I'll do it. I'll come out on stage with a trumpet, and we'll go like this, and then you just come out, push me out of the way, grab the mic.
That's what I
No
want.
pressure.
Was this a good episode?
Great
I feel like it
episode.
was.
Yeah, I think it might have been cool.
I feel like it was.
33 is feeling nice.
Library.
Thank you, Dave, for dipping in. I appreciate that very much. For all the bands that we talked about.
Yes. Yeah. Wait a second.
Oh, well, you got one more?
Well, no,
We got one thing.
Oh, we got
this week.
things to
the
say.
End of the week.
Okay. Oh, sure.
because this is coming out on Tuesday, September 4th.
Okay. Yeah,
I
please.
believe so.
Okay.
Unless the world ends before then, and the way things are going,
It's not unlikely.
it could happen.
Yeah.
The way things are going. Back to School Jam.
Back to School Jam is this coming Saturday while you're listening to this in Jersey City, New Jersey. Should I do the whole lineup real quick?
Do the whole line.
Last minute. Okay.
From the top. Indecision.
From the top. We're not on the top.
Power Trip.
I wish. Indecision playing in front of 9 people playing after Power Trip.
No.
All right,
Power
so
Trip.
From the bottom. Antagonize.
Yes.
World Demise.
All right.
Magnitude. Who we
bring
spoke
it up.
about on this episode.
Yes.
Hangman.
Yes.
New record coming out called Chain Reaction. We also talked about that. Nosebleed.
What's the next move for Hangman? Have they announced anything?
No.
Because that came out fairly recently, right?
Fairly.
And the
recently.
last year, I think.
And the last
And they
okay.
toured a bunch. They actually are due for something.
I'm looking forward.
Year of the Knife.
Ooh, heavy.
Fiddlehead.
Okay, not
Possibly
heavy.
my favorite record of
Yeah.
2018.
Very good record.
Mind Force.
Okay.
New LP coming out on
Excalibur.
Triple B.
Well-loved band.
Nosebleed Triple B as well, correct?
That's right.
Yes. Red Death.
Triple B.
Red Death.
Also Triple B.
God.
Sam really has.
He's staying
that-
busy.
Billy Club Sandwich on Vermiform Records.
Stop.
No, they're not.
No.
Oh
I'm striving for together.
Yeah, Sam McFeeters came out of
Yeah.
retirement. It was like, yo, this really hit me.
Yeah, it's like, should I do some war dance? No, let's take the Vermiform contract.
Outburst.
When things go wrong.
I mean, The Hard Way is one of the best New York hardcore.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Impossible Moss Part.
Death Threat.
Oh.
Who used to cover Outburst?
two word.
I forgot.
Two-word Death Threat.
I forgot that they were playing.
I'm very excited. So
Wow.
hopefully we'll get them on while we're recording over
Yeah.
there. Yours truly,
Yeah.
the band.
That would be Indecision,
That
yeah.
would be us. Incendiary. Mm-hmm. Folly.
Yes.
New Jersey
Friends
Ska
of the
Core
Room.
and the
Yes.
Depths. Buried Alive.
I'm gonna buy a Folly shirt while we're there.
You should.
I'm gonna rock that.
Buried Alive from Tuffalo,
Yeah.
featuring members from California
And Slugfest.
Right.
and Slugfest. And headlining the Gods. Power Trip.
Texas. Shout out.
All right, and that is Give It Again. That's
September 8th in Jersey City.
so that'll be this weekend if you're listening to this podcast when
We're
it
going to
comes
be
out.
there. We're doing a charity raffle. Not a raffle. Yeah, raffle, right? Is it a raffle? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
I mean, it's kind of like an auction, I think.
Auction, yeah.
Like
yeah.
my hope, we'll see how this works out. You sell tickets.
Yeah,
You
okay.
get to put as many tickets as you want
Into
on
a
certain
choice, yeah.
items.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yep.
if you don't like
yeah.
fucking,
What?
it's like, oh, cool, I want an indecision thing. I hate indecision.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't want that. Or maybe I want, so you can kind of
Yeah. You can
load
pick it.
things.
Totally.
Yeah, I don't know what they call that.
I had there was a term
raffle.
for that when I was a kid, but I don't know if that's
It's
still a term
not,
for
yeah,
it.
that's what I don't want to say. It was some kind of auction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
An American auction.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
a
We'll call it
Chris-
an American
yeah.
auction.
Okay, all right.
We don't want to call it an American auction either.
Crisscross
That didn't really-
applesauce.
No, we did those at one point. It was
No, that was
it
not
went
nice
poorly.
either.
Do we have a T-shirt gun?
We're working
Can we
on
get
it.
a T-shirt gun?
T-shirt cannon? Can we get one?
If anyone's got one, let us know. We'd
Because
like
that
to
would
use it.
that would be pretty good. We could do some T-shirt cannoning.
What I want to do is like radio station at the fucking fair style.
Yes.
Just recording the whole time.
Oh, okay.
And like just people walk up. Oh, hey, Billy.
Yeah.
You can do a live stream.
God, imagine.
That would just ruin everyone's story.
Oh my god.
Imagine if we just broke.
skip.
We had to buy a new computer because we're doing a 6-hour fucking like. Oh boy, this is for people that this is your whole shift at work, fam. You know what I mean? Like I hope you got the boring ass office job.
I've got some things to tell you about after this episode.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
It's
You
not
got an
gonna be
office job? Yeah. All right, Dwight.
Thank you everybody for joining us.
Yes, thank you. Support our sponsors, Death Wish and Triple B.
Yeah, and,
Death Wish.
and support even the bands that
Are not on those labels.
Yeah, well, that maybe we weren't crazy about. I'm just saying, check out everything that caught your ear here. All these bands could use another listen. All these bands could use you dropping a note telling them that you support what they do.
Call the Perfect World number
Oh yeah,
and leave
do
them
that.
voicemails. They got it.
Do that.
They were psyched on it.
That's awesome. Good. Okay, everybody, this has been Axe to Grind episode 33, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.